What is up? Welcome back to another live stream. एक सेकंड, दोनों चैट चालू कर दे दो, दोनों चैट चालू करने दो। ठीक है, ठीक है। सो के उठा क्या? अभी मैं 10 बजे उठा भाई, आज काम था, 10 बजे उठा। हेवी डे था, हेवी डे था। कल जी का मैच है, कल नहीं है, परसों है शायद। किक पे लाइव है, दोनों जगह लाइव है। हेलो अंक, प्रेडिक्शन कब चालू तो होने दो। क्या हाल चाल बंकिया? जर्मनी कब आ रहे हो? पता नहीं, नो आइडिया। इंट्रो वीडियो थोड़ा रियलिस्टिक नहीं है, इंट्रो वाला बिंक्स ज्यादा बाल। ठीक है, कर दी ना बकचोदी वाइटी वालों ने, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं। आई एम गोना रीड किक चैट। व्हाट्स अप किकर्स? व्हाट्स अप किकर्स? कितना घंटा से है? ऑब्वियसली 3 घंटा। 10 बजे 3 अलार्म बजा, एक मेरा मोबाइल का, एक एलेक्सा का, और पंकु को भी बोला था आज का दिन हैवी है, प्लीज उठ जाना। तो ऑन टाइम उठा मैं। गाइस लाइक करो, हेयर अकाउंट लैंग्वेज तन्मय भाई, लाइक करो। किक पे गंबा करके यहाँ देखूंगा। ना करना, उधर ही देखना है यार। हाँ, तू कमा रहा है फ्री कंबा से, मुझे तो कमाने दे। एक सेकंड, ये रही मेरी सेक्सी टीम, ये रहा मैं उधर चला।
Off the page as something that would be worth being super excited about.
That
I'm
casting.
hoping that they'll end up blending together very well
Texture
with the
yaar,
existing
texture yaar,
core,
cute
because
hai.
both Texture and Karen have been phenomenal in the past. Ash has really bedded
Texture
himself
cute
into
hai.
be a staple of this Gen G roster, and this should be an
YT
easier
डिले
game
है
for both of these
7.5
teams on
सेकंड्स,
paper.
मेरे को नहीं मालूम।
And for
मैंने एक
Zeta
साथ लाइव
Division,
क्लिक किया
Morgan,
है,
they haven't made any changes at
और
all,
दोनों
but
एक
we're
ही जगह
hoping
से
for
लाइव
a
जा
much
रहा है।
better performance coming here. We saw blips of brilliance
मेरे को
from
लगता
them,
है
but there were
जेटा
not many blips.
मारेगी।
If this is back in
एमर्स
stage
तो है
one,
देख,
this is a
दोनों
corner
एमर्स
of
वाला
the
फंडा है,
table clash.
दोनों
Both these teams
दोनों
have a lot
एमर्स
to
है।
prove. You saw a summer vibe, a beach anthem for the walkout, because that's what's on the line here. We're playing to
Binks
compete
bhai,
and push
please
Sam
play
over at the
Valorant.
finals. Both of these
Binks
teams
bhai
don't
played
have a lot of
Valorant
champions.
completed
They need
also.
a very,
Now
very
Binks
strong
bhai
stage
busy.
2, and it has to start here. This
वापिस
is a
नहीं खेल
winnable game
सकता।
for both of these teams on paper, and it's all important for where you're going to end up in that group.
I feel like that's
लेकिन मजा तो आ रहा है यार, मैं देख रहा हूँ यार पालवर, नया चीज आया है, बहुत नया चीज आया बे। वाइटी चैट नहीं पढ़ता तो यहाँ आना पड़ा। लंच हो गया क्या? लंच में अपन पीते चाय केले के साथ।
Zeta Division, though, I definitely want to see this improvement. I want to see some changes. I want to
जी
see
का
some
क्या होगा
consistency
ये तो
in
अगले
the
साल ही
role.
पता
I
चलेगा
need to see
भाई।
that level up in macro
नाइट मार्केट
and
व्हेन
individual skill. If
पता
they're
नहीं,
gonna
कभी
take
आज
it
आ रहा है ना,
today,
16
the
तारीख है
core
आज,
of this team
आज आ रहा है
is
शायद।
infamous. We know that they have all-star players who have lifted trophies. So big questions here that have to be answered for our opening match of stage 2.
सॉरी
Absolutely, we want both these. First of all, support both of
Sorry.
these teams and get those bundles, because I heard some
Sorry.
like the last chance that you're really gonna get these classic bundles. from the
YT पे
Pacific
slash
team.
prediction
So
किया
get
मैंने,
them
रुक जाओ।
in, get them in, and support your teams right now. But you're right, both teams. This is their shot. Every single point towards champs
पहला
matters,
simple
and
रखते हैं,
they have
map
a lot
one
of points
win,
they're gonna need to start
Gen G
racking
या
up here.
Zeta।
We are gonna be starting with
ये लो,
Descent.
थोड़ा
Both
मैच
these
देख
teams
के
perform on it.
डालना है तो डालो। 5 मिनट दिया तुमको,
This is
5
Zeta
मिनट।
Division's picks. I'm curious what they've
5
got cooked up
minutes.
here. And, my goodness, they've been cooking. What is this? Okay, we got.
Let's look at
Bro
it.
suffering from success, ऐसा नहीं है यार।
Wow. Okay, I mean this is a little bit crazy. We don't see.
24 के बाद जेंजी का रन अच्छा नहीं गया, तो 21 साल तो अच्छा नहीं गया भाई। क्या हो गया भाई?
With that chamber, they have a lot more users
Hello,
to
madam.
deal with, but you have to watch out for those fault lines. It's not as prevalent as it used to be. You might
Creative
not
है
have
बे।
as many in a round, so you need impact every time.
वॉच पार्टी करोगे EWF15 नहीं।
On the other side of things, Gen G just continuing with the same kind of approach that they were playing with their last roster. Texture is on the chamber.
XGLL अच्छा प्लेयर है, शुगर जीरो है, एप्सोल है, सारे एमर्स ही है रे।
Well will they do in a very winnable matchup for them?
FF से नफरत है, नफरत अफरत कुछ नहीं है, मैं खुद देखता हूँ भाई, मैं खुद देखता हूँ, लेकिन सब वॉच पार्टी नहीं कर सकता।
All roads lead to champions, Quack.
Can someone help me out with what's up with ये? Been a Valo follower since long time, but कुछ टाइम से disconnect था। Optic है one of the best chamber player. अभी वो नहीं है. He is not into active esports से. वो खेला, गया, फिर आया, फिर खेला और फिर
I did not mean to do that. Are you sure? Are you sure? They are at the bottom of the barrel right now. But yeah, that's kind of.
Binks अगर VP redeem करो तो तेरा क्या होएगा? मेरा कुछ तो होएगा, बाकी लोगों का क्या होएगा? Predictions कम हो जाएंगे, VP redeem points increase हो जाएगी, सब लोग मिलके तेरे को गाली देंगे, मेरा कुछ नहीं आएगा, समझ रहे हो?
Our first match of stage 2, Gen G need to do some recovering for what they did last season.
अपन आराम स्ट्रीमर,
This is the perfect match to do it.
मेरा
Right?
कुछ
It's
नहीं
a nice season. We'll see what ZETA
टाइम क्या है?
put
नाइट
together
मार्केट
as
का,
well.
नाइट मार्केट है भाई,
Gen G.
रात को आएगा भाई.
Lots of questions to answer, I'm sure. Could be good. Honestly, I think that's what Pilly was kind of alluding to already on the desk. Just looking at the composition, double duelist.
क्या लगता है फ्रोस्ट को निकालना अच्छा डिसीजन था? नहीं, 5 साल मेरे डिसीजन से चला है ना जी.
But seeing as how you've got the Phoenix, the Neon in, still with ever proven Ashe, feels like a pretty good change. I'm very curious about ZETA though. I mean, like they said, Breach hasn't been that common. It's been off meta for quite a while now, ever since the fault line has been reduced down to 60 seconds.
किसका वॉच पार्टी का परमिशन मिला है? AW से परमिशन सबका मिलने के लिए मिल सकता है, लेकिन मैं 4 गेम्स का कर रहा हूँ.
Straight out the gates though, looks like Gen G
जिसमें वैलो अभी नंबर 1 पे है. रुक जाओ, वैलो इज माय बेस्ट गेम, बाकी बातें रात को. रात को भी नहीं एक्चुअली.
Keep an eye on that, but Texture, he wants to get amongst it, and he certainly will be getting amongst it, helped out by Ashe, the 2-for-1.
लेकिन डैमेज हेवी
Quickly
दिया.
turning back again in the favor of Gen G, so
10 लोग तो
tell
मिड
them
में
they
लड़े
wanted to
बे.
make something happen in mid, and they have been successful in that. It's a good start to the map as far as Gen G is concerned. That is incredible.
भाई ये इको है, सामने वाले भी तो इको है.
But now a bit more contact, unfortunately, brings ZETA down to their knees. Just Shoda left. Doesn't have to spike either, so
रा करके बुलाएंगे ताकि लेफ्ट राइट ना हो, समझ रहे हो?
So Gen G going to be pretty aware.
ए किसा बड़ा जेल से ए बटल बा, थैंक यू फॉर द गुड.
Just going to very quickly smoke that off, try to make the life a little bit more difficult, but Shota does just have to push his way forward and try and make something happen here. There's no other way to win the round. You got a full 40 seconds of this. I mean, he surely can't just sit here, right? Like, you're not, there's no world though where Gen G is going to walk into this line. Literally not a single chance. Yeah, maybe you kind of hope that the newer, lesser experienced guys maybe.
मुझे तो prediction क्यों नहीं दिख रहा पता नहीं. टाइम खत्म होने
आया. If you want to make something happen in that round as that solo individual, you have to be the driving force behind.
Why don't you give straight answers? पहले तो humble था.
They're obviously not likely to happen.
अभी भी यार.
Start to Gen G, maybe a bit of a confidence builder, nerve settler. As you say, a couple of the new members into this lineup will obviously keep a pretty keen eye on what they're going to be able to do. Especially if that was
दो नए ना चैट, अफीना और रा. हाँ. क्या बताना भूल गए?
Out. So probably gonna have some
पता है,
decent
मैं
calls
देख रहा
as
था.
well as the IPL for Gen G, but either way, at least in that round, you can still see it's pretty much texture and how he's popping off. Even back then from EWC.
ऐसा यार क्या मैं 10
Well, I mean, we've got a tech pause to start things off. Obviously, day one, these things are going to happen. But that gives us a little bit of time to sort of expand upon what was discussed on the desk. And again, we're obviously spending a lot of time talking about these Gen G changes. But I think it is, at least for me, the biggest storyline coming into this match. Obviously, ZETA have not made any changes of them.
13 घंटा सो के कैसा फील होता है? I've never experienced this kind of.
Put together a bit of a better season than what they had last season. But on the other side of the coin, Gen G, they've had, I would say, a pretty bad year, right? Kickoff didn't go well for them. Stage 1 didn't go well for them. They've said enough is enough. We need to make some changes. And so, as a result, we see like
अच्छा वो कपड़ा ऐसा कर रहा था, मेरे को लगा वो पीछे घूम के यू कर रहा है.
We've actually got Rax Gold fans. Might be his friends or something, but that's pretty cool. That's kind of cool.
रा बुलाएंगे अपन, रा बुलाएंगे.
Like, go enough is enough. We were at one point one of the best teams in the world, or we were at least trying to compete for that. We've fallen off in a very dramatic fashion in that regard. So we need to try and do something. And I like to obviously see that change come through. I don't know how it's going to go. We have to wait and see. But coming out the gate,
EMEA में जेंजी कब आई? नहीं इसलिए मैंने वो कर दिया था ना.
trying to play a positive style.
इसलिए मैंने comment ignore ही मार दिया था मैंने वो वाला.
I was trying to allude to it as we were going into the game there, but I think a match against ZETA
सारे mods मेरे
probably
अंकुर जैसे हो रहे हैं.
start for a team like Gen G. You know, you come up against one of the other quote-unquote weaker teams. You know, let's not beat around the bush. Ease your way in.
That is the best game.
Probably not wrong there. Power up as you go into the season.
Bing आज मेरा birthday, please wish करता है. Really like you. I love your stream. ऐसा कुछ नहीं है, मजाक कर रहा हूँ. कोई birthday
from the getting it right at the go from the pistol round in that fashion
well
is a great way to start. We didn't
back to reading kick chats
even then, so I don't know what else to say. I mean, even looking at the skirmish and the map veto alone, this one feels pretty much skewed towards Gen G right now. I'm not gonna lie. The next map,
back to reading some tweets,
is
then
not a map that ZETA plays too often. Of course, that's
you never know.
But
You never know.
Tech
I mean,
pause.
they could have been working on things in
Twitter.
the off season, cooking in the lab. I mean, the thing as well is, I think if you look at it from the perspective of ZETA, they're also looking at Gen G and saying, hey, this is one of the other weaker teams, right? They didn't have a good season. They haven't had a good year. They're going through a rebuild. They've got 2 new players. They've got a new IGL. There's a lot of things that I think ZETA can look at and say, we actually have an opportunity here as well.
Once by added to get a back कसम बहुत मजा आएगा. देख मैं खुश हूँ कि तेरे को बहुत मजा आया.
That's a hope for Japanese Valorant at the very least. Remember, like that was your first cast when we were here, ZETA versus
क्या हाल चाल आज
and
भी
how passionate the fans
फोन
were,
करने वाला
how
पता नहीं
fired
मेरा.
up they were.
रात तक एनर्जी रहेगी तो क्योंकि मैं सोया भी कम हूँ उठा भी जल्दी.
For anything.
Yeah, it was literally.
I just want to say your streams are so fun to watch, especially your watch party
That was one of the things
once.
that,
Also tell me which shampoo you use so I can.
I enjoyed or I appreciated the most about
Going back to YT chat.
Valorant and seeing what the community is like is that, you know, just seeing people actually care is really nice.
birthday आज बहुत बाय मैंने happy returns of the
I'm used to doing stuff where
day.
people don't really care that much.
People are
सुमित
passionate.
पर
People are
PRX game
passionate.
देखना है. हाँ रे मेरे को भी देखने का है.
Can be a double-edged sword sometimes.
Really
not gonna lie.
And we've got a lot of fans to kick off day one.
Keep going by, love you, love
In
you.
the arena, there's typically a lot of fans that do show up for the Gen G.
Exam में fail हो गया आपने pass होने के लिए wish किया था.
You know, it's good, but it's also maybe some
pre हो
added
गया
pressure
आप
for a
बनोती
team
हो.
like Gen G. They want to give the people a reason to actually come, and they've turned up, and so you don't want to disappoint them. You don't want
Binks
to let them
by
down.
how are you?
Just put that out of your mind. Just keep playing either way. I wish I
I'm
could
fine.
read Korean, but I can't.
भाई ये कौन सा टेक पॉज है जहाँ पे सारे प्लेयर्स बैठे हुए हैं, सबका स्क्रीन चालू है और टेक वाला कोई है ही नहीं.
I was hoping you wouldn't point that out. I was also hoping that Vic would not.
I think
put
किसका तो
me
माउस बंद हो
under,
गया रहेगा.
the hot seat.
How do you feel about the build diff?
Terrible. Absolutely.
You think you're going to be wearing a durian hat again? Did you lose last season as well?
I don't think so.
Who lost
I
last
was
one?
not bottom place.
Was it Achilleos?
I'm hoping it is, but I.
अरे यार लिंक दे दो कोई. Bunks by love you लो. Sexy mentor mark week में मेरी जान.
But I know it wasn't me. It was not me.
It wasn't me either. So as long as I didn't come last, that's winning as far as I'm concerned.
किसका माउस
We're on
चार्ज
an upward trend.
कंप्लीट हो
We'll
गया
get
क्या
to that.
इतना बड़ा टेक पॉज?
But that's build diff. I mean, how are
I
you
think
feeling
ये
about
साइड पे
today's one?
सब chill है.
Up in the air. I will just do a quick translation there. Apparently the phone said, I am from Vietnam to cheer. So someone's calling all the way from Vietnam.
Oh.
You know what? That actually does
बोलने का
remind me of
जरूरत था
something.
क्या?
The
मैं
last
बोला
time
था
I
ना
saw
मेरे बारे में
English
लिखा.
Combat Ascent was by Vietnamese team Fancy
Haters
United
है क्या रे
Esports.
कास्टर?
They love a bit of Fancy United.
Back in Challengers.
Yeah. So shame
कौन
they
बोला
didn't make
translate
it all
करो?
the way.
They did not do too well with that comp.
Sharper and 555, obviously an interesting prospect for.
क्या करेगा
later on in
YT
the
से
split.
किक से YT चैट
I have
शिफ्ट
Sharper
होके
and 555.
हेट तो
as
दोनों
the two.
तरफ मिलता है.
Yeah,
रोड टू 1 मिलियन.
I predicted towards them most of the time. But I was a bit
गोल्डन
surprised
लव
that,
इमोजी. अरे बड़वे
we
गोल्डन
had
लव
an
इमोजी
upset in the
उधर है.
upper bracket. Fancy going through to the upper bracket final of the last chance qualifier over 555.
गोल्डन
Obviously,
लुल
555
इमोजी
making
दे
a
रहे
well
हैं
bracket
YT
run.
पे.
I think they're a interesting team. I don't know that they're necessarily going to do a huge amount of damage here in Pacific.
All is well, thank
You think
you.
555 could? I think if anyone's going to do it, it'll obviously be Sharper.
I think Sharper has a very good chance.
But I think 555 have some good individuals. I think they're a
किसी ने
very
चाय गिरा
solid
दी नहीं.
Yes.
firepower team when they're on. But I
Well-
just wonder if that's going to get them far enough
I
against the
think-
better teams here in Pacific.
I see your point. And
Last
there
में
is
जो बंदा है ना,
definitely
last
something to
में
be said
एकदम.
about that as well. But if you know,
नहीं.
we were kind of watching the
उसका
Shura
माउस में हाथ नहीं
podcast
था. मेरे को
last
लगा
night.
उसका इशू हो सकता है.
Yeah, and they were saying Frost especially because of how much he roots for Surf, which is that Oh, while Sharper right now obviously has better macro, PTC's calling is immaculate, but 555, it feels as though they might have a higher ceiling. The players on that team, Indois, Surf, it feels like they can go quite far.
I mean, I don't hate that as a take. I don't think it's like the hottest take. Certainly not as hot as Quackle win the build diff this season.
Or some of the other ones. Varel will be top 4. Come on.
I'm not sure what it is about them. You know what I wanted my hot take to be? I don't know if I should say this on the stream. But since we've got time, they were talking about the hot takes and I was like, you know what? Someone should make a hot take about GE. Because, like, obviously there's been, you know, Frost has departed GE and he's gone to Full Sense. And I think a good hot take would either be, like, something like GE's going to win the split or GE's not going to make playoffs. Like, they're not even going to make it out of groups.
I don't know if that's hot.
You don't think
that's
hot?
You could go hotter than that.
You don't think GE, the team that did so well last split, not making playoffs is not that? You don't think that's hot? I think that's hot.
Okay, that's pretty hot. To be fair, Frost basically said the same thing, but Frost has his own reasons.
Yeah, he's got a personal vendetta. I've got nothing personal involved. And look, not to say that I necessarily think this. I just think it's an interesting conversation point to kind of. Or you have the take that Full Sense is gonna not make it into playoffs. That's also a big hot take too. Does anyone believe that? I don't know. Maybe you guys can tell us.
That's an L take. You can't be saying
that. Okay. Well, to save us from all the L takes,
away from you.
we're gonna work on this tech pause in the.
जल्दी fix करो ना यार, ये क्या बातें हो रही है? Please, मेरे यहाँ से माउस लेके जाओ, मेरे को प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. 2 माउस दूंगा. ये हुई ना म्यूजिक. आइए. जख्म पे मलहम लगाने का म्यूजिक. तेरा माउस तो बहुत गंदा होगा लैंग्वेज. क्या बोलते हैं इसको? टेक्नो म्यूजिक, ट्रांस म्यूजिक, किसको क्या बोलते हैं? जैज, क्या बोलते हैं इसको? मुझे दे दो एक माउस, आपके माउस से रैंक पुश होगा. सबसे होगा लेकिन मेरे आईडी से नहीं होगा. What the fuck is trance music? तेरा स्पेलिंग गलत है भाई. TRANCE है वो. हे भगवान. नॉलेज गाफ में हेट वॉच पॉसिबल? नो. किसको हेट वॉच नहीं करने वाले अपन. वी लव द गेम एंड द प्लेयर्स. समझ रहे हो? जो भी चल रहा है इंटरनली, क्या नहीं चल रहा है, किसका क्या है, अपना लेना दादा नहीं है. जो भी PRX करेगा उनको कर सकता है वैसा टेक्निकली देखा जाए तो. हाँ, ये सच्ची में हल्का सा मिस किया एलेक्स भाई को. पीछे वाला जो सेटअप था ना, जहाँ पे पीछे कोच था. आई थिंक दैट्स द बेस्ट सेटअप फॉर एलेक्स भाई. हाँ, कल भी कॉपीराइट लगा था, आज भी. नाचो, मेरे को क्या. हाँ. अफीना was in F4Q, right? पता नहीं. Zero idea. I know all the players of ZETA. वहाँ पे पता नए लोग आए. सॉन्ग का नाम पता कर. एक सेकंड, तो ये सब सॉन्ग सुनता तू? We are going even higher. मेरा मतलब हेट वॉच टू योर बेस्ट फ्रेंड जेरेफ मामा रहेगा नहीं, कभी हेट वॉच नहीं किया मैंने। मैं वॉच करता तो लोग हारते, बस यही है। किसी सॉन्ग को शेम नहीं करना चाहिए जब आपका म्यूजिक टेस्ट खराब हो। मेरा म्यूजिक टेस्ट खराब है? हाँ, याद दिलाओ क्या? खाना खिलाया था, होटल बुलाया था, नीचे बुलाया था, ऊपर ले गया था, याद दिलाओ क्या? हाँ, अक्षदी नहीं। जरा वैसा खेलते जब आप देखते हो, क्योंकि मैं देख के भी उसको नहीं देखता ना, इतना हौसला लाता हूँ। मोनोपोली का पता नहीं, एक बंदा देखो मोनोपोली खेल खेल के आयरल खेल लिया उसने, उसके बाद पता नहीं छोड़ दिया। अभी नेक्स्ट वो बंदे का शायद बीच मोनोपोली वाला प्लान रहेगा। आयरल 4-5 बीच खरीदेगा। भाई, और वो बंदे का भी नसीब ऐसा है कि वर्ल्ड टूर पे जाते उसका डाइस सीधा 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 वर्ल्ड टूर पे जाता है। ये लो दिल्ली खरीद लिया, फिर वर्ल्ड टूर, ये लो मुंबई खरीद लिया, ऐसा। पता नहीं क्या सीन, अकेले ही खेल रहा है शायद। हाँ, मैं स्टार्ट से अभी तक आगे नहीं बढ़ा यार। एक तो दो ना प्रॉपर्टी, एक तो व्हेन व्हेन डू वी हैव नेक्स्ट एसेटल वैलो टूर्नामेंट, जो भी टाइटल पे रहेगा, कि अभी तो 2 महीने तो कुछ है नहीं, 2 महीने के बाद ही पता चलेगा क्या सीन है। घर लेने के लिए कितनी मेहनत करते बंस भाई, लव यू यार। इस जन्म में कभी फैस्मोफोबिया खेलोगे? वो भी खेल लिया भाई। मेरे को उससे अच्छा वो लगा था वो गेम, कौन सा है वो, अंडे बिंडे इधर से उधर डालते थे वो सब। मतलब मैं देख बोला टैंक की, मैं देखो बोला हाइप मीत बाय, वेलकम बैक टू द कास्ट दोस्त मेंबरशिप मेरी जान कटे। वेलकम बैक टू द कास्ट दोस्त मेंबरशिप। तुमको पता है मीत भाई, सुपर कास्ट दोस्त मेंबरशिप। यप, अगर आप कास्ट दोस्त इधर हो और सब्सक्राइबर उधर हो, उसका मतलब कॉम्बो सुपर कास्ट दोस्त। हाँ, पर्क्स डबल छिपा। 6 नहीं है, 6 नहीं है, फर्स्ट है आज का। हाँ, इस साल का हो गया न्यू हाउस रिवील। कहाँ से भाई? अच्छा, इस साल होगा क्या पता नहीं मेरे को, मोस्टली 2027। लेट्स सी डिवोर। हाँ हाँ हाँ, वो गेम वो अब भी कर देता हूँ और 100 गिफ्टेड दूंगा। लव यू यार बिद भाई। सुपर दोस्त भी है, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है क्रिट पाजी। हाँ, वाइटी से यहाँ आना पड़ा दल्ले तेरे को घर दिलाने। लव यू दल्ला, बोलना जरूरी था। अभी कर देता हूँ उधर भी सब्स, एंड मैंने आपके साइट से 1100 वीपी लिया। आज लिया तो वो भी मिला रहेगा डिस्काउंट के साथ, 475 वीपी। आज लिया आई थिंक टाइम चालू हो गया ना, 16 तारीख 12 PM के बाद। हाँ, चालू हो गया ना। अरे गेम चालू हो गया मेरे को
don't
लगा
hate this
हाईलाइट दिखा
breach.
रहे
I'm just very curious to see what it does because we don't see it too often right now.
बोलो ना भाई
With
टेक्सचर्स
pistols though,
खत्म हो गया
everyone just marching straight into B main. Okay, good control, especially with the fault line. Texture, what are
मस्ती
you?
देख
Oh,
मस्ती
Texture's
देख
just, he's
बे
just really trying to get in and amongst it. You saw it in the pistol.
मस्ती
Seen it
मतलब
here as well. He wants to be that player that is
कैसे
pushing the
बे?
issue for Gen G.
कैसे
No success obviously in this instance.
Gotta love it though, especially the snipes and.
यस आज लिया मतलब
glimpsed back
12
there,
बजे
showing
के
enough
बाद
information for Rax.
पहले लिया तो
Slow
कटा
things down. Molly tossed, flash out. No sound from Zeta though, just a reload. Texture's back.
Yep. And again, he just wants to fight. Look at this from Texture. What a
एस ले
start.
लो प्लीज प्लीज एस ले
The
लो
ace on offer.
यार
And he gets it, of course. Gen
यार
G setting the crowd alight
उसका
in round
एस
2.
चुराता है यार
What
I
a
say
way to
Gen
come
G,
back.
really it was Texture, but I mean, that's exactly what he wants to do. That's
Yeah.
why he's been trying to force the issue so much. And he's one away from the tour de force already.
This guy is just hungry. You can't see in the player cam, but from the plays alone. Oh, and he actually got the ace.
Yeah.
Is that going to be, are we invoking the curse now? He
What's
was
the
always
curse?
known to be like Mr. 4K. If he
Okay.
gets an ace, they might start to dip. So, all jokes aside, I'm very curious to see the team continue because he's now
ये
1
क्या
point
flow
away
है,
from the
chat?
ults, but this is a quick execute from Zeta as well.
bro.
Absol with the double.
Bro,
No
ये
response
क्या
from
है
Gen G.
इसे
Your curse
तबे?
might actually be real. Karen, stuck inside this smoke, not going to have a good time at all. Spam headed in his direction. Door being
ये
closed
क्या
on his
था,
face
Jack?
as well. Let's see if Texture can repeat the heroics. He's going to be spotted out by the drone. Was hoping for a fight before it. It's not going to happen, and we might see an ace back in the other direction now as
Bro.
Absol is on for it, and he is gunning for it as well. Surely not back-to-back aces.
Let's get it. Come
Karen
on, XDL.
are really trying not to give it to him, and in the end, XDLL will actually give up his life for it, but
एक एक्चुअल में बैक टू बैक कैसे मार सकता था
nice
भाई
first round
ये
on the
क्या
board.
कर सकता
Much
लेकिन
faster play out from
Side
them this
smoke
time
था
with
क्या?
guns in
Side
hand,
smoke?
and that has bamboozled Gen G.
आफ्टर शॉट
Absolutely.
स्लो
And that's
किधर
what
गया
this
था
comp can do, I suppose.
दरवाजे
We saw
पे
a
ही?
bit of it already with the fault line, giving them control in B main back in one of those rounds. But for this one,
भाई ये ऐसा है
just setting
डाउनलोड
up for a
करके रिप्ले में
huge
देखना पड़ेगा
execute. You've
चैट
got flashes, you've got the Waylay being able to dive in, the
We
whole
exec
team
मारा है
working
कुछ तो।
around it. If Gen G aren't prepared for hits like that,
टेक्निकली देखा जाए तो
yeah,
बैक टू बैक है
maybe the
भाई
curse is
एप्सोल
real.
बहुत मारता है
we do have tour de force in this round though.
यार रिपोर्ट का
But
ऑप्शन आ रहा है कर दूं क्या मॉड्स को भी एक
Looks like
ऑप्शन
it.
आ रहा है
Maybe a little bit of a deeper smoke here. Absol's going to dive straight into it. Rascal instantly deleted, had no
Ra-
chance there at all. Absol, another double entry. This is looking phenomenal for Zeta on the attack at the moment.
भाई गलत मार रहा है लव यू बिंका इधर से भाई देखो एडवांस सेम एग्जीक्यूट मेरे को पता नहीं वो लोग रोक भी सकते हैं क्या
まだいるまだいる65秒
अडेप्ट
わかん
कर
ない
सकते हैं यार रिटेक खेलेंगे वो देखना पड़ेगा अभी
ビトこれ降りてころだけビトこれこれ取ってやっぱはいよはいよ3来てる3来てる
No way, no way.
ね入ってるなった大丈夫ジョーカーしてるよオッケーオッケー茨城来た目の前これ出ない出ない強い
And they're just so quick to receive, already kind of marking the positions, knowing exactly where Gen G are going to approach from. And you can see how effective those kinds of rushes or set plays can be. The breach is actually able to cover quite a bit. You start off with a flash, maybe you get some main control. The fault line comes in, blocks off, I guess from their POV would be the right side of the site.
time out आएगा
And players like
go back
Raxel
to back
would have nothing to
exec.
do. They turn into a sitting duck, and the whole team from the back end are just not able to fight back either. So
Huh?
I guess that can work out for now, but I'm curious
Nice.
to see what kind of adjustments Gen G brings into it. They're trying to fight for control this time.
Yeah, I think they have to do something different over on A. Whether it be play a little bit more aggressively, as they are obviously in this round,
Yep.
or actually play a little
Play
bit more for the
retake.
retake. Set up around
Yep.
3, set up
Yep.
a bit more towards
Yep.
7. instead of
Yep.
on the side
Stream
itself,
sniper
so
right
that
there.
a lot of that breach shoots
Stream
will
sniper
be
right there.
ineffective.
At least for now, though, they don't have the
आप
guts.
किसको सपोर्ट कर रहे हो
Already
मोस्टली
peeking out, not
जेंजी
seeing anything
मोस्टली जेंजी
towards
लेकिन
B
जेटा के
main.
प्लेयर्स
They're
भी
a bit
इमर्स
curious about middle. so
जेंजी
the drone
थोड़ा
comes out.
इंक्लाइन टेक्सचर के
This
तो
should give them enough information that it's going to be an A hit once
सर
again.
तेरे
as
को
we
बोला
see
नाम
Karen
सही
moving
करे
into position with Stinger.
जीरो शुगर
Oh, it's the kind of weapon that can do a bit of damage at a range like this
Karen.
one. Drone's going to go forward though. Here's the paranoia from Karen just to try and buy a little bit more
Massive
time to
total
allow the
inside.
rotates to come across. But it seems as though Zeta are not interested in committing to A.
Wow, this is so safe. Spotted the flash, calls for a rotation. which path are they then going to take? They don't see anything towards middle. It's still more of an unknown territory. They hear the one flash. They want to pounce on it.
Kill onto Rascal. And now the push comes in once again. It is Absol leading the charge. Surely nothing for Karen tucked in the corner. He just eats Util and a couple of bullets.
Chat is strong
entry onto A.
Very safe. Minimal risks taken, and because of that, minimal damage sustained as well. You could just see how they kind of go in with their thought process. Of course, sometimes you're going to get surprised by heads-up duels anyway. Maybe a weapon picked up now. Texture can do a bit more damage.
Nice, save.
Or save, yep. Still really
save.
kind of early. If he gets one more kill, I wouldn't mind seeing him go for it.
Midbye! Thank you for the subscription, मेरी जान गड़े. Love you यार, love you यार. दो जगह फंसा ये तो. Love you यार, midbye, love you.
There's someone on the side itself that's going to give him a duel, but that's just not going to happen. So the spike is going to get the better of Texture.
इको ताला वाले. अरे तो भाई, ऐसे थोड़ी इको है तो confirm में नहीं. इतना thirsty होते हुए देखा है
अपन ने. Not the worst thing in the world. He still has quite a bit of cash, but next round maybe an op to be brought in. And I think that would be a pretty big upgrade for GenG as well. I mean, it's quite clear that that's what this comp is intended to do. They already have the double duelists. And Texture is able to lock off an info line like he used to do back then. Master Shanghai, everyone's talking about it. Go push into B main, lock that effectively out, right? This could be quite a bit of control for GenG, but no, they station him on towards A instead.
Well, I was gonna say, you know, where do you put that up if you're gonna?
Yeah, अरे क्या है ये कान का भाई?
Which is where the hits have been coming.
इसमें वेली अच्छा होता है?
Relatively safe agent to be
solo duelist में I think
so
वेली
all he
अच्छा.
has to really do here is get one shot off, port back to safety, and then play for the retake. That's the goal.
उस दिन मेरा सर घूम गया बे.
Has to be.
Solo duelist वो देख के.
The rest of the team just trying to work around information. They don't see towards mid duel.
Sanjay bhai,
Is he up to the
love it.
Oh no.
That's going to make it tough, and it immediately pushes him off of the site, so doesn't even get the chance to play for one. He's going to push forward, and Absol this time will not win the opening duel.
Spike planted.
The first time in about 3 rounds that he hasn't actually found that initial pick, so it does give GenG a little bit more room to work, but
free का मिला रहेगा देख
forcing
gifting
them
का नया
back
option नया
away.
feature है
Rascal
YouTube का.
covers off that
बहुत प्यारा है
initial
लेकिन
kill.
नया chat interaction के लिए एक और नया चीज लाया
its work. XDLL looking for a little bit more, can't quite convert on the third shot, but still GenG now retaking with 3, and Shooter does get Texture as he drops down right in front of him, trades back on through. XDLL stuck in behind the smoke, but shot darts don't really care about the smoke. They've gone too deep. No way. Karen's just going to be able to sit the defuse. The lineup wasn't there. The kills eventually are, but GenG take around.
They demand a fight.
Yeah, it's still a little bit messy from both sides, though, either way. I mean, yeah, you could talk about the shock darts. You could talk about the unfortunate mishap for Texture, water falling down, not quite able to land the shot instead. But that just tells you how desperate both teams are for success in this stage of Pacific. They need those points. They are fighting tooth and nail, rolling thunder for entry. Hunter's Fury just try to fend off GenG. GenG actually gets the retake in with some lovely trades and utility, especially with the relay ball. But even then, no opportunity for this round. Texture's forced to go out to the open, gets punished for it.
Lekin never as a solo initiator.
Push forward, he's trying to make something happen.
I'm not aware about NSP.
This map so far, but this time a nice set play from ZETA.
But NSP का क्या?
Now you'll see aggression on the other side of the map.
Return भी आ गए.
To be honest, Shota was aware of that wall was triggered.
अभी ANC is the next big thing for us.
They had lost it, and it's a 4-on-4.
कोई ना तुम्हारा घर बनने दे न्यू बस love you यार.
You know, for both sides, conditioning, they're starting to read each other's tendencies, always with the early aiming take. But this is, not gonna lie to you, gonna be a pretty tough retake for GenG.
Yeah.
उल्टा easy है.
A few ultis available. Maybe you can rip the
major
runner back, look for a bit of
try
information. Ash can follow that in with the overdrive.
Zena's quite far up front.
Fast lane thrown in, and Ash spamming through the smoke gets the better of Absol. That's going to incentivize the commitment here from GenG. There's that run it back that we're looking for. Sugar Zero dispatches of that one easily, and Karen drops in meanwhile as well. It's starting to fall apart for GenG. ZETA hold the site.
And that's just fantastic with how they're quickly able to recognize the situation, knowing that they had quite a bit more space. Absol didn't spot anyone
तेरा
out
घर
towards
जल्दी
heaven
कैसे
yet. The
बनेगा
smoke
किट
then
पे
comes out, they
वॉचिंग
start
या
to
वाईटी
snap
पे
through.
ज्वेल्स नहीं
Yeah,
अगर
maybe
सिर्फ तुम
Absol
लोग
goes
स्ट्रीम
down a little
देख
bit
रहे हो
earlier on than you would have liked if
तो
you're a Zeta fan, but look
किट
at
पे
how
देखने
they
से
worked around the positions all the
और
way towards the
नॉर्मल
end.
ऐसा
Sugar Zero,
सपोर्ट
Eco,
मॉनिटरी
pushing
वाइज
out the
करना
tree.
होता
These
तो
are
जो
positions that Genji
लेकिन
needed
तुम लोग
to
इधर भी
mark
मॉनिटरी वाइज
extra
करोगे क्विक
angles.
दोगे
They
तो
all
भी
just focused on
95% है
towards the
मतलब
ultimates instead.
इतना
And
नहीं चुपता
despite being able to somewhat flood this
so
side,
anything is chill
everyone else
anything
from
is chill
Zeta were able to hold. Even I think with the slide, was it an
Timeout.
overdrive? I'm not entirely sure, but
अस्कांड
Shoda
में
managed
बेस्ट
to
ड्यूलिस्ट
hold
कौन
that.
सा नियॉन है
Everyone
अवेले
from Zeta managed to hold that.
अपने
That's
लिए
gonna be quite
और
worrisome.
अपने
I
लिए
didn't see a
बोलूं
timeout.
बहुत
It's
सारे
worst case
नियॉन अच्छे
scenario for
प्लेयर्स
Gen
नहीं
G
है
because they've invested their ultis and
अगर मैं अपना बात करूं अपने देश का अगर सिर्फ अपने देश का बात करूं अपने लॉन्डो का अपने प्लेयर्स का अगर बात करूं तो और तुम लोग ने देखा रहेगा कि जैसा जेट मेन प्लेयर है रॉसी वो रेडिएंट रेस मेन प्लेयर है मैं रेडिएंट तो क्या ये सब ड्यूलिस्ट ट्राइड एंड टेस्टेड है जब भी नियॉन मेन प्लेयर अस्कांडे डायमंड रीसेट होने के बाद ऐसा सब होता ना इट्स कंसर्निंग समझ रहे हो तो अगर आप यहाँ पे वैलो खेलते हो आई थिंक फक नियॉन एंड नियॉन प्लेयर्स
This timeout should come in handy. You've got the big operator back in business. Just different positions now. Sudden
Kello,
PX
sub
exploded,
Kello.
but Ash holds true.
नहीं मतलब नियॉन
It's a
अच्छा
little bit more
एजेंट है
like it. The quick
ऐश ने
double
मारा घुस के दो
flash as well coming through there from Rascal. An immediate response from Gen G, and this is the first time
भाई
that Zeta have really
दोनों
tried to
के अबे
aggressively
सेट प्लेस
early go towards B. And that's what Gen G have been kind of setting up for most of the map, and it's worked out. Finally.
इनडायरेक्टली मोटेटो को पहले पागल है क्या डायरेक्टली
Just sticking with the same plan.
रेडिएंट तो बस एसिटल में
Judge somewhere close
आने
by
के
as
लिए
well,
था
Baron hugging the
उसके
corner.
बाद से तो
Curious to see why Gen G isn't really moving outside yet, though.
ऐसे
Seems
तो तुम
smoke,
भी
but
स्पोर्ट्स प्लेयर
that
थे
should confirm it.
Spike
What a
down.
round
अब
from
तो
Gen G.
पोकेमॉन ही खेल रहे हो ना बेंच
All it took was a timeout.
हाँ
Timeout.
बता कुछ
And
गलत
a
बात
big
बोली
confidence boost for Ash as well, being able to land those first 2 frags.
बता ना
The judge is just unfortunate. Zeta,
Oh.
where's the mid rounding? Nobody went back towards middle. Anything else?
I mean, it's hard though. Like you want a mid round, but you're a 3v5, you know. So
That's fair.
your options are, if not limited, going to be very difficult. You know, you're kind of in a rock and a hard place type situation. Whatever decision you make there,
नियॉन ही डॉज
isn't
कर सकता है
the right
शायद
decision
ना
in
वुमेन
round
ब्लाइंड
five.
अर्ली
Like, you just can't win. It's like what's the lesser of two evils?
Yeah.
हाँ बोला मतलब चोट लगाए
Yeah.
In that sense.
और कमबैक नहीं हाँ बोला
We go
बहुत
back.
रेयर है कि
Or Gen G
माम्बा
towards B.
काउंटर पे काउंटर ना बोले अगर हाँ बोल दिया इसका मतलब चुबा है दर्द हुआ है
He's the one with the movement.
Feel
so
हुआ
Ash
है।
will do it. Drone out. Watches catwalk. Ooh, slight trades though.
That's fine. I think that's fine. You know, they're very aware, obviously. Of
One
the
for one,
possibility
always
one of them
good.
will go down.
One
Good
for
trade
one,
from Gen
always
G.
good.
They still hold on
Attacker's
to the
killer.
space, which is what
Attacker's
they were
killer.
fighting for.
Just more things for Zeta to worry about. They
This
can't
is big.
fully commit yet, but what is this? Sugar Zero, you're coming back.
ब्रो
Are you gonna hard
अगर
play this
चेक
line?
किया ना मैं मान जाऊंगा अगर यहाँ पे चेक किया तो
Be aware that there's a
इम
possibility.
ना जीरो
Someone has
चांस
pushed their way out of A.
इम्पॉसिबल है
They've droned in through middle.
फ्री किल है
Zero's going to clear it. In fact, he might just bypass it. He's gone straight past.
Wait, he cancelled?
Never mind.
वो
Oh,
बोला
he made the
उसे
right
देख रहा
choice
था
and then the
विमेन
wrong
को ये है
choice.
क्या
Here comes Rascal for the 1-4-1 to
Ra.
try and just cause a bit of a
सो
ruckus
के
over
उठाओ
towards B. The
एक
Spike
ही
has got into
लेवल
sight, though.
का
So there
देने
can
की
be a
हिम्मत
plan
है
here, and there is a chance
मैं
for Zeta
10
to
बजे
try to
उठाऊं
hold this
मामा
off 2-on-3.
A
3 घंटा
chance.
सोया मैं
That's going to be the key phrasing.
Hunter's Fury's
Still.
online. I don't know that you can use it
मामा
here.
वो देना
Probably
सब लोग
not.
समोसा वमोसा दे रहे ज्वेल्स दे ना 150 रुपए का मेंबरशिप है ना ज्वेल्स दे रहा है ना किक पे सब्सक्रिप्शन ले रहा है
Absol doesn't have utility.
क्या फायदा
either.
मिलियंस ऑफ
This
सब्सक्राइबर्स
should be
का
big setup for Gen G.
बराबर
He has
इन्फ्लुएंस
pretty
करो
much
ना
full
भाई
kit.
लोगों को
Counter
गिफ्टेड
flash,
विफ्टेड करके
recon
वो
coming
सब
in.
करके यार
Oh boy. Whoa, he's just gonna rip it.
Yeah.
है कि नहीं
Might as well try and make something happen here. The connection's not really there. Paranoia does go through, and up close and personal, Absol is dealt with. It's XDLL.
एक और अल्ट
They
ट्राई
can't
कर
get it
सकता था
done.
वो एक और लाइन
And Gen G, off the back of their timeout, are building that
हेल्प
recovery.
करने के लिए रोका क्या
Very quick. Gotta have that little bit of Asian parent disappointment, and then that's motivation as well. So
How did that usually go?
यार
in
मैं
your
तो जेन्युइन पूछा क्या चीज
actually, my parents are pretty supportive.
house? That's pretty good.
I should have
एक और
set
फंसा
something
किधर
for more
यार मेरा
communality, but no. I mean,
दोनों
you
चैट
look at
पढ़ रहा हूँ
the
तो
score,
कुछ
he
मिस
actually
हुआ
has
तो
one
मोड
kill
याद
now,
दिलाना
so gonna add that in. But like you said, right, that was kind of right call and then wrong call for Zeta.
बहुत टाइम निकल के थोड़ा सा शर्म कर लेना. अच्छा बाबू टाइम निकाल के थोड़ा सा शर्म कर लेना.
Always having that 1 foot in the door already for the retake. The Hunter's Fury feeling a little bit desperate as well. It's just kind of count your eggs.
We're going back to A, and that was where Zeta found all of their success.
Oh.
भाई बहुत टाइम टिका बे हो. Hello.
Yeah, a bit more of a setup that time from GENG. The smoke came through from them as well. Zeta are still going to commit to it.
Texture's in position.
Oh, just looking for one, but gets pushed away by Util once again, and Zeta are into the site, so this is going to require a retake.
मजाक सेट कर.
However,
अगर डिले हुआ, अगर डिले हुआ, वाइस अल्ट बीटी दे.
Is hunting.
हाँ, वाइस अल्ट बीटी दे सकता है.
Though he copped a bit of a tickle. Plan going through.
Okay, Steel Garden by time as well.
It's just going to try to equalize the firepower.
They're fighting for tree.
क्यों वो कर रहा है?
GENG also fighting for tree. There's a flash through, but Eco turns around and box Rascal in the head. Down to double. This might start to get dangerous. GENG need
Bro,
a recovery.
Karen ने बचा लिया round भाई. Short में texture.
Some kills together. Shota still under balcony, will be traded down. It's now down to Sugar
Bro,
Zero.
अनिवन तक आया.
The 1v1, but this is all on the line for Sugar Zero. Easy, you'd think, but it won't be in the end.
Bro, नए player ने बचा लिया.
And GENG will go to 6.
Too early ult नहीं sound आ रहा ना इतना है बंदा.
Relief off of that one, but that
Time के लिए ult नहीं मारा तो space के लिए था ult.
Risky. It was off of a half buy. It was stingers and sheriffs.
But they have so much delaying util. I mean, like.
Miss के आपने 3 jewels.
Pieces of util in here and there. And then of course a couple of really
Neil bhai, thank you for the corgi.
But time pressure was already on.
Corgi भी महंगा है. Corgi भी महंगा है.
Shouldn't have gone this far for Zeta, especially with GENG's full buy. But lovely stuff either way for Karen to be able to break out that crossfire. 50-50, he managed to make it work. You go again.
नहीं वो बच गया.
Texture as well.
बच गया.
Okay, what's the conditioning?
Corgi क्या था? Jules.
You have breach util, but you're
not
done
done
yet. You want to set up for tree and an A short push.
This could actually work out pretty nicely for Zeta as they've got numbers, but so too to GENG, and Karen's able to double down just to keep it in check. A missed shot out of texture. He's going to be pushed away from the side. Zeta are not interested. They want to reset the round.
2v2, they have quite some space to make it happen.
A पे ऊपर है confirm वो लोग
box
चुदी करके भी जाएंगे.
Double back in towards A short just to poke through.
Slow भी जाएंगे वो लोग. Confirm music, confirm लिख के लो.
Not sure if this is the run you want to use it. So maybe just a flash in. The smoke's kind of giving it away though, but GENG are also split up. If Zeta are able to just bum rush, take down Athena, this is quite possible.
आजा एक साथ ट्रिप तोड़ के जाएंगे.
Pass unspotted.
Do they have a smoke? Is it going to come back? No, they're just going to break it.
That'll be info.
ए बे हो रहा. Texture का हो रहा है.
Not moving.
Nope.
There's an opportunity.
Difficulty is Athena just needs
दोनों को
to
sound आया.
buy the time. You do get that investment through from Zeta.
You have to secure a kill.
Oh, it's really
Sniper! Bye उसने फिर भी एक मारा.
Down B.
Makes it much more winnable here for Texture in the 1v1.
Spike
It's
planted.
just down to the headhunters though.
Feels like a must-win round though for Zeta. Eco's really got to get this one over the
फिर
line.
भी मारा बे ये मारेगा.
Right into the crosshair. Texture misses the shot. Headhunter out, but the swing comes back on in, and Zeta will win another round for themselves.
Okay.
भाई heavy तो लड़ रही है दोनों टीम लेके ना.
For Zeta and some fancy little.
दोनों भाई thank you for the duckling.
Play that safe, play that right.
चल बैठ में जितने लोग हैं लाइक कर दो मेरी जान कर दो.
After the whiff shots.
और जिसने भी follow नहीं किया किसी को follow कर दो.
GENG
Kick a link
does
to
good
the
to
mods.
recognize where the hit's approaching
We are
from,
very
especially
close
off
to
of that
30K.
drone. They tried to get ahead, but still with numbers, Zeta are able to
Ops उनके
reset
repeat
the
किया नहीं
round.
जैसे shot
And
लिया.
then now we go into the
उसने
last
repeat किया.
round of the first.
हाँ?
Okay, Eco,
हाँ?
still early.
Yeah.
हाँ?
What a way to do it. Sudden aggression
Half
from
भी
GENG.
खत्म नहीं हुए भाई वो भी equal है half.
Shota, he was alone on the B side of the map. Gets the 1-for-1 against 3. You have to take that. burns that run up.
भाई ये एक्चुअल में अच्छा था बे.
ZETA to call for a
वो लोग
slight
ने
pause
ऐसा
too off of it.
दिखाया है
Not
कि
sure.
मिड और बी फाइट हो रहा
On the
है
move again, and
और दो बंदे ए पे ही है.
a lot of space outside of B.
तो और वो लोग बी फाइट
Learned
से
a
भाग
thing or
के
two, having played
fast
different
A
roles
भी
back
करेगा
then in
तो भी
stage
वो
one,
लोग
back onto the controller now as well, so
फर्स्ट
he's
ब्लड देने
a
का
bit more
ज्यादा चांस है
comfortable,
जेंजी
but
को
having that
और होल्ड किया तो
courage
उसको
to go
टाइम
out
बाय
for
हो गया और
certain
स्पेस मिल गया.
lurks, it's pretty lovely, especially when you know you're against ZETA, a team that operates so safely. Look at them, they're shift walking every step of the way.
नहीं लेकिन जेंजी का रीड अच्छा.
Walking into a pretty solid setup over towards B here, and you've got that rotate coming through from Rascal as well. Drone is going to start to give away the intentions. That conversion path's invested by ZETA, and the entries are actually not
मारना था
bad.
उसको.
Third player over there can't get
एक
anything
मारना
done.
था वहाँ
You would
पे.
have thought that would have been a round-winning setup for Gen G, but it's not. Now
30
Texture has to get it done. This
एक
time against
मारना था.
two.
He's picked up a rifle.
कोई मुझे वेले का अल्ट बता सकता है क्या करता है? स्लो करता है.
Just doesn't have any util to dig them out of position. That's the difficulty. He's got to push his way forward, and
His TP's
Low
pretty
करता
far
है.
off as well.
you know you can't really win a 1v2 in these circumstances unless a mistake is made by ZETA, unless they give him a peek. But if he has to get in close range and try and take them on, it should not go his way. There's an
दिलवा दो
angle
ना
and a
मैंने
connection as
12
well,
से
but
पहले क्या है
on the
प्लीज
wall,
वो नहीं
not
कर
enough,
सकता
and
अमित
so
भाई.
6-6 is the
12 के
first
बाद
half
ही है
score.
ऑफर.
Switching
Well,
sides.
Thinking about EWC results,
मैं ट्राई
this
करता
is
हूँ
not
लेकिन
what
मैं ट्राई
I
करता हूँ मैं
would
ट्राई
have
करता हूँ
expected,
मैं ट्राई
but
करता
what
हूँ.
a way for ZETA to be able to answer back.
अब
Ball
वो
line out
व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप
towards
में
theirs,
आपका
they
वो डाल
started
दो
to have
मेल
an
आईडी.
inkling that Texture could have been
हाय
approaching
हाय
out from
ये
that
सस्ता मैम्बा
fast
कहाँ से आ
lane
गया 10
instead.
ड्यूल देने वाला नॉन
And
मॉड.
unfortunately, with that tour de force shot whiffing, if it actually landed, Eco might have been slowed down by the field, but well, thanks to that now, he gets his little moment to comedically pop off on the stage.
बिल में कौन जीतेगा? 99%
Played against these teams before as well, played on these teams.
99%
6-6
Gen
will
G
go
has a
again.
better chance.
Yeah, it looked for a moment like Gen G
बट
was ready
जेटा
to
का
pull
मैप
ahead
पिक है.
there.
हो सकता है कि कुछ
But
Yeah.
last couple
कुक
of
किया
rounds at the
रहेगा.
back end there for ZETA.
प्लस वो लोग का
Clutches,
एग्जीक्यूट
wide
सब अच्छा तो
1v1
दिख रहा
and
था
a
जेटा का.
2v1. So
डिफेंसिव मैप पे
no
देखते
matter
हैं.
how you get the rounds done necessarily, keep yourself in a competitive position.
कोई मुझे बता दो ये चैनल पे क्या होता है?
But it really
क्या होता है?
just
Gaming
makes you
होती है,
wonder,
watch party
what's
होती है.
going on as well with the teams.
और क्या
Like
होता है?
earlier on, they started off pretty well with the pistol, the way they were pushing out, Texture having that adventurous sense within him to continue hunting for
Use से
peaks,
होता है.
but then ever since the timeout,
Dance
you know, he's
होता
been
है.
swapped over to more anchor duty. But especially with that last round,
Grills क्या है? नया चीज़ है. Yep, yep. New YT feature.
Kind of gotten a slight
New
read
YT
for it,
feature.
especially with the convergent paths coming through.
Yeah.
It's just the whole team, even with off angles being helped, they weren't able to take down ZETA as they pushed through. That's a little bit
और
worrisome.
मुंबई सर्वर
Probably
के
did need
लोगों
to be a little
को
bit cleaner than Gen G. They had the right
गाली
setup.
दी हाथी का.
End of the day,
अमित
6
जी ये
is
क्या
enough
लैंग्वेज है?
for both teams to work with. See how the second half plays out. Now Gen G are the ones on the offense, and they were trying to be pretty proactive on their defensive side as well. So I think this will suit them.
क्या मतलब गेम प्ले जोड़ के सब होता है?
In hand, Ash can be still
सिटी
quite
को
deadly.
मेरे को लगा नया बंदा है ये. गांडू निकला.
Early thorns pop. Genji still sticking around while ZETA pushes out middle.
Absol's going to have to try to exit that awkward situation, but Gen G across the map are finding their picks. One towards tree, two towards middle. Absol's hiding inside that smoke, but low on HP, so feeling a
मैं
little bit
टेक्सचर
wary
का
about things
कितना
this
टाइम
round.
से हाई इम्पैक्ट गेम प्ले ना रे.
Leaning in the direction of Gen G again.
हाँ?
He's definitely
Give
feeling
me
kind of
होता
hot
है?
under the
Love
collar
you.
as well. Tries to create some space
Oh,
for himself
actually
towards
double
me,
blind?
but it's not clear
नहीं था,
enough.
नहीं था, बहुत close
Bandit
आ गया
takes
था.
him down. And maybe the hops hurt as well for
Shot
Texture.
में
That's an
उधर भी
easy
headshot
headshot.
मार रहा है.
Both pistols being claimed by Gen G. There is a lot of confidence within this team.
Well, no excuses if
आपके
you don't
चैनल
win the
पे नया
map
लग
from
पड़ेगा,
here.
नया
Take both
करो.
pistols.
Definitely have to. I can just see how
Spike down.
What do you think Frost
much desire
transfer
there is
did
for this
cost
team
us
to
in
go back to their former
EWC and
glory.
what should we
Taking both
expect
pistols,
from the
pushing
team
out.
after the changes?
Even though they were kind of met with some
EWC
resistance
मेरे
outside
को
of
मालूम
middle,
नहीं,
Ash
मैंने देखा
immediately
नहीं.
dips back in towards tree, gets a headshot off the Sheriff. It's that kind of confidence that you want to see in a team like this.
And
After the next round, though,
रही बात expect का,
A bit of a marshal.
I always go with
rifles,
no
but
expectations.
not seeing any movement from Zeta yet.
उससे hurt नहीं होता.
Can be quite unsettling in some situations. Zeta have themselves a pretty neat stack on the B site.
Texture's just doing texture things though.
Yeah, he can always dip back out.
Aye! Or not. Yeah, walk into that
Fast
high
है ना,
low,
दिख गए
gonna
इतने
have
भी.
problems.
Alright. Pretty clear read then from this point forward. A side is clear. Genji should be looking to push in, but they're a bit wary because of that smoke. What a good time and what a sneaky position as well for Sugar Zero.
Have made a lot of noise on this rotate, so Zeta have almost beaten them to the punch. Not quite, but they do have 5 players over here immediately for the rotate.
Fast आ सकते हैं क्या लगता है? Hold होएगा कि नहीं
It's
होएगा?
really down to the guns, but they have so much utility, Zeta. Flashes, fault lines, everything.
Oh, and Ash just caught out in no man's land. Someone
हो गया chat.
has got to chime in soon for Gen G, otherwise the numbers are going to overwhelm them. Luckily, Rascal can do just that.
कसम.
Tries a flash to slow things down. Now
Covid
needs
to
to
side
probably chance his way through that smoke. Karen with some sharp shooting will keep it alive. It could have been awkward, but in the end, Gen G will navigate the treacherous waters. And they build themselves a 2-round lead.
Yeah. Current map MVP so far, and his stats just continue to build. Karon broke up the crossfire from P4, and now he's once again showing off his mechanics. Just being able to play like that. I mean, it is kind of an anti-eco, so
आप जो सुमरी में चीज का पॉइंट इंक्रीज कर रहे हो, सब देख रहा हूँ. मेरे पास जिंक्स पावर है. अभी तक जिसको सपोर्ट किया सब आ रहा है. एसएल का फोर्टनाइट का वॉच पार्टी कर लेना, वरना उनको भी सपोर्ट करूंगा.
to throw against their opponents depending on how it goes.
तेरे पास जिंक्स
And right
पावर
now,
है और
just
तू
the delay
सपोर्ट करेगा
installing
फोर्टनाइट को.
from the Vise
मैं भी तेरे को सपोर्ट
onto
करूंगा.
this B site.
हो जाए.
Oh.
हाँ. 2027.
In the hands of
ये
XTLL.
लकी है तेरे लिए.
And they're walking right into him, but it won't matter if Texas got a headshot to hand out. Here comes the commitment from Gen G, smoking towards middle, drone out as well, and they're sending Rascal forward.
Ra.
Kind of get caught in the crossfire, so it's back to 4-on-4, but that's just such a nice creep from Texture onto the line. Shota had no idea.
ये क्या शॉट मारा बे भाई वेली, लेकिन फास्ट स्पेस लेने के लिए कितना प्यारा है बे.
Sneaky entry really into B.
क्या बंक क्या है, सब बढ़िया.
Managed to find a lot of success.
मजाक से हटकर दोनों
Still
कॉम
committing in. And
और
that's
दोनों
especially
टीम
thanks
खतरनाक
to,
फाइट कर रही है.
well, what's
फिजा
more
भाई
than
यार,
that with this Phoenix has a round 3
क्या
run it
कर रहे
back.
हो यार. किक्स
Although
देती.
still down with the trades though.
Thank you
Zeta
for the
still trying
1,000
to
Mithul
find
bhai.
stuff
How's
wherever
you? How's
possible,
you?
but yeah, now you have a taste of your own medicine. You bought
Thank you for the 1,000
Minnesota,
Mithul
you're gonna have to
How's
tap
you dudes? How's you?
Hold
Thank
on
you for
to
the
it to the next round as
1,000.
well.
Unstoppable force versus immovable object. Battle of Jinx. मेरे को कोई चिंता नहीं है. मेरा अच्छा टाइम आया ही नहीं अभी तक वैसा भी. तो क्या जिंक्स करोगे? ऐसा लगेगा, ऐसा लगेगा.
That's insane.
समझ रहे हो? अगले साल है ना, तेरे को ऐसा लगेगा ओ फक, पिछला साल तो वो मेरा अच्छा टाइम था जो मेरे को मालूम नहीं पड़ा. ऐसा शॉक में आएगा तुम, मतलब बेंच ऐसा. टेंशन ना ले, टेंशन ना ले.
Gen G.
मैं हूँ तेरे साथ.
Or not.
Yeah, well, soon. We'll hear from them as they try to break down the round.
It's all just pistols from Zeta though.
जो भी यहाँ पे पैर रखा.
Not seeing too much yet.
कांटेक्ट में स्लो ब्रिज टच आके बेस में आके मार के आएगा. टेक्सचर के अलावा
불벽 치고 먹을게. 불벽 치고. 안 나왔어. 커버해줘. 미 소바 브리치였어.
और बॉल. दैट्स अ डब्ल्यू, दैट्स अ डब्ल्यू.
바이스일 수도 있다. 스턴 없고 플래시
क्या
빠졌고.
क्या चीज फिजा भाई? क्या क्या?
와인.
드론이랑 불벽으로 펌핑할 거고
불벽 없어.
로 가자.
불벽 없대. 나 스모크로 할게.
I heard A. I think they're still pretty intent on it, but that smoke does buy a bit of time for Zeta. They are set up to maybe pick some shots as they try to execute Gen G.
Yeah, I mean, Zeta's got numbers here. Just don't really
लेकिन
have the
स्टन आया
firepower.
नहीं ना रे. अगर उसका स्टन आता तो शायद कुछ
Sheriffs.
क्रेजी वो लोग कर पाते थे जोक
DLL
पॉइंट पे.
and Eco.
Ooh, texture.
तो इको के पास स्टन नहीं है, वो लोग होल्ड नहीं कर पाएंगे.
It's a good start for
ये
Texture.
क्या है
Could have gone
भाई?
either way. Shota does some
यार
decent
मैं स्टन
damage,
आया तो
but
था टाइम
it's
पे.
really not going to be enough. Sheriffs aren't even allowed to play.
One enemy remaining.
DLL deleted.
किसी बंदे का ये साल नहीं अगला साल छोड़ दे लैंग्वेज
secured for Gen G and they are rampaging their way towards a victory here.
लैंग्वेज निकुंज भाई
Gonna have to be timeout soon for Zeta, you'd think.
लैंग्वेज
Kind of hope for it. I believe it is coming into the next round. Just see the timer being paused. And they
हेलो
definitely do
बंगा
have to
लॉन्ग
kind
टाइम
of
नो
work around
सी
Gen
सब
G's
बढ़िया
aggression.
मैं तो रोज ही स्ट्रीम कर रहा हूँ
Gen G
कितने
now
कलर
with
का
confidence,
घर लोगे
a lot more decisive
भाई।
calling. They see little gaps.
वो बिंग्स का
they take
मग
one player
है
outside
चाय
B
में
main,
पानी जाता
and
है
like, yeah, we kind of know where we want to go. Let's double back in towards A site. And they've been showing this such more decisiveness in the
इससे कर अब
past several
क्या होगा
rounds now,
हेल्थ प्रॉब्लम
especially
चल
since
रही है
swap-
एग्जाम में
swapping
लगी
over
पड़ी
to
है
the
घर
attack
में
side. Look at that, 4 rounds
घर
in a
में
row.
सुन ही रहा
Everyone's
हूँ
just
और
continuing to
अकेले
pad
हूँ
stats.
तो
Texture
क्या ही
almost
भाई ये
mirroring
नहीं
Karon.
देख ये नहीं कॉमेडी के बीच में तू ट्रेजेडी कार्ड प्ले नहीं कर सकता ये नहीं चलेगा ये नहीं चलेगा ये नहीं चलेगा ये नहीं चलेगा ना 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 ये चीटिंग क्लियर कट चीटिंग है मेरी जान सेंटी ना ना नो सेंटी कार्ड्स प्लीज बख्शुदी के बीच में ना हाँ बाय द वे एक चीज बोलूं अपना यहाँ पे ऐसा है कि अगर लाइफ में कुछ गलत हो रहा है ना तो घर वाले सुनाते जब तू पास्ट जाके देखेगा ना कि सुनाने के आगे और वो लोग क्यों सुना रहे तब तेरे को इतना दिक्कत नहीं होएगा लेकिन क्योंकि हम लोग बीटी खाते हैं और वो बीटी में फैमिली सुनाता है करके हम लोग सोच नहीं पाते और डबल बीटी खाते तो उधर लेफ्ट राइट होता है बट आई थिंक वन डे यू विल रियलाइज क्योंकि मैं बहुत फैमिली टाइम अभी मिस कर रहा हूँ तो मैं अभी समझ पा रहा हूँ समझ रहा हूँ
Like Sugar Zero, maybe. No, he can't. It's just not safe yet. The drone does come in to check and clear a bit. They start to set up some kind of a trap towards market, maybe.
Okay, that's a good clear, but you don't want to be going any further.
मैंने तो लाइफ में अच्छा काम किया था तभी भी मार खाया था गलत वाला
This does end up being a B split.
मेरे भाई की वजह से मेरे पे नाम डाला था वहां से मेरा हरामी जीन्स आर्क चालू हो गया
Ball goes up. Here comes Ash. Good swing.
ये ब्लाइंड अच्छा है लेकिन ट्रेड ले सकता है ब्रो ब्लाइंड बहुत प्यारा था यार कैरन का आई थिंक दोनों ब्लाइंडेड हुए थे लेकिन स्विंग ले लिया
Missed shot from Texture. He makes amends for it off screen. Still, the numbers
Not bad,
are at a
doable
deficit
है
for Gen G, but they have been able to walk their way into
doable
B.
है
Texture is in a forward hold position. Athena is going to get the Hunter's Fury as well, so could use that to delay.
वाइटी की चैट पढ़ो 2 राउंड स्ट्रेट
Oh,
No tag.
thought it was a tag, not quite
Overtime में
connecting
पढ़ूंगा
onto
ना
XDLL,
भाई
but, oh, that's close as well.
फाइटी में मैं ज्वेल्स
Texture has
पढ़ता
an
हूँ
angle.
Yeah, buys a bit of time. Texture has to hit this next shot. In fact, probably almost has to swing.
सबकी लाइफ में लगे बड़े बंक्स भाई एक
Have a look.
बात
And he
पूरी
does!
चैट
And he does connect as well, and back onto the line. XDLL
Bro,
going to try to pre-fire the corner. Athena waiting on an
freaking-
off angle will delete Sugar Zero. And now we're back in action. It is going to be a wallbang battle. The Odins looking for one another. XDLL gets the better of Athena, but that time is ticking ever so quickly. And Texture,
टाइम नहीं
has he got
लेके
it done? I think he has.
Wow, क्या
No
clutch
time
किया?
for defuse. Gen G are going
गाली
to
सुना मिस
11.
कर रहे हो तो बता देना
Oh my God,
तुम्हारा
what a
नहीं
turn of events. Odin for Odin still, and it prevails.
सही गेला ज्ञान चौधरी का टाइम यार सबके लाइफ में लगे पड़े बंक्स भाई एक बार पूरी चैट के लिए अच्छा जिग्स कर दो क्या पता लाइफ में कुछ अच्छा हो जाए सबके चैट में मैं कर सकता हूँ मैं एक्चुअल में कर सकता हूँ लेकिन जिंक्स का रेट 2000 रखा है मैंने
For the Korean team that used to be at the top of their game, now they're starting to climb back towards it. 11-6.
यूएस से वीपी लूं तो मिलेगा क्या मुझे भी फ्री वो नहीं मालूम मेरे को
You would think so. Zeta's going to try
लेकिन
and
अगर तू फ्लाइट लेके इधर आया और फिर लिया
Where's this coming from?
उसका मैं गारंटी
really
दे सकता
investing. No real connections though going his way. Texture porting back on out. Doesn't actually get
हूँ
connected.
कैसे नहीं लगा
He
रे
got two before he fell. So that's mission successful as far as Gen G is
तो फ्लाइट
concerned.
में भी डॉच कर रहा है वो ब्लाइंड
And with that, then able to make a swift call towards the A site. Vice is down, so the utility's not going to bother them. They're just a bit more worried
इधर
about
नॉर्मल
position.
नियन में
Trying to
माउस
get
नहीं घूमता
some slight timing. Zapsol gives off his position. So now everyone's quite aware. A main being held to Karen continuing to mark the
किक
back.
के होम पेज पर हो आज तो अब घर पका क्या सच्ची एक से रे राउंड के बाद देख रहा हूँ
Okay.
Are you really बच्चा करें
Spanner in the works, maybe. Rascal still holding on to
भाई ये लोग कैसे
his
dodge
position
करते
and
हैं
buying a lot of time. He's not going to get the kill. Eco is doing a lot of work with the Sheriff at the moment. Shot going through as well. How is Eco putting this together? Athena, the last man standing, will try and hold it down. Defuse is safe for now, but Athena could get it down. The shock dart pushing him off the defuse. There's another one through. And Athena gets it done. Genji will indeed get to 12, but by the skin of their teeth.
Oh yeah.
Bro!
Definitely should not have been seeing Eco do that much damage. It was kind of unsightly, but very impressive indeed. Fault lines, every bit of utility. The rolling
हम लोग तो
thunder after
2v1 हो
we
गए थे
smelled
बे
that
ऐसे
slight
पे तो
bit
3v1 हो
of
गए
scent of victory.
लो
But even then, new IGL steps onto the plate. Debut game, and he comes in with a Red Bull clutch. Shock darts to make it happen as well. That is a hell of a bullseye. We go into the next one, which could be the last. A desperate buy for Zeta.
Gonna fall back here.
Bold line for Absol. Especially now that it's
अच्छे खेल रहे हैं दोनों डिबेट्स में
Drone's gone up and over
Chat?
the top. There's nothing really in mid that
मैं सोच रहा हूँ एक टीम बनाऊँ डिबेट्स गेमिंग
Could just sink everything into the B hit.
क्या बोल रहे
Sheer
हो?
wall stands in their way, of course. And they've seen that several rounds already.
और
Just playing it reserved as well, giving themselves options to back out if needed or to build up onto ults. Look at that. Rascal one away from run it back.
might not be even required the way
बॉल
things
भी
have been
ट्रिगर कर
going
दिया
for
भाई दूसरा
Gen G.
स्मोक भी डालना पड़ा
Does get triggered, so again Zeta aware that there's some happenings in B main.
Karen, off timing, sees that there is no lurk push. Now starts to rendezvous with the rest of his team. They can just
ओह
make a
शिट
full rush
हो
in
सकता है
towards B
वेले को
side.
लगे कि ये होने वाला है करके
Good push from Absol. I just think it might be a little bit too little too late as we see that hit coming
Whoa!
through. Shota lining up two inside of that fast lane. Ash and Athena had no idea. It's a missed shot though from Absol. Maybe Genji can have an avenue back in if they can pick him here in middle. He has stuck
Impossible.
around.
No
13
time.
seconds left on the clock though. They are just not going to go for
10
it.
seconds left.
Can't. There's really not much to do. Genji, a little bit
डिबेट्स
unfortunate for
मतलब
this round,
डिबेट्स
but they should have themselves a
हर
pretty good
मैच में नए
idea of how
डिबेट्स
Zeta
हाँ ना
tends to set up. Absol towards middle, maybe towards some extremities of the map, but also the Vise plus Sova to anchor down the B site. With the
It's the
ultimates
old
coming
bunks.
up in the next round,
हाँ
Zeta need to anticipate a potential, execute a potential hit somewhere.
ए मेरे को देखने
They've
का
done
था
pretty well
कैसे
in this
देखता है
round,
मैंने आज तक
especially with
इसका होम
Shota
पेज नहीं
being able
देखा
to get those anchor shots off of B main.
早くなる俺バスへ行くね
But the next round is where things really start to thicken.
Well, it's first round in the second half for Zeta.
Hey, look at that.
Better than nothing. But they are going to need another
चूता
5 in
बना
a
मेरे
row
पेट में
to make this a map of any interest from here.
ठीक है एक दिन होगा
Oh my god, this is a weird swap.
enemy mark
There's not much in terms of utility from Zeta. The delay hits on towards the B site.
डिबेट क्या होता है
This is elsewhere. They have some information though, at least.
It's a lot of territory taken early on in the round though for Gen G that
वो लोग का
Zeta
मिड
now
सेटअप भी अच्छा है
also
बेचारा
play
Look at that.
back on the B
वो
side.
लोग
They don't have
लड़ेंगे
any info on the B side of the map right now.
3 middle, op herd. Genji has a pretty good idea. Zeta's intention was to try to cut Genji off as they maybe tried to rotate back over onto A side, but that's not happening now. Zeta are
वो
slow to
अगर टैग
rotate.
में
They have no other
सीधा वो
information
डैश मारता ना
anywhere
तो
else.
शायद
It's just
उनको लगता
Shota.
कि
He
मिड
does have
सेटअप
Steel
नहीं है
Garden though.
Yep, he's got the thorns and he's got the wall as well. That could
40
really slow
seconds.
Gen G down. Here they go. But again, straight into that util. It's going to be the run it back That should burn all of it and maybe even get a kill here. Shota's going to go down. That is a miracle. A bit of magic from Rascal. I thought surely he could get nothing done, but in the end, an important opening, and that might seal the deal for GenG. A 4-5 retake now required for ZETA. Not much else to make it happen too. Yeah, fault line, everything flashes, but
लेकिन वो भी अकेला रिटेक वहां से क्यों खेलेगा?
kills too. Look at where GenG
just like KJ का ult और तो वहां पे बैठा है.
Those convergent paths don't connect onto anybody either. Rascal tucked in the corner, lets the first go by and then deals with the second. Not quite the third, but there is still enough coverage on this site for GenG to feel comfortable right now. A swing from Ash and a miss. That's not what you want. 2-on-2. Hunter's Fury in from Athena to play a delay, and ZETA just cannot afford that delay. There is no time. The map is done. They will not get the defuse. 13-7, GenG close map 1.
वो big kill था.
Just as quick as it happened.
World मरता तो retake थोड़ा easier होता
था.
भाई XGL तो क्या मार रहा है नहीं on ult को?
Curious composition. Happy, intrigued for a second. I will say
वापिस खुशियाँ,
it's the game itself. It's some of the micro plays. It's some of the intentions that you start to witness from how GenG is trying to operate. You can tell.
ये क्या है bad debut? Are you guys old? हाँ? चैट उसको जेंजी टर्म नहीं मालूम टिबर्ट्स. Come on man, come on. जेबी कौन बोलता है? डिबर्ट बेबी है कि नहीं? भाई मजाक सेट कर. जब भी तुम लोग का लाइफ में गर्लफ्रेंड बनेगा ना, कभी भी मजाक सेट कर. सीधा उसको बोल जॉब लगने के बाद, आज मेरा डिबर्ट है जॉब पे, ऐसा. फिर देख मतलब मैं बोल रहा हूँ.
감독님 일단 어센트 승리 축하드리고요. 먼저 최근에 합류하게 된 에피나 선수와 락스칼 선수의 1세트 퍼포먼스에 대해서 어떻게 생각하셨는지 들어보고 싶고요. 그리고 이 두 선수의 합류로 인해서 어떤 점을 기대해보면 좋을지 궁금합니다.
지금
language!
초반에 조금 저희가 비슷하게 갔지만 그래도 후반에 나경이 선수가 에피나 선수가 오더를 잘해줘가지고
prediction 되나?
민석이 락스칼 선수도 개인적으로 연습 때문에
अभी थोड़ा छोटा वाला
이긴 것 같고
पहला मैच जीता जेंजी.
두 명의 선수가 좀
अब देते हैं
장난도 잘 치고 그리고
पिस्तुला
너무
फर्स्ट
저희
राउंड.
팀을 항상 웃게 만들어줘요.
पिस्तुला फर्स्ट राउंड दे रहा हूँ. ठीक है
분위기가 좀
जेंजी.
있는 것 같습니다.
약간 그 텍스처 선수와 시너지가 많이 나는 것 같아요.
1 मिनट है तुम्हारे पास पिस्तुला के लिए.
Yeah, I think in the first half it was neck and neck, but then the second half Athena started making really good calls, and Raxcal was able to perform as he does usually in practice as well. So I think we were able to kind of close it out in an easier way. Compared to how first half went. And I think in terms of Athena, he really brings that energy. He makes us laugh a lot. So I think we have that good vibe going on. I think we can expect a lot more from this team going forward. These two players on the team. Thank you very much, Solo, and best of luck in the next map. 감사합니다.
Well, it was a close first half between these two teams, but GenG ended up stepping through here and winning out on Ascent. And I like what Solo has to say about the two newest members to GenG. Athena, unsurprisingly, is the vibes guy happening and making everyone laugh throughout. But Raxcal, he's new. He's so young, and he's new to the stage. And Solo has expressed how this is what we need. What we need is his good performance happening in practice, happening in scrims, to come through here on the stage. So looks like it paid off so far.
Yeah, I was a little bit worried for him in that first half. He took a while to get into the game, but then in the second half, I felt like both of them came alive. Those big clutches to keep the momentum going for GenG, and really solid Phoenix play from Rascal. So very, very impressive debut for them. They do steal away their opponent's map pick of Ascent.
Yeah, I think ZETA are going to be a little bit disappointed with that. Very clear that they had some good ideas.
Rusi sir, how's yours? Rusi sir, how's yours, dudes? आपका कभी आएगा पॉडकास्ट? आपने एक पॉडकास्ट क्या कर लिया, एक भाई ने 4-5 कर लिया. हाँ, ऐसा इवन होना चाहिए ना. मतलब एक तेरा एक मेरा, एक तेरा एक मेरा, है कि नहीं? मस्त एकदम Just got back from Singapore. He's on 10 first gun. हाँ ना, मैं कभी भी खोलूं फ्रॉस्ट बाय दिख रहे, लेकिन चैनल अलग है. बाय द वे चैट पूछ रहा था नेक्स्ट ईयर से क्या सीन्स है करके. कुछ बता सकते हो? अच्छा है ना, वो भी मार्केटिंग होता है. बात तो एवरीथिंग इज गुची, बट अभी परफॉर्म भी करने का कि लॉट ऑफ आइज है. परसों का मैच एकदम बूम बम करने का. Thank for the 2 months of cast. Those मेरी चैनल, love you too मेरी चैनल, love you too. We will win WWW. आगे का क्या प्लान है बताओ? 2027 let's talk. 2027 क्या सीन है? क्या हम कैप्सूल जी रख सकते हैं? क्या हो गया? Too much I say boys know what they have to do. They'll do it. ठीक है, boys are too far. ना करो यार, ना करो. If we go champs, then 500 gifted. झूठ है. I think जिस हिसाब से मूड में है ना, if we go champs, I think ऋषि सर will give 1000 gifted मेरे हिसाब से. मैं तो बोल रहा हूँ गिफ्टेड भी नहीं, 1000 सब्सक्रिप्शंस ऑन किक. आपका कैसा था आज? क्या चीज? मेरी मॉर्निंग अच्छी थी. सुबह सुबह केला खाया, चाय पिया. हैड अ वेरी गुड रिफ्रेशिंग मॉर्निंग. यप. मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ ऋषि सर, सुनो ना. हाँ, मैं जा रहा हूँ चाय लेने, ठीक है? मैं जा रहा हूँ भाई. इसके पहले ना.
Yeah, I think that was a really nice timeout adjustment to know that the Neon can beat that trap, can get in front of the util. They sort of countered that aggression with their own faster-paced aggression with the double duelist, and then you saw them manage to disrupt that half and then snowball that momentum into the attack.
I think at the end of the day, like recently, we haven't seen, unfortunately, GENG be a particularly competitive team. Although they had some very, very close games with some very, very good teams in the group stage last time, but I think they're a little bit underrated for how they understand to use the chamber and then the Neon comps in particular. They make some pretty good adjustments as I've been seeing, and I think that's just one example of them in that last game. And we can't count out the coaching staff as well. You know, that timeout like you called there, he has so much experience winning and losing now at this point that Solo and his coaching staff have managed to pull through. And, you know, you were laughing at my hot take earlier about GENG winning groups. I know this is still day
Calm
one.
down. It's map 1 Zeta division.
I know.
We gotta chill.
But is it so hot anymore?
No, I will say,
okay.
I think they dealt with it well. You know, those breach comps are often good for getting that first win on the board because it's hard unless you have practice against it. So GENG did really well to stave that off, and they will be moving on to their own map pick of Sunset, which is in itself a little bit of a surprise.
Yeah, I think it's an interesting one. We've seen GENG play this in the past, though, with various iterations of their rosters. I remember Texture running around on this map and having a pretty good time a number of times. So it's going to be well and truly within their wheelhouse. It's up to see what ZETA will be putting together on this map in particular, because I don't think we've seen either one of these teams play this map.
Yeah, I mean, I think comp-wise for me, for GENG, I think they can run more or less exactly what they ran on Ascent. I think the Chamber is strong here. I think the double duelist is strong here. It wouldn't surprise me if this is an archetype that they've adapted across most of their maps, because the meta is very favored to this style right now.
I mean, the last time I remember memorably Zeta playing Sunset was when Depp was still on the roster. They were running that Phoenix with him, and they had some success there, but it's a completely different roster now. Depp is so far gone at the moment. So I think this is going to be interesting at the very least. It could be just as interesting as seeing a breach on Ascent.
I mean, you could see a breach. You might see
Exactly.
Jet, by the way. We haven't finished off challenges Japan. You could still make it back in, to be honest.
Yeah, but over at EWC, we saw Nongxin play the breach on this map, so that makes me wonder if we're going to see it from more and more teams. I kind of don't want to see it because they've already shown that Genji are able to beat that style, so I think if they have a breach ready for this next map, they'll be a little bit worried that they have to execute much better.
Could definitely play Chamber on this map as well. Wouldn't be surprised to see them just keep slamming the exact same thing.
You know, Zeta's really good at having a couple of game plans. I think the thing they need more is a couple more game plans. You know, if the other team ends
I think
up
they need less game plans. They need more shoot the other team in the head plans.
They need more DMs. That's what they need. That's what I'm getting at here. Because it does just feel like there was a little bit of an aim difference. I felt like XDL was holding his own, but that was kind of it. Genji just looked at the.
I mean, look, it's like Zeta division is trying to do walking up and he's just gonna hit one button on the board, and then it's like, yeah, but nice util, boys. Like that was great. That was a great plan, but I don't really care.
Binks, best coach,
really
but
tough, you know,
even better player.
Stage, you almost forget
I would rather have him on stage.
Texture and Karan are,
Yeah.
and they showed up today.
Love
that must
you, yeah.
suck a
Love
lot
you, yeah.
for Zeta division, who isn't
Love you, yeah.
particularly known for like that kind of firepower.
Love you. By the way, एक genuine चीज मैं आपको व्हाट्सएप कर रहा हूँ. एक ये बस मैं इतना बोल सकता हूँ. इतना बस.
自分たち
इतना
のこのステージ2をやるにあたってちょっと自分たちの
अब
強み
बस
を探
आपका
してる時に
ध्यान क्रॉसर पे होता है या हेड पे होता है. भाई
そうです
मेरा ध्यान सिर्फ एक ही चीज पे है. मेरा ध्यान सिर्फ एक ही चीज पे, जिनको नहीं मालूम. एक सेकेंड. मेरा ध्यान सिर्फ एक ही चीज पे है, जिनको नहीं मालूम. यूट्यूब का बहुत क्रेजी नया फीचर आया है क्रिएटर्स को सपोर्ट करने का. ज्वेल्स सिस्टम नया आया है. आप ट्राई कर सकते हो, आप देख सकते हो. और इसका 100% क्रिएटर को मिलता है. तो टेंशन मत लेना. मेक श्योर टू लुक एट इट. समझ रहे हो. और जिनके पास ज्वेल्स है दे सकते. बेस्ट फीचर एवर. बेस्ट फीचर. जैसे ये लोग दे रहे मेरे को 250 ज्वेल्स का रेड कार्ड. यप 10 ज्वेल्स, 5 ज्वेल्स. यप इसके पहले कि तू धक्के मारे मैं ही साइड हट जाता. कुछ बाय द वे नहीं, कुछ नहीं चाहिए बाय द वे. बिंक्स का अर्निंग लीक हुआ क्या अभी तक? मल्टी स्ट्रीम कर रहा हूँ ऋषि सर. मल्टी
Stage guy.
2 रुपए तक नहीं आए उधर. कौन सुपर
इस मासूम चेहरे पे देखो.
कब आएगा मेरा घर?
हाँ, मासूम चेहरे को देखो एक बार प्लीज. मल्टी स्ट्रीम 50%. वही तो मैं बोल रहा हूँ यार, अगर मैं जेन्युइन हरामी रहता, एकदम जेन्युइन, तो मैं पूरा वॉच पार्टी उधर शिफ्ट करता, तो मैं कुछ क्रेजी कर पाता. चलो उधर बोलेंगे. अभी उधर बोलेंगे क्योंकि अपन ज्वेल्स फीचर यहाँ पे बता रहे. समझ रहे हो. चलो उधर पे आई विल गिव अल्ट्रा लिंक्स फॉर व्यूज प्लस वॉचर्स. आई विल हेल्प. डन सिन. आ जाओ उधर गाइस.
Iterations.
I
other teams, yeah, besides the stage.
I like the Paper X Sage. I was playing Sage when this map was first around. I feel like
especially with Manya.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I think the choke, especially on B, is so tight. You have a lot of stopping power. You also have that space to fight forward, and it makes your retake so much stronger. That's going to be a big thing to watch out for on both defensive halves here. If you can hold onto that wall, the retake becomes incredibly strong.
I mean, I really used to like their double E-knee with the breach, to be honest. You could dump traps on the choke points. You know, you're able to mid-round your way through some of these rounds. Again, though, I got my eyes on Texture here on this attacking side. He was just dry walking in B main and winning rounds.
We also had eyes on Texture 4 years back.
All right, casters, let's see if these two teams are going to give us something spicy for Sunset.
You'll give ham.
Spicy.
ऋषि सर नाम मान रहे क्या बोला यहाँ पे ऋषि सर ने क्या बोला
maybe what would be an upset here? Is that getting the win? Yeah, I think so. Especially for this
पे ध्यान होता तो बाल डबल होते बाद में तेरे को चिढ़ाते सेम मेरे जैसा हो गया तबीयत पानी के बाद एकदम बढ़िया भाई वो एक्चुअली मेरे को पता नहीं कुछ तो कर से मेरे बारे में जो बोला ना सबके उड़ गए मेरे से पहले
ये तुम लोग को लगता है ये
वहाँ पे ऋषि सर ने क्या बोला वो करना रिप्लाई करके तो मेरे को दिख जाएगा बोला उधर पे और लीक्स देंगे हाँ पता है वो मेरे को पता है फॉलो करो उधर फॉलो करो फॉलो करो
Feels like it could be similar stories as well, but this scene.
प्रीका ज्वेल्स का रिडीम करते हैं और नीचे आई थिंक एक ही टाइम कर सकते हो तुम लोग 50 मिलता शायद नहीं 50 रे 3 2 1 कांटेक्ट में अभी चलो लड़ो मारो ZETA घुसो सब जगह से कमिट
Oh, what a blender. Yeah, but Gen G are the ones that are doing the majority of the
कमिट नहीं करना
and the
मैं तो जेंजी के साथ
the blendies. Maybe Eco is fighting back. Good attempt. 1v2 though, as Texture did pick up XDLL.
Now you can plant.
Off camera. Plant's gonna be committed here. The coverage is good from Texture, but he dives away from the line on the wrong timing. The plan hasn't gone down now. It's really in check. Eco gets it done. That is a bit of a mishandle from Gen G. It seemed like they knew where he was coming from, and then Texture peeked away from the angle.
Crazy, bhai.
Happened there?
clutch mara.
Slight mistakes. I mean, let's take a look at it again.
मैं बोला मैं जेंजी के साइड पे
how often do we see these kinds of plays?
got exile from the
that trap
WG. All other foreign teams were trying for years.
Off of the smoke, some sharp
यहाँ का
shooting
पता है क्या
from
कितना
Eco.
सारे
Granted, he was doing that over
इधर का सीन ऐसे कि कॉन्ट्रैक्ट जेल भी है और परफॉर्म नहीं किया तो बिना सैलरी के और बोलते हैं hey we have to go now see ya
in the series for ZETA. See if they can continue to build off of it. They've got pretty good guns already in their hands, but just a default 2-1-2 hold to start this round.
Looks like Gen G gonna be happy.
hey guys कैमरा में देखो
Cage and a trip set up here for Gen G to try to get past and well
भाई ये वन वे बेस्ट है ये सबको सीखना चाहिए मेरे को आता है
Cage to perfection.
एक्चुअली राइट साइड चिपक के ऊपर देख के डालने का
Check out the main area. It's already been walled off. Texture.
Okay.
Gonna start this one off.
I think Sorta ने whiff किया रे
It's gonna be quite a ways away before they can actually start to push in, though. It's not fully cleared out yet. So they want to see if ZETA is going to be giving them more angles to work around.
उसने अभी भी टीपी नहीं मारा मतलब बहुत लोग हैं नियॉन आजा
Get some help to get out, and that looks to be
वो एंगल से अभी भी टीपी नहीं मारा बहुत लोग हैं आजा नियॉन
Smoke does go down, which slows things, but they are still working their way forward, and they're actually starting to swarm onto the side. The wall goes up just a bit too late. Absol out in front and on top of it, and that plant will be denied. So, round, all things considered.
Neon खेल रहा है वो.
Yeah, it's an attempt by Gen G.
Palworld नहीं खेल रहा Neon.
Get that spike down, get some extra.
नाम तो Absol ही है ना.
But
Pokemon wins.
This is what you want to see from ZETA. You know, starting to get a good sense for how.
Points दो अरे दे रहा हूँ.
You saw the Sage. You actually get right into the position where the wall kind of boosts you up even. Yeah. And that's just extra sauce.
कौन जीता था? ZETA.
Spicy sauce. Yeah, look at that.
अभी डालते हैं round 9.
Gotta keep up
इतना prediction देना चाहिए अपन को. What are your thoughts on it?
Saying that this is
नहीं.
their best composition, best iteration yet. I mean, let's see some of that.
Gen ZETA. 1 minute का ही 1 minute का ही.
Guns in hand for Gen G, first time in this map. Might bring with it a bit of change.
Decent damage from the round previous as well. So once again, ZETA off to more passive position. Shota could be scouting around a little bit more though. Has the camera in towards B main, kind of has an inkling of Gen G's presence. Kind of calls some of the team over. Absol pushing down middle. Ooh. A treacherous path ahead of him.
Seems to have navigated it pretty nicely so far. He's kind of split the difference between the team and Texture. He's the meat of the sandwich. Ash is so close to death.
गलत दिया क्या
no
prediction?
idea Absol has made this move. It's
उसको
all
पूरा
about
info
whether or
है.
not he finds the timing. And
दो
if he
मार
does,
सकता
it should be 2, which it will. And indeed also the spike drop too. That's a master stroke from Absol.
क्या भाई?
Texture dig out XDLL, but not at the cost of his life as well.
It's going to be a big trade now. Gen G's only way forward is to pretty much step into this B side.
क्या बराबर तो है prediction.
ZETA.
Yeah. Too much to do. Great
क्या
round
डोलो
though
का
from
मैप
Absol.
हल्का सा क्लीन था तेरे बोनस भी जीत गए वो लोग. हाँ.
ये
A
ब्रॉन्ज
quiet
प्लेयर
start
तेरे
to the
रैंक
map
पे
from
ही है
Gen G. There's no doubt about that. It's a little bit quiet in here as well. I think the Gen G fans are a bit perplexed about things.
ये
so
ब्रॉन्ज
far.
प्लेयर है ये तेरे रैंक पे
Would
ही बोल रहा
have to
है.
be.
छी है क्या रैंक?
It's a far cry from what we saw over on Ascent. Definitely slowing things down this much further. And
रेड कपड़ा
in
कौन
all
सा
that
पाल
absence
है?
of noise, it's
Legendary
Absol
spray
who
डालो.
sneaks
At least
in.
I'll need legendary
Like you
spear.
said,
तेरे को तो pal
That's
spear
a
में
lot
भी
more
हो
lively.
जाए.
Lovely
ओ
to see.
पार्टी हो रही है. ये मैं ZETA की तरफ से.
Always faithful in supporting the
Yay!
team
I say it, and I say it every time, but I wish I was that excited about anything in my life.
अच्छा है,
They
support
just
कर
look
देंगे.
like they are having the best time.
too. Oh my god. I wonder why
क्या हो
they
रहा है
like
ये?
It's football. But
Very
now,
early
either
time
way,
out.
this is
Very
a
early time out,
big
boys.
chance for ZETA.
3-0 पे.
They've gotten the bonus round.
2-0 नहीं,
They can
3-0
run
कर दे
away
वहाँ
with
पे.
this lead. Just several more rounds away from basically securing a lead for themselves for the rest of this map.
आज
And if
सुका
they
बेल खाने
actually
का कोई
do
प्लान
manage
है?
to bring that to fruition, then you're looking at a map 3.
Yep. Yep, bit of a spanner in the works for Gen G. Early attack timeout going to be called.
पकोड़े.
Without questions, I think, about ZETA.
पकोड़े खा के तो जमाना हो गया.
No, I have to have some about Gen
Huh?
G as well.
तो खुद ही एक पका जाए. क्या बनाएंगे?
We'll kind of have our fingers crossed for the timeout. We'll see what
ये
Solo
रहा
picks
आलू
up. It worked
पकोड़ा.
out pretty nicely for them
ये
back
रहा
over on
गोभी
Ascent.
पकोड़ा.
Yeah.
गोभी पकौड़ा कौन खाता है?
But for this round though, partial buy, you got tour de force.
मैं तो खाता हूँ भाई. Actually अच्छा लगता है पता.
No, you're just gonna rush into A.
Yeah, might be a bit of a quicker one. Fast lane down here from Ash. And indeed, Gen G trying to go fast, but they will be slowed
Maybe
down by
smoke
that orb
says
coming through
इस स्पेस
from
के पास भी था.
XDLL.
अभी वो लोग
Quickly
दो
well
स्मोक आने के
played.
बाद
Smokes
एग्जिट
as
मारेंगे
well,
क्या?
coming out from Sugar Zero. Now all the positions being held. Thinking about the wall. Let's listen in.
근데 월 줬다 월. 이게 조심하고 이거. 위에 나오는 건 내가 보는 중.
깰게.
सीधा करके आवाज तो दिया है उसने.
발소리 낼게 이거.
펌핑 한번 하고 하자. 펌핑 한번 하자 현철아 지금. 라우라.
하죠. 앞에 하나 있고 기다려. 내가 열어줄게.
확인.
한번 더 깰게 이거 하나.
वॉल नहीं दोनों स्मोक के लिए
이거
रुकना ही
짧게
पड़ेगा.
가릴게.
어.
기다려. 점핑 월친다. 그럼 사이트 블락 까줘 이거.
이거.
스모크 깎고. 블락 깎아.
Bro, sexy timing smoke
Well,
का.
no secrets as to where Gen G are going. ZETA have rotated a few players across. Still stuck behind that dark cover for now.
सब
Sugar
मर
Zero
गए.
boosted
सब
up.
मर गए सब.
Does get himself just the one. The trade
सब मर गए, सब मर गए.
eventually.
सब
they
मर
burst
गए.
their way
भाई
through
इतना
and
अच्छा
onto
क्रॉस
the
फायर
site,
था.
but
हेलो.
सब मर गए.
Ash also tagged up as well. Spike will go down. Winnable retake here for Eco and Shota.
Very much so,
Yeah.
especially with that wall. Athena,
आज
though,
तो
different angle being taken by
ऊपर
Shota.
वाला 65 months
Bolts
नहीं
push.
दिखा तेरे को
Finn's gonna go
दगड़दल.
down early. Brings it back to a 2-on-2.
बराबर दिया.
Karen is going to need some assistance in
Vishit-
a second, but
Vrishabh
headshots
bye.
are required, and they will be delivered. Karen for one, Ash on the line as well. They can
Excellent,
double
excellent.
swing this line. Smoke goes out as well to make life more difficult for Eco. It was
फर्स्ट
a
निकाला
hard
बे
fought
भाई वो लोग ने
first
विश
beat.
किया लेकिन वो लोग क्रॉस फायर एक्शन का था.
It's just so much uncertainty. coming
वृषभ
up
आज
ahead.
आगे
They
फॉर
weren't
दैट
expecting that burst
200
at
मेरी
all.
जान का
Felt like they had the
टोटे.
round,
अभी देखा
knew
है
that
दिलोस.
Gen G were
माफ करो.
sandwiched
थैंक यू फॉर
into
द
an elbow.
65 months.
But as
Love
soon
you,
as that
love you,
stage wall
love
gets
you.
propped up, even
Love
with
you.
the elevated position
Love
from
you,
Sugar
love you.
Zero, Karen with some sharp shooting just gets it done, man. I mean, it blocks off so much for
Bola
Zeta
ne
as
whiff
they
kiya
come in on the
lekin
retake. Forced that one single angle, which at this point,
मस्त
Genji just
मौसम
had that down.
है अपने यहाँ पे पकड़ा बेस्ट है हाँ ना
A little micro play to offset the crosshair placement.
अरे fan funding बंद कर, normal chat on कर.
Now you start off with
सिर्फ
around
fan funding पढ़ना
pressure
इसको.
comes in, baits out so much utility from
Jewels
Zeta.
देख रहा था
Genji
मैं
have kind of
Jewels
faked that they're going to go for the exact same thing they did in the previous round, and instead
Jewels
they move out their way into mid and they
no.
go fast as well. Zeta are scrambling to try to secure this
Slide.
rotation, but Gen
भर
G
दिया.
are relentless into the B
नहीं
side.
लेकिन हो गया ना
It's just
ट्रेड
Shota.
अभी सोएटा भी
Prowler is going
मरेगा
to find him, and Rascal will finish him off. That is a real
Bait हो गया
masterstroke
बेचारा.
mid-round call from Gen G. Ash is revived.
दूर से देख लिया था मैंने दूर
It's
से
information. Now you kind of know Zeta's already there.
Yeah, I mean, Zeta, where are they coming from? Might be from the defensive spawn side. Possibly.
यार ओमेन और डॉज कर सकता था खा लिया उसने
Well, XDLL
रे ट्रॉफी बाहर जाओ
not going to have too much
Exchange,
success with that
exchange.
walk up. Gets the slow orb through, but Rascal has another angle to fight on.
The
and
blue
back
main
up
ult गया
of Karen as well. It just seems to be no way back in
यार
for
उसका
Zeta.
स्लोअर भी उसको बीटी दे दिया रे
Shouldn't be down to just Sugar Zero, who desperately tries to tap onto the spike, but
Nice.
with his position revealed,
ऐसे
that's an
क्या हो गया
easy
time out
spray
में bro?
down. Genji back into the game, 2 and 3.
thank you for the trophy cake
some
मेरी
macro
जान
games right
के
there. That's what Keely was talking
टोटेक्स जी
about as
भाई
in terms of the macro game, right? Like off the previous round, like you mentioned, kind of thwarting the intentions, baiting out that much utility.
love you Binks
It's
bhai,
so
gobi
fluid from
pakora
them as
best
well.
है हाँ ना
So they already kind
मैं
of
बोल रहा हूँ
pre-planned that. Yeah, goes all the way up middle.
मेरा
Down
भाई
to
का
the-
फेवरेट है पता है
The res perhaps. But I
Manchurian
still
मेरा
think
आलू है
that one gives them some slight information. as
Sure,
to-
I mean, it's not the end of the world, is it? Especially given the circumstances. Now back to perhaps a bit of a
Yeah,
slow
yeah.
round here for
गई
Gen
रे
G.
तू पकड़ा बोला उसका कुछ नहीं
Work their way out into middle, or at least Ash
अरे तू
is. Going alone though, so
बराबर किक
wants to
का
be a
इमोजी
little careful here. Smoke's coming back. It would appear that Zeta want to recontest mid, and Gen G will respect that.
Actually make use of that as a slight window to perhaps
पंको मेरे को एक बात बता
elsewhere. Oh no.
जेंजी का लाइनअप देख और किस किस का डिबट है बता
Early, Karen's going to find another.
जेंजी
This
का
is just
हाँ.
fishing. Well, the bait was that early peek out
एक्शन
from
और कैरन को
Ash.
छोड़ के सबका
And unfortunately for
Ash.
Zeta, they actually bit
हाँ.
it.
देखा?
It's 3v5
Ash था,
with
Ash
just
था।
मैं तुम लोग-
pistols.
सिर्फ
Well, this
एफीना
is an
और
easy
आलू पकड़ा
scan
बात
from
मैंने
रैक
चैट को यही
क्या
बोला
नाम है?
था कि डिबट ही बोलते हैं
full kit of
उसने
utility
क्वेश्चन
as
भी
well.
नहीं
This
किया
one, you just
डेब्यू
flash
ये
back,
सब
sprint
ना
in.
समझ
Takes
गई
them across though from Zeta.
मैं बोल रहा हूँ तुम लोग भी
Couple of
अपने
good
गर्लफ्रेंड
shots
को
and they
ऐसी
could
बात करो
cause a
डिबट
bit
करके
of
तभी
a
पटेगा भाई
ruckus
वरना
or
टफ है लाइफ
will dislodge some of the ability for Zeta to actually have an impact on that entry. It's just going to be if Gen G actually push forward,
बैक
but
साइड
they
क्लियर
are
नहीं हुआ है बीटी हो सकता है क्या
disciplined enough to avoid that. So no harm done really to Gen G thus far. Now, time to push the issue. XDLL, it's a matter of texture.
3-3
Gen G
कमबैक ही मार
still
दिया
kind of
बे
just waiting to figure out exactly where Eco was. Now that he's been spotted, I think they have a pretty good understanding of what they need to do on this map.
ओ तेनू ट्रॉफी एक सेकंड बहुत सारा आ गया बहुत सारा आ गया एक सेकंड
Just hold position. XDLL, and
मैं
wanted to
एक
have a
चांस था
crack.
पता है
It's
दो मारने का चांस
not going to pay off. So 3-3.
रा
Another laboured round in the end for Gen G, but they get it
अब
done.
एक बार है ट्रॉफी
But this is after the timeout. You can just see how effective it is.
एक बार
as
देखो ना
well.
ट्रॉफी
Coach's value definitely proving itself.
नॉर्मली नहीं
This
बोल
is,
सकता
of
thank you
course,
for
an
the trophy
anti-eco.
बढ़ा दिया ना 1000 जीत वाला
Maybe
इसलिए
the same
थोड़ा
texture
ज्यादा
did get a little bit greedy, but you know what? They
1000
have
के
cash
ऊपर
to
है
splash,
हाँ?
so why not
1000
give
के
some
ऊपर है
information? They know
1000
exactly
तो
what they're
75,000 वाला
working
भी
against,
है
just holding those
तो उसमें
positions
कैसे
towards the
बोल
end as well.
वो कोई देगा नहीं
It's always a little bit more difficult for Zeta, especially on the defensive side. They're lacking quite a bit of information that they would want otherwise. They had trap setups before.
ये
or
मैं रात
towards
को ये
the
मैं रात को
elbow,
ये
but
मैं रात
not anymore this time.
75,000 वाला
Different
कितने का आता है,
positions,
Jack?
but also great slows.
75,000 का
Off.
हाँ?
Early picks,
हाँ.
early trades.
Slows everywhere.
Really did.
Ball's going to go up. XDLL
He wants to res.
slows things
XDLL
down
मारेगा
even more.
100
Let's
टक्का
want to try and take the fight. Rez was, I think, the last thing.
चार्ट में बोल रही है जानबूझ के कर रहा है
एक चांस था रे उसको
Gotta
मारने
spot
का
out his bones barrel
हाँ?
before his eyes close.
guys you have 50
Ooh,
free
Absol.
jewels
Thinking
please
about it.
redeem and send it please love you यार कुशन भाई
Nice line to find yourself on. Rascal
इतना
walking
साफ
straight
दिल
at
कहाँ
him.
से आया?
Routine shot for
मेरे से
Absol.
बंदे
Back
तो
to 3-on-3 mid.
शॉट
The
को
push from Eco. Catches Texture off guard.
सब
But I think
अफीना
has
पे
the
अभी
chance to equalize. Oh, they're all out everywhere.
बड़ी
Yeah, too many targets to shoot at. Now it's a drone.
पीछे देख
Meanwhile, by the way, TP
ट्राई कर सकता था अफीना निकाल सकता था अपना राउंड
to try and make
वो
something
ड्रोन
happen
के
over
लिए
there.
रुक
It's a
जा
हाथ
little bit
का
messy.
राउंड
The
दिया
plan is
बे
now
जेंजी
down.
ने लेकिन
It's been revealed as well. TP might have been heard, or at least
Huh?
considered by
Hatka
ZETA.
run
They're
diya.
marking the A main position.
Where else
of
could he
B main.
be? There's a couple shots. There's a good couple of shots. Hang on, half tick, but it doesn't matter. Karen with a huge 3K.
हाथ का राउंड दिया ब्रो
Oh my god. Once again, delivering his opponents to their deaths. Let's watch that one more time. Never take this man off of the controller.
क्रेडिट मत ले
Big Tim's
क्रेडिट
gonna have
मत ले
a word with
उसने
you
मारा
to do
है
that again, Zeta, Genji. It starts off with lovely aggression and the slight trap play as players walk back towards middle, catching Genji mid-transition.
कैसे
Athena was
बे
even taken down.
मम्मी ने तेरे
Just
कहा
the
है
slight flicks,
बोलते
ever
सुन
so
लिया
slightly controlled bursts. He's
आपका
already
पता
able to
पूछ रही है
and that was always
ना
what
करो
made
यार
Karan back then
ना करो
able to
अश्विन भाई
isolate
जाएगा
so
वाला
effectively.
ट्रॉफी
Zeta, if they had swung a bit more together, more coordinated, that could have been different. But
Well, they kind of tried to though, but
yeah,
it just
क्या क्लच
seemed a
मारा
little
बे
bit off with that initial peak that came through from Absol.
ना
He sort of
इम्पोर्टेंट राउंड
ducked
उसके वजह
back
से दो
behind the
राउंड
corner
निकला बे
as the
कैरन
peak
की वजह
came
से
through, and then more from Shota.
वो लोग का इकोनॉमी भी
And
बच
you were
गया
just a
सामने वाले
little bit
इको
out
भी
of
गए
coordination.
अभी वो लोग का
That's
अल्ट
all that
भी
it really takes
भाई
at the top
गलत
level. You have players that
गलत
are sharp
इम्पैक्ट
enough
वाला
to
राउंड
punish
निकाला
that
बे
kind of
कैरन
moment.
ने
Karen does that, gives the 4-3 advantage over to Gen G. Now it's not a massive lead, but if you remember, we were kind of saying the same thing in the first half.
Karan bhai OP
Close. There was
एने वॉज पटेगी सब होएगा सब होएगा सब
Zeta were
होएगा
looking good at one point, and then Gen G kind of ran away
आई थिंक
with the
कल
game.
कल है या परसों है 3 रीजन
I'm just getting word that it is one kill remaining for Texture to get.
अब की
to
स्ट्रीम देखते देखते
3,000
हाथी बोलने की
in
आदत हो
position.
गई है अब डर लग रहा है गलती से घर पे ना बोल दूं
I dare say he's getting that this game.
संभल के रहो भाई
yeah, no way he ends this half without getting one more kill. He's got the outlaw this round as well.
Hopefully we don't cast a curse that. That would be grim.
No way, no way, no way.
वो लोग ने मिड स्मोक डाल के रिपोजिशन
Doesn't
किया
get
है
a single kill.
He's leading the charge
भाई
right
अगर वो लोग
now.
पास
He
गन
wants it here.
गन्स रहता था ना पोजीशन वाइज रीड वाइज जेटा का अच्छा है बता
It's hunting season.
दो बंदे बी
For
पे
3,000.
ऑलरेडी ओमेन फास्ट रोटेशन पे है
Look at how far back Zeta are playing. They don't see anything towards A, so they kind of have an idea. But position's been scouted now.
They're going to go. Or they're going to fake going. They went half into the cage. Try to draw a rotate across.
एक
Sure again
choke-
hunting to see if there's anyone
choke
peeking
point
for
पे
information
blind.
right now.
कुछ हो
No
सकता है
info needed right now for Zeta. They are going to lock in with these players over towards B. Swing comes through. Absol
क्यों आया?
goes down to Ash. A
कि
double
बाकी
kill
वो
for
लोग
Ash, but he hasn't
ending
checked the
करना
corner.
पीछे
He does in the end.
हाँ क्या
Spin
इको
back
है
around. No kills on offer for
Ash ने
Texture. They're going all the way of
ऐसा
Ash.
लेके मारा फिर।
Smoked off. Oh no.
डायपर भाई
nice.
जान वाला 16
That
मैच
was just
लव मेरे
everything
जान
we could have wanted to
जोड़े
happen in that round. Texture didn't get a kill. Ash didn't get the ace. What's going on there?
Ash
नहीं लेकिन वो
almost
लोग का
missed
बेस्ट
the
प्ले
corner,
वही था
but
ओमेन
finds
ब्लाइंड
it at the end.
और उसके पीछे पीछे ये
It's
आके
almost kind
नियॉन
of
को मारा
also
नियॉन मारा नहीं वो बात
standard
अलग है
operating
लेकिन
procedures for Genji. I kind of like
Try it
this I don't know, reformed identity for them. I mean, it's always been in their DNA still. right?
beside dollar
Texture
sign
is
you will
trying
see a
for
gift box tap on it
the rest of
redeem
them as well.
the jewels please send it to Binks it's for
Always
free
with
for you
4Ks.
but very helpful for Binks कुशान
Well,
भाई
we've been
सच्ची
some
ऐसा
humor
दो
to
तीन
keep the
बातें
spirits
आपने
up
और
with the
कर
whole
दिया ना
team.
एक साल में मैं सच्ची बोल रहा हूँ
Run it back.
अंकुर जैसा मोड हट जाएंगे मेरे
Line through
हिसाब
the
से
scoreline. Gen G again look like they want to be going fast here. Ash is so quick through the middle of the map. This is crazy.
Yep.
Prowler hunting and Texture gets his
Shot bhai.
3,000th
Bhai, drone
career
मारता
kill
ही
in Pacific. Gen G are off
ये
to a
कहाँ
good
से
start.
आया
Ash
इधर?
with this flank is just causing such a ruckus. It's gone a little bit wrong though as the retake comes earlier than he had anticipated.
team now stuck inside of elbow.
अरे साउंड बिट अरे मार सकता था टेक्सचर साउंड बिट अच्छा किया था
It's going to be the round that Gen G wanted it to be. I thought that started so well. I mean, Ash's space was really
Well-
good, but I don't think he was expecting that extra player so close.
भाई लैपटॉप पे देख रहा हूँ
Rascal, though,
किधर भी
might have
देखो
some
कोई
ideas.
सुन
If he's able to cut someone off, could
I wish मुझे भी पिंकी दी जितनी अंडरस्टैंडिंग वाइफ मिले. You're so lucky. Understanding. Understanding.
Great angle.
Huh?
5-4. ZETA are still in the fight at the moment.
Quite competitive this map so far.
बेचारा अबला नारा पे क्या बीतता है ना.
अबला नारा.
Coming out from ZETA again.
ये सिर्फ उसको मालूम रहता है.
किसके लिए अबला नारा?
A side execute that
समझ रहे हो?
tended to employ so many of those rounds early on from before, after ever since the timeout was called. But right now, either way,
Side eye मत देख.
career milestone hit. Just gonna keep moving forward.
देख रही हूँ तेरे को.
Conditioning's already been done, so it always
Side
keeps
eye
a
से
couple of
देख.
ZETA players invested at least towards A.
Wow, that's a crazy palpable joke. NGL
It's a Pokemon joke.
देख रहे हो understanding.
B-side has typically been
Side eye, side
a
up.
point of contention for Gen G, so you can understand it from ZETA.
लो कास्टर भी अंडरस्टैंड कर रहा है इसका अंडरस्टैंडिंग को. कास्टर भाई 3 साल में मैंने समझ पाया. टाइम लगेगा.
लिटमस. अबला नहीं उबला नाला.
Quite far back.
2 फ्री मॉड निकलने वाले. कन्या भाई पिंकी दी के होते हुए छुपे के टाइम देते हो. अबला नारी होगा लैंग्वेज. क्या लगता है ड्रोन मारेगा? हाँ ड्रोन मारेगा तो कुछ क्रेजी हो जाएगा क्योंकि वो लगा रीड गलत है.
This is terrible for the Japanese squad.
डीले भी नहीं कर पाएगा.
Texture.
मेरे हिसाब से खुद है ना स्मोक डाल के स्मोक के अराउंड खेलेगा क्या? वो स्मोक ही नहीं है. हेलो पिंकी दी के पति हाउस इज मैं एकदम गुची रन बाय. दैट वाज 200 जूल्स देता है. दैट वाज 200 मेरे जान कर दे. फर्स्ट बदर अरे जूल्स देता है. शाउट आउट प्लीज फॉर दिस डाइवर बाय. शाउट आउट टू यू.
आप ही हो क्या?
The rest of Gen G are so aware as to the only other avenue of entry for ZETA. Marking the drop. Texture has the op.
Full util है भाई. Easy retake क्या?
In this round so far, Athena up close and personal will be noted but not dealt with. Shota does get 2 eventually, and now it's Ash's turn to try and double down. Doesn't happen.
बहुत util बचा था. मारा भी crazy.
What on earth?
कैपिचुलेट हो गया वो लोग.
You gotta take a look at that again. Multiple shots.
लिटमस प्लस टू अंकुर तो उधर मॉड भी नहीं है.
लेकिन वो लोग पास बहुत यूटिल था. डिले के लिए आपने बस कुछ काउंटर यूटिल नहीं था. आपने पास मतलब ग्रोथ इन सीजन 2.
And that was the opening for ZETA to launch themselves into sight. And Shota, oh, they lined up perfectly.
ज्वेल्स का ऑप्शन नहीं आ रहा मुझे. कैसे? हेलो
ये बॉमर उधर जा.
ज्वेल्स एक्सक्लूसिव स्ट्रीमर डूड.
उधर जा. इधर मेंबरशिप भी नहीं है. उधर जा.
To bring the score to a tie, and now they're going to be the ones with an op.
Points दे.
Back towards A site too.
कौन जीता था?
A bit of a change in defense from ZETA this time around.
कौन जीता था? 9th round कौन जीता था?
And the wall going up. No one on top of it, but information there for Gen G that there was a player or 2. They did spot Sugar Zero and they have dealt with him as well. Ash again, the double on the entry. Nightfall goes through and doesn't spot anybody else, but Absol is still lurking around. This time, Tech Shot will make no mistake. And Ash is doing what needs to be done. Gen G
crazy.
Resourceful is the right way to call it too. I mean, this
कौन
is
जीता था?
fantastic. Tremendous work coming out, especially from I guess the
हंस
new
कोई.
IGL.
बको हंस के दिया कोई.
Calls it out right from the previous round. Kind
Good
of
था.
gets a sense of how
दबा दे बड़ा हंस की मेरी जान कर दे.
नहीं आता क्या स्क्रीन पे ऐसा.
So
यहाँ पे आता
surely
है.
they're not going to stack it again, and even if they do,
पे आना
it's a
चाहिए
full 5. As soon as that wall
I
comes
think
out, he
Sydney
slams
की
it
है.
shut.
वो नूडल्स खा
And
रहा था.
everyone just
अरे
asserts
मॉड्स
themselves from
कौन जीता था
Jet.
9th round?
Overall over the A
ZETA
side.
जीता था मेरे हिसाब
Without
से.
numbers, with all that utility
ZETA
spent,
did.
ZETA couldn't fight
ZETA.
back. The next round comes up, and it's the last one of the half. Texture brings toward a force.
5-3 से 5 हुआ तो
ZETA
नहीं.
asserts themselves in middle.
अरे बाप रे 2 मरेंगे क्या हिट से?
Oh, couple of whiff shots there from Karen, but
इन्हें कैसे मर गया?
a res involved in the meanwhile as well, so we're back to a 3-on-3. They know that they've got Shota dead to rights in the corner, but he's going to go down swinging if it goes down at all eventually. Texture will catch up with him.
Eventually gets chipped down to 6 HP as well. possible 1v2. I don't want to count XDLL out yet, but this wall might make it a bit more tricky.
पता नहीं मेरे को ये wall इतना अच्छा नहीं लगता है.
His only choice, he steps out towards market. Texture is a great line for this.
Plus दिखता भी है, Edward दिखता भी है.
Not actually watching it, is he? It's Rascal that's watching, and Rascal that's hitting the headshot as well. 7-5. An important round at the end of the half. Keeps Genji with their noses in front.
ZETA नहीं तो 10th round, 9th का पूछ रहा हूँ मैं.
Still feels like both teams are relatively treading water with how close this
Chat जो लोग भी वाइटी पे देख रहे हैं लाइक कर दो.
But
और लाइक करने के बाद इधर जाके देख सकते हो.
I mean, you can still see the effects of the round-to-round calls. This one, ZETA just kind of crosses
Exam से आगे Binks bye. कैसा
trying to catch Genji.
Screen पे आ रहा है देख. Oh shit मैंने miss किया.
Not until the trades.
I think ZETA जीता था. Can I go with my thinking?
Fortunately for them.
रुक जाओ यार तुम लोग ना सच्ची.
ZETA still trying to keep up to it. They've had some pretty miraculous rounds. They've had some pretty sneaky team plays, trap setups.
9th round.
The way they
ZETA.
swing together. But still kind of far and few between.
मैं होती तो ऐसा नहीं करती. मैं mod पे भरोसा करती हूँ.
MVP again, Karan. Especially
और mod ने भी डाला रहेगा points तो.
Yeah. I mean, that could be the recipe for success this season for Gen G. Things are looking good, and I don't know if I'm quite ready to get off the Victoria Cheng hype train just yet. First of all, I don't know if she knows how to drive a train. I feel like it could be kind of dangerous. No. But
Pistol जीता तो GG 2-0.
Gen G looking good. Seeing some of the individuals.
अब क्या करके ले वाइटी और किक दोनों दिख रहा है. वाइटी पे ads off है.
वाइटी मत देखो ज्वेल्स भेजो वाइटी पे. देखो मत ज्वेल्स भी भेजो.
I'm not prepared to dive in just yet, but you know I'm keeping a cursory glance in that direction.
It's stage 2, day 1. We're map number 2, but yes, we remain hopeful. I think for both teams too. I do.
सब full speed में utat मारा ना मैडम.
Still, they did take the pistol on
this
one.
वो ऐसा बच्चा भाग गया था फिर.
वो छोटू ना.
Should have held the stack. It would have been the perfect sight.
कैसे मरा बे? बराबर था ना Fina का shots.
Who it was? I think it was Ash that sort of was like, I don't really want to do this, and left, dogged the boys.
और किसे connect नहीं हुआ रे shots?
Buckled at the knees. There's quite a bit
इतना
of
up
pressure.
down था 3 बंदे. Read भी बराबर था, सब बराबर था.
That is now ZETA in control, especially towards middle.
इसने भेजा देखो
उधर.
Same दिवांशु वही.
Trying to work off of, but
yes.
इसका मतलब ये लोग गोल्डी बाइक का सब्सक्रिप्शन लिया है.
Genji have already rotated or split themselves thin.
ठीक है.
So really.
वही वाला.
ठीक है.
100%. Genji don't really have
ठीक है.
the ability to be the proactive team here.
ठीक है.
Hey Aditi.
Hey Aditi.
Smoke, always playing
किधर है?
safe. Drone now heard by Texture.
Well,
Hey Aditya.
So let's see what he can do. Now he has to hit some shots. Got that headhunter.
कोई ना कोई तो रहेगा.
He finds one
Shot.
before porting back. Got a bit greedy for the second shot, and it's a good thing that he did.
30 seconds left.
4 more rounds too.
Planted.
Yeah, rotation coming through from Gen G as well.
अगर फेड ने वॉल तोड़ा वो लोग सब जगह से वो प्रोएक्टिव बे.
Then this round really opens up. Paranoia has gone well past him, but still not able to capitalize on top of that. Athena dropping. I do wonder if Karen's position.
But W बे.
He's managed to creep out pretty significantly, and there's a good connection, but now has to start to get on that defuse, and looks like he just wants to sit it. Goes for the half, and DLL all over that.
हाँ ऑफ करके छोड़ दे.
So Gen G.
बस मैं आपका और मेरा शैम्पू का खर्चा खत्म होने वाला है. मेरे भी हाल आपके जैसा रहे.
19 साल का ये 19 साल का नहीं है.
हेलो.
Trades out towards middle, which really sets the round apart a bit. Texture though definitely bought so much.
लेकिन वो लोग मिड फाइट की वजह से आ
for
रहे
his
हैं.
team, just being
मिड
able to
फाइट
find
वो
those
लोग के
two
फेयर में
quick
जाना
kills.
चाहिए था.
But ZETA instantly recognized what they needed to do, right? Considering that there may be rotations coming up, perhaps market.
3-3 sexy खेला ZETA. 3-3 sexy खेला.
To do it together as a squad, they take down Athena, and that's where they really cement themselves in. Guns now
51. What the fuck?
again, and they keep
Language.
things ever slightly so slow and steady.
Yeah, don't want to be running into any stacks.
Guys 2 दिन पहले इसको मेरा birth year तक पता नहीं था.
Once again has got headhunter active, but his head is the one that's been hunted this time.
Don't mind that. You
Game पे
would start
focus
to
करते
kind
हैं.
of read that Texture might be fishing out for these, especially as the chamber and
Yeah,
especially the
100%.
fact that he's Texture. So
I think it's a good idea from ZETA for sure.
and then now to just decide on a site, you know, take your pick. Either
अभी
way,
से
Genji
यार
are
अगर
gonna
जिस
be
दिन मैं बर्थडे
either
भूल
2
गया
or 2 or 1 and 3, and in this case, they pick the
हाँ
right one.
सीधा कलेश होएगा लग रहा
Obviously.
There's nothing you can do there. Drone gets the info. Easy kill for Absol.
है उसको डरा रहा तेरे आगे जाके आओ क्या मारने करके
Wait until round number 15.
ये तो अपनी लॉबी निकली
Hey. And that's just lovely information as well. And if you take a look at what's going on the site too,
ना
they've
गुड
been
बोनस नहीं हुआ
kind of playing the long game for this one, feeding all
6
the
7
options over to
खत्म
XDL,
क्या
who just got the spike down
जेंजी गिरी
too.
खत्म तुम लोग
So
का
we're
एक
looking
बंदा
at
6 7 नहीं लेगा
a relatively early res
क्या हो गया बे
for ZETA to work
Please
off
move
of. Once
on,
again,
grow
always
up.
keeping options available for
बदल गए
themselves.
बे
Unk, grow up. That was like so
Trying to
2016.
maintain
2016
as much of an
Yeah.
advanced lead as possible. We'll tie up off of this one. Minimal damage sustained as well means they're going to be going to the next round
अरे
with
ले आलू पकड़ा
weapons that can
क्या
match
देखो.
Genji's full buy. So there's a real good chance for ZETA still in this map.
क्या वाइब आ रहा है चट क्या वाइब आ रहा है क्या वाइब आ
I
रहा है
think they've got something prepared on this defense.
क्या वाइब आ रहा है
That's true.
And obviously in the second half with the guns in hand, I'm sure that brings a
और
little bit
कितना
of a
grow
change.
भी तो चल नहीं पाएगा.
हाँ लैंग्वेज
Won't be seeing Texture do that if he's got
क्या
the-
वाइब आ रहा है मेरे को हल्का सा स्मेल जेटा की तरफ से आ रहा है
なんかセットやるか
हम्म?
Yeah, that's
हल्का
one
सा
that
जेटा वाला
I'd
वाइब
be
आ
a
रहा
bit
है मेरे
worried
को
about as well. If things switch up then for Genji to start to play maybe too passive.
ये
Who
शादी के
knows?
बाद अपने आप
easy
तोतला हो
win.
जाता है या
It's gonna be
सीखना
the guns,
पड़ेगा.
And their own
नहीं, अपने
variation
आप,
of
अपने
the
आप,
A
अपने
setup.
आप.
Early wall
क्योंकि
comes
बहस
out.
नहीं कर सकते ना
Some slight
बहस
footsteps
के
as
साथ
well.
बहस
It's gonna
किया
be Karan to jiggle
मतलब
around elbow. Why not?
बहस के वक्त अगर बहस किया
Paranoia
तो
or
फिर
a swing from Ash.
इसलिए वो हो
Looks
जाता
like
है
that is going to be what the setup will be. Ash doesn't spot anything though.
Keep holding on to that paranoia.
Shota's still on the line. Genji going to look to try and clear him out.
दो मारेगा
Can't get the 1-for-1. Karen
कोई नहीं है
moves out
उधर.
the A side very nicely and Texture spotting middle.
Down mid.
5v3 है
It's going
डिसिप्लिन
wrong
प्रो
for
मैक्स
ZETA. There's
टिपी
another kill on
नाइस
offer, but
नाइस
Texture not game
नाइस मेरा कॉल
to
सुना
continue that
नाइस
spray battle. Backs
Nice.
out, happy to take the 5-on-3 advantage and
आप
hold the
इसे
site.
मारते क्यों नहीं हो पे?
एक साथ
Alongside
1 2 3
Avina, good
नाइस
swing comes
नाइस
through from
नाइस
both.
मेन ही ले लिया बे भाग भाग के
That is a brilliant
Spike
looking
drop.
round from Gen G. They
Shot,
barely
man.
make a mistake. Zeta
Oh.
kind of walking into
The
the
map देख रहा था
1-by-1 and it's been easy for Gen G. Now they've got the guns in hand.
मैप देख
No
रहा था बे
kidding.
वो कंफर्म कंफर्म
Genji just read
30
ZETA
seconds
like a book on this one. Effectively kiting the Japanese team too. I mean, you look at what happens out towards A. As soon as that happens, Texture gets a great read for what the rest of the map's going to look like. Starts to position himself to cut them off towards middle. Finds the one. Starts to TP away. There was only one
10
way
seconds
forward
left.
then for ZETA. And just not being able to find the mid-round calling to make it happen even. Now they're, well, it's just Absol completely surrounded. Tries to at least maybe get one more alt
W
point, but
round
not happening. Genji answer back. Bonus
because he
denied.
loves you
Genji
तो
holding on to the lead
उसमें
as well.
कभी कभी भूल जाते हैं he is not
This is a really
getting
important kill as well. The
distracted
fact that
by
this happens
ears
cleanly
Paid
is a
super
big
chat.
difference maker.
not getting
If
distracted
you
by ears
get the 1-for-1 there, or if somehow he gets
Paid
a
super
couple,
chat.
you know, it's a bit more of a scramble.
That's
to
all
take
I
W
have.
मेरे तारीफ में
control.
बोला उसने W मेरे जाने के
Gen
बेटे
G, everything goes well for them. The initial push outside.
अब
of A,
आएगा crucial
hold
round
in mid.
ये अगर
The
round
round is
Genji
pretty
जीते I
much
think
over
they
for
win the
Zelda.
game
Just lost too much map control.
To be
89.72%.
honest, I'm scratching my head a little bit with that very deep insert for Shota, but either way now, Texture's emboldened by the
Wait.
past plays.
Again, a good start for Gen G. It's got
Wait.
Zeta on the back foot. Gonna go for the revive, and we'll hear from Zeta as they try.
So
to
for
put this
final
round
boss डरते हैं
सोफे पे ही सोया है कल रात को ये. Just saying.
ब्रो ये क्या गले
走るとこ言って。あれ、ドローン回したこれ。
トップ右もらう、左もらうわ、左。
左ね。はい。ボックスに。 밖에 또 돌아프.
Right
밖에
here.
밀어.
자, 밑에
이메
사이드로
빼라,
올려, 사이드
여기다.
하면서
밖에 빅 시작하나 또. 아, 세.
भाई
펄타.
आवाज आता है
이메
하비 하리게요. 그래, 하비 하리게요.
पता है लेकिन वो लोग को शायद टिम्पी की वजह से वो लोग
이기네,
एमन फाइट नहीं ले रहे थे मिड ले रहे थे
Well, slow and steady from ZETA, but it might be about to pick the pace up a little bit here. Ash will use that fast lane just to get back out to safety. Mid control lost for GENG though.
That's a judge as well. ZETA deciding on the A site. Genji already in position.
Actually, W is split chat.
Rascal needs a kill or two here. Gets one. No more than that. Karen might need to be the hero
Spam में
once
मरेगा Karen.
again.
Guaranteed.
Hiding inside of the dark cover. It is being watched for right now by XDLL. Plant going down. Looks like Karen's just going to play for the retake.
Spike planted.
Another dark cover goes up in the faces of GENG. This is
कुछ भी नहीं है स्टन
tough retake, you'd think,
शॉट
but
पे
again,
Karen
Karen making the difference and looking to get a bit more space for GENG.
बंदे देगा क्या वो
Providing enough of a distraction maybe for the swing to come through. That's perfect timing for GENG. Ash goes through the smoke as Karen gets peeked. You could not ask for a better retake timing.
बोला
This is unbelievable.
काहे क्या आलू
I
पकड़ा
want to take a look at that again. Maybe
आलू पकड़ा
if we could have listened to Genji's comms as well, because that was so interesting. Yeah, ZETA, you know, they try to do what they do best.
यार
slow and
उसका
steady.
बैटर
They
बनाने
actually
का आलू
tried a bit more
काटने का
macro
ये
this time as
टास्क
well.
के
I
भी
admire that they broke that trip outside of market before actually hitting the A site.
उसमें
But
भी
the
आलू
problem
काटना
is,
पड़ेगा छीलना तो
Genji
पड़ेगा
gets
ही
a
ना
great read off of that. There's
बॉयल
not
भी
much
करना पड़ेगा वो
else in
अलग
terms of
फ्राई
pressure
करना पड़ेगा
towards
वो
the
अलग
B side of the map. So
फ्रायर वाला नहीं
as
कर रहा
everything
मैं हिंदी
heads down towards A, yeah, Rexco does what he does as well.
वही ना
Karen to sneak away 1 or 2 kills. That makes
आइसक्रीम
all
भी
the
खाओ
difference.
हेल्दी
Karen
फिंगर
is
चिप्स
right
भी
now
खाओ
in the
हेल्दी
server. I mean, GENG are just getting so much value out of Karen at the moment.
चुपचाप बोलो ना बाहर का गाना है
Sneaky with a wall boost, but sees
अलग तरीके से
everything
बोलना
outside of
पड़ता है
A
वरना
is clear as
चुपचाप वो
well.
गाली
That's
देगी समझ
great
रहे हो
information, great intel for GENG. Orbs for ZETA.
नेक्स्ट एक राउंड जेटा जीत
Once
सकता है
again,
बहुत
slow and
अल्स है
steady, build up to
लेकिन आई
ults,
थिंक
hope for a good gun round.
वो दो
They
राउंड ने
might
बीट
come
ही
in with
दिया
an execute at some
लास्ट
point.
राउंड वो लोग जो आ रहे क्रूशियल वाला और मेन वो
Not really yet,
कैरन
not this
इम्पैक्ट वाला
time.
राउंड
And
वो
look
तो
at how
होना ही नहीं
GENG
चाहिए
have
था
adjusted.
बिग
their
बेस्ट
setups
बेस्ट
to
उधर
the
पेट पे
trade
मजा
market
ला
this
बेटा
time.
बर्बाद देखो तो
Up the
बॉडी
top and middle.
चिल्स तो ना
That's going to slow things down. Ash is in position to slay them down as they might try to tread through.
वापस सेम
Okay. Falling off the left side of middle. It's going to indicate they probably want to go towards A. Could be an A split. GENG cottoning onto that possibility as well. You can see the push starting to come across from Texture. He's run straight into Absol. It's not really going to help out too much. The info was already there. They knew that ZETA had middle. So now GENG going to look to try to re-aggress outside of A, see if they can take some of that space back away, which they do, but it's going to be very quickly backfilled in by Eco.
वो लोग को ना डबल फ्लैंक आना
Ash
चाहिए
is
पता
going to make matters worse here as well. Karen needs this duel, and he's surely not going to win it now. Absol and Eco,
फटाफट जीत गई
and it might well be an Eco win for ZETA here as well, as they've got that plan down, and it's all on Athena to try to retake in a 1v4.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Such incredible patience, I guess I have to say. I mean,
Yeah, 100%. ZETA just
भाई लग
bide their
गए
time and wait
जिनकी
for
के
GENG to make the mistakes.
and then, like, it's really biding their time. This spike wasn't even down by 15 seconds. Some teams might, you know,
मैं वो आपका
buckle
स्ट्रीम
under a bit
मेन
of
होम
pressure
पेज पे
from
दिखा
that
रहा है नहीं
point,
दिखा
but
रहा है
not saying
तुमको
that, no,
दिखा रहा है
this was
शायद
their
मेरे को
game
नहीं
plan
दिखा रहा है
all around. Slow and steady.
आओ आओ
The wall comes up towards middle.
आओ 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 आओ
And even as
आओ 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 आओ
Karen and Ash, I believe.
क्या
yeah,
थ्रो था
tried to
नहीं थ्रो तो
decide
नहीं
on,
था
you
वो
know, a
लोग का
single point of
पहला
space
किल
to
तो
push
भारी
through,
पड़ा
you
लेकिन
know,
उसके बाद
get a bit
एल्बो
more breathing room
बराबर
for
ही फाइट किया वो
themselves.
लोग ने
That's just
यूटिल यूटिल
ZETA
डाल के
continuing to like stay controlled around that space. They didn't go too far aggressive. They took their
ये
time with things.
इधर ये कुछ नहीं कर
Managed to
पाया
stay in
उधर
position for
प्रेशर
one
आया
of the
शॉक डट आया
trades, and despite the nightfall and
ये
everything,
क्रेजी
sent
मारा
in
थ्रो नहीं था
just some steady hands, stopping power with the sheriffs. They managed to pull up the thrifty. Look at that. 8-9. They have a good chance to turn this around. GENG will still be able to afford things though, so maybe a bit more desperate than Texture.
लैंग्वेज मेरे टटे
Starts to play around A, but no one's there to greet him.
वो रिकमेंडेड में आता है गैस
decides
पता
to
नहीं
push this. He
शायद
could keep going if he's hearing all these footsteps in middle, and particularly with Karen finding that opening pick.
नियॉन का ओनली वीकनेस वॉल के बीच में से
Texture will
मारो
hold strong for the moment, but it's Actually going to be on Athena. How this round plays out. Gets the 2K from up close and personal. And that is going to bring GENG scurrying across into the site.
Oh, CZ डाल के कुछ fight नहीं लिया. Proper sound पे fight लिया.
For a fight before they try to get that plan down. Hunter's Fury is going to be ripped as well. But Ash says, well, if you're going to be popping the Hunter's Fury, that means this is a 1v1 onto Shota, and I'm for sure going to win that. So happy to take that fight. And GENG build the lead out to 2. Trouble is, ZETA are making this competitive enough, but they're just still
last round, guys. It's got match point with angle.
Push comes to shove. Eventually, it's going to be GENG that hits 13 first.
Yeah, let's just thank you, Diaper by angle. The 40 मेरी जान के 30
as well. Like, still a shooting game at some moments, and then a lot of these like little 1v1s you called it, or maybe even Athena showing his experience in that little moment. Saw a hit, anticipates the next peek to come out before the player even peeks in. Sudden straight execute from ZETA then though, but Texture's in position.
Trademark there as well. He's going to spot Absol out. Won't matter, gets the entry anyway.
एक chance था, एक chance था,
as well. Karen will not save the day this time.
Time out आने वाला. I think दूसरा time out आने वाला
chat. We saw that as
I
well.
think दूसरा time out आने वाला. Heavy left right किया, heavy.
And it's worked for them here as well.
Switch things up. Okay.
लग रहा.
And really the problem this round was then, you know, because they haven't really seen too much
Binks, do you think Texture को duelist खेलना चाहिए? Yes, I think Texture को duelist खेलना चाहिए. और कैरन को duelist खेलना चाहिए और अफीना को खेलना चाहिए. तो क्या? एक already खेल रहे हैं और 3 आ जाएंगे. 4 duelist strat बना सकते हो लोग.
And now we're instantly down for a 5v2
घंटा नहीं हो रहा 1 million.
GENG has no other choice.
पूछा क्या? If yes तो हमें क्या मिलेगा?
Not too worried yet, but
पूछा
either way.
पूछा क्या? If yes तो हमें क्या मिलेगा? मतलब
steady climb.
Trying
to get themselves up to tied scoreline, hopefully. Taking a look at the ultimate department as well. I really don't think too much of it yet. Maybe XDLL, who could be close to a res, but you know, GENG, they already have theirs with Raxkull.
चड्डी में हूँ मैं. क्या बातें चल रही है?
It just comes down once again to how that macro game could be played. Do
we
see another pacey round from ZETA, or do they try to condition around what they've done just previously?
I think the ZETA party is my happy place. Like, could we just watch the whole, like,
bro, अभी best chance है पता है ZETA को जीतने का.
They're just always so stoked.
I wish they were like that for our casts. We'll see. Ever so hopeful for ZETA in this round. They do exactly that, just trying to condition about their quick hits over to the A site. Texture comes back in, he said it's clear. Already GENG in position around middle, but it's smoked off as well. GENG is trying so hard to read and play around this.
Oh, take shot.
Pitch punish हो गया. Wow, pitch punish हो गया.
Oh man. This round you'd think should fall apart. Ash.
अच्छा लेकिन होएगा नहीं ना.
Keeping it alive though. It's going to be walled off from the site. A is taken once again by GENG, by ZETA, I should say. Rez coming through onto Karen. Gonna go for this round,
देखा ही नहीं था. अभी possible हो गया बे.
Ash is one away from the overdrive.
Smoke कहाँ गया?
Kill in here. He's gonna
और उसको सारा utils है. Blind भी है, TP भी है, सब है.
Ash has the relay ball.
भाई possible दिख रहा है.
Stuck on the side as well, but that doesn't matter if they're going to take the initiative and take the fight themselves. Karen now starting to try to work his way forward. Could find the isolated door, but loses it anyway. Now no chance for Rascal.
Just for general knowledge, आपका profit कितना है?
10-10 will be the
मेरा
scoreline.
profit नहीं है रे.
Coming back
Normal पनीर टिक्का है वो.
An actual tie. And
मेरा
this is
कुछ
all
commission
macro.
profit ऐसा कुछ नहीं
Suddenly,
है.
or finally, we actually start to see some of that cerebral game work from ZETA. Conditioning out earlier on. They started to go with the rotates.
Wow, by the way, you get.
I don't know what the tell might have
By the way, you
been,
get
but as
tilted
soon
by
as they
my
start to smoke off, made some moves towards
name.
middle, they
Change
actually
करो
doubled
क्या?
back over on the
Tilted?
A site. Taking down Texture meant that the doors were blown wide open. And with that, they actually just were able to plant their flag firmly over into sight. You know, pushing him down a little bit further as their wall coordinatedly swung out. GENG as they tried for that retake, tried for that early hit. Ash was in that position for the longest time. They were all just staging, hoping for everyone to get within range, but ZETA pounced on the opportunity. So now with a tied up score, GENG then finds themselves maybe soon running out of cash. It's going to be a heavy investment for Texture with the operator in the upcoming round.
Yeah, got to make this one work. GENG, otherwise this will be ZETA pulling ahead for what really feels like the first time in the map. I know ZETA was, you know, a bit competitive in that first half as well.
Or red card bheja be.
But generally has kind of felt like GENG have had the run of things.
डिबट जैसे ये मत बोलना आइलैंड है वो ठीक है
maybe
अभी बोल रहा हूँ
all comes a little bit unstuck here and now, and it would be at the 11th hour. Really not when you want it to happen for GENG.
मैच भी नहीं देख सकता सेटअप पे गिरा
both sides of the coin, right? I really admire ZETA's perseverance on their opponent's map pick to take both pistols, come in with a scoreline like this, finally tied up. But of course for GENG as well to let things slip. Who knows? You start things off with early aggression now.
Wow, like this, but doesn't spot anyone.
Okay.
Yeah, nothing towards middle. No one's playing front outside.
So
that's what GENG are considering right now. Prowler sees that there's no one there. So as GENG, you kind of
thank you so much. Love you.
Maybe ZETA are up towards tiles.
Friends, thank you for the boss. Many chance
by GENG that ZETA kind of have to retake.
They
want to threaten any map control. Instead, they've opted to go in the other direction. Text just kind of clearing out A, and you've still got.
बस stats से ज़्यादा अच्छा पता वो timing था बे, क्योंकि I think वो match point पे क्या था, वो time पे क्या था, वो कुछ crazy सा. वो लोग का timing बहुत crazy था.
Suspense of all of this.
It's going to be a very late hit from ZETA, wherever it ends up being. Walk right into the line of Texture, and this time he connects.
अब नहीं हुआ punish.
And he gets the chance at a second as well.
Oh boy.
Ports come through. That's going to have Texture really under pressure. You get one as well out of Karen. And now Sugar Zero's been spotted out. Absol deleted by Texture. That's a huge kill to come through. Can't land another one, but has provided time for the team to rotate across. It's an all-out brawl for this A side that ZETA just about wins. They get the plan at least. Retake is coming through pretty quickly from Ash. Missed shot initially on both sides, and GENG look like they're going to fumble the bag right here. It's all on Rascal, but this is too much to do. I mean, the crossfire is massive. Taps that defuse, but can't get it done. And ZETA
ने इतना crazy
work
मारा
their
था
way into
यार.
that side again with pace.
The fuck?
You called it. Oh my god. Damn, if Texture didn't try his best on that round.
Yeah, the second shot was crazy.
He was stunned. Was that a no-scope even? Yes, it was! But for the whole team then to kind of fumble after the point, Ash had an overdrive, but he stayed crouched! Come on! 3 kills for ZETA as they just held down the side. The trades weren't there. Unfortunate for young Raxcal.
मैं रात को ना आता हूँ. I'm a night owl.
Round up again, and you can see the effects of the timeout. They want to start off rounds by trying to read for B presence.
Yeah.
No one's home.
Pressure's really on GENG now. This is in real danger of going to a third map.
Probably gonna be broke on the next round if they lose this one.
Yeah, I mean they've not
Emote भी पालोड जैसे मिला बे.
Coming out. So
ये last round है. ये GENG हारा जी straight up. Map 3.
Does their due diligence. It's also presence made known though.
भाई ZETA अपना मैप छोड़ के उनका मैप अच्छा खेला. कैसे
position outside of A.
Deploying drone.
It's a big setup.
Pico का भी ult आ रहा है.
GENG, they look like they want to take the fight to ZETA. It's going to be a mistake, you would think. I don't know how Ash survived for that long. But in the end, no kill comes through. Absol gets healed back up by XDLL as well, so the damage is a fairly moot point.
Yeah, it feels a bit odd. I mean, either you get a kill, maybe you bait some utility, key pieces of utility out, but no, ZETA actually managed to hold on to quite a bit. Sugar Zero still had the flash, and mid-round calls, they go back to B.
Karen in the point to make the difference. Athena is in an awkward spot as well. Gets one, and so too does Karen. Oh, it's gone kind of wrong for ZETA, but there was maybe just enough done to keep this competitive.
अपना fight जीत गए.
Will be able to get a plant in the 1-on-2. Rascal healing himself back up. 2 full HP opponents here for Shota. Needs some perfect shots, and that is one.
1 second. अभी
All
भी
on
हार
the
सकते
shoulders
हैं.
of Shota, and Texture needs to step up here
अभी
in a
भी हार
big way.
सकते
Low
हैं.
HP, of course, for Shota. Texture off of the line. Might have timed Shota here. Wrapping around, but the headshot connects, and ZETA get another. How have GENG lost that? Texture, no way. Unbelievable plays from Shota. That was quite the definition of Rick
भाई ये
Rosie,
एक्चुअल में वो लोग को राउंड
either way,
हारना था,
still with
फिर
the entire
एक्चुअल में वो
game
लोग
plan
राउंड
being
जीतना
played
था और
through.
एक्चुअल में वो लोग
Zeta
राउंड हार
dragged
गए.
GENG through the mud. Just slow plays, forcing them to think.
खतरनाक क्लच किया
Texture
बे
starts to feel
छोटा
some
ने.
pressure. Unsure if he should rotate early or not. At least the players managed to make the hold happen, but it comes in quite labored as well. But fumbling the 2v1 is
Lean
ultimately
shots
what does it
बे.
at the end. Overtime or bust for GENG this point forward.
Yeah, I think GENG might be mental boomed after that one. Should have been their round. The B defenders did enough work. Not rewarded for it. So GENG have a big road ahead.
Yeah, they're always worried about Zeta's execute.
Aditi,
It's all the
सीखो
big
कुछ
pieces of
language.
they have in their bags.
ये कैसे हार गए?
Zeta
नहीं
does
सोचता
have
ने
a
क्रेजी मारा
nightfall
बे.
for this round, though.
सेज को क्या
It's
वन
in a pretty
टैप
good
दिया बे
position to
उसने.
make something happen. Reads the wall.
अभी तो जीजिए
It's
भाई.
Raxkel to receive
ये राउंड अगर
contact.
जीते हुए नेक्स्ट राउंड वो लोग के पास
GENG have to
100
fight for
अल्ट
this.
आने
They've only
वाला
got
है.
a solo hold
सेज
over
अल्टा
towards B, so
सकता
they
है.
need to try and take this mid control. They are
अल्ट
not
अभी भी आ गया जीजी.
having a great amount of success in doing so, though. Just seems a bit miscoordinated, really. And somehow Zeta get away with the numbers advantage there.
Yeah, they cancel again. If you're GENG right now, you're just like,
कर
where have
पाएंगे
they
क्या?
gone?
2-man hold.
And that's what makes things so suspenseful, so unsettling for the team right now, is they are split up on every lane of the map. They try to
फ्लोर
get a
भी
good
नहीं है, वो लोग तो
heads-up
तोड़
read
के
for
घुस
it,
जाएंगे
especially
सीधा,
with this
कुछ
wall
कर भी
coming
नहीं
out from
पाएगा
Raxkel.
वो.
But as soon as that gets shot down, like, he's going to be in a
मारा.
terrible position.
Well, see if he can put anything together. It's just going to be the one. Karen in as well. Timing almost looked good, but gives away his position with those shots. So the plant's going to go down. Trying to save the map here. GENG relying on Karen, and they can always rely on Karen.
Oh my god,
Double
bro,
kill. It's still
what
not
the
enough to win this
fuck?
round. Eco tucks back in
Bro,
towards B. Mate,
अगर ये
Texture surely
OT
got to be
गया.
aware that he's on that line. GENG are not dead yet.
Bro,
Woo, Karen.
bro,
How
क्या
did he
मारा?
do that? What on earth was that
Congo-
flick? We've got to watch that
Congo
again.
आपका घर
The
आ गया, ये
cheers
देखो
from the
chat में
Korean
घूम रहा.
crowd willing GENG forward. The Tiger Nation is
भाई
backing
कैरन
them.
ने क्या मारा
This
भाई?
felt like an unwinnable scenario. They didn't have numbers. They didn't have the reads. Even down to the walls at the end, a one and done position. And,
मारा तो भी नियॉन को
at
जो
least
अल्ट लेके
Raxel
खड़ा
does get
था.
one. But look at that. Almost 90 degrees. Well, 45 here, but that is-
Where did you get your math lessons from?
I failed geometry.
Really? 45 degrees more on point, I'd say, yeah. I mean, still, it's a good flick. I won't take that away from him.
भाई अगर
you need
अगर
another
ये
one here
उठ
for
गया
GENG.
सच्ची बुरा लगा मेरे को
Oh
जेटा
my
के लिए.
goodness.
And again, it's going to be fast from Zeta. Texture's forced away. Two players kind of stuck on the site, and the pressure building, but the rotation is going to be fast. Texture again connecting, but Ash goes down. Good trade from Rascal. Slow all through as well. The heal. GENG hold on for now. Is it
वो
gonna be a
तीनों यहाँ से आ रहे हैं.
from Zeta, or are they going to double pump?
Look at Karen. Well, GENG definitely considering that fact. Raxkel 1 away from an alt, so either way forward, Zeta's going to have quite a bit of work to do. As long as Karen doesn't go down, GENG have a pretty damn good chance in this round. Doing Zeta as well, okay.
एक सिटी प्लांट
It
करके
will
सिटी फाइट ले
indeed
सकते हो लोग.
be a
पूरा ही सेट
cancel.
खाली और कुछ वो नहीं है तो.
Doors shut.
हाँ
GENG trying to play safe to
Huh?
maintain their lead.
Rascals again in the key position. This is really risky from him, but somehow wins the duel. Probably shouldn't have.
भाई
Gets
कैसे
the info that
मारते
was
हैं ये लोग
required.
इतना
And that
फास्ट
is gonna
मेरे
have
से?
GENG scurrying about like ants. They're not sure exactly where to go. Rez through as well.
हाँ?
Okay, 5 on 2.
When will you
No,
play with
no.
Jordan again? सो जा बेटा.
No chance. No shot. XDL might be closer to Rez, but bodies all too far apart. Karen's position unknown.
Yeah.
क्या लगता है
You'd have to
पॉसिबल
go
है
on
कि
a
नहीं
real
है?
expedition to try to find a Rez here. I don't think it's going to come into play. Karen, perfect line held. Beautiful stuff. Again, Mr. Reliable for GENG today. And Eco can't get it done. It is going to be overtime. GENG, they haven't done it easy. but they might still be able to do it.
Yeah, bhai.
Through some quite incredible heroic feats, they actually brought this up. And of course, it's Karen as well to be able to do it. Both times, almost map MVP. Texture was pretty close up behind from before, and now he's doing it again still. But in this one, it's his tour de force. The intention of a pacey hit ultimately gets blocked. And then the mid cancel, also not quite happening either. It's a little bit unfortunate for ZETA, who tried to catch GENG off guard, but yeah, it's not going to be happening this time. Our first overtime on the first day of stage 2. Can you believe it?
Yeah, I can definitely believe it. This feels like every esports season I've ever broadcast.
Wow, bhai.
Oh my god. Look, we don't even have stats for ZETA in the overtime percentage.
This
is crazy.
All right. Well, a little bit of a recovery from GENG, but let's see if they can continue that streak. Or if ZETA will play the difference maker again.
We could. Look at the difference in the trip setups this time, all around the B site.
It's a very interesting trip on the B side, isn't it?
Yeah.
mid to be split
Just all adjustments from that first half because
ये ऊपर बैठा ना वो लोग mid to be pressure डालेगा ये एंगल से मार नहीं पाएगा ओमिन पीक लेके मार सकता है
no, actually maybe not.
फेस के ऊपर से देख के
But either way, GENG will respect
टेक्सचर को बस उनका पीछे का देखने का
It's going to be that mid to B play, B split.
Prowler has dislodged that initial trip. Push coming through from GENG. Really putting that pressure on the side, but the rotation looks to be pretty quick here from ZETA. Still, entries are not bad from GENG. That's an important dual one from Athena and from Karen, and that splits the difference.
Yeah, XCL left in 1v3.
सब बराबर था भूल गया था शायद वन वे करके.
Should not be happening.
No.
प्लस वो लोग अब तक तो फाइट से नॉर्मल केस रहता तो पहले साइफर डेट था.
To hold the spike as it's planted for them. Wait,
oh, not exactly what you want. Nightfall is going to be infested, so that is a hefty investment. And another kill, it might be required. Now it's down to a 1v1. You said this was unlosable. The slow creep,
no!
Surely not from Athena. Half is going to be not quite confirmed, and Athena saves the day for GENG. How close were they to losing that round?
What are we doing? Oh my god. That's one of those. I think the killers would have crashed out if they actually lost.
I would have crashed out.
But check it,
you can't be slow walking on the
You can see what the intention was, yeah, especially with some of the elevated plays. Karen tries to go for it.
I don't know about that from Karen.
I mean, just kind of have to applaud what XDL
Why do they look like dude? Thanks.
Timeout.
Definitely almost lost that one, but ultimately with the way that the hit goes too, a bit too passive for my liking with how ZETA were positioned back then. No that surprise, but yeah, the timeout now, just to try and keep themselves in the game. It's one called by GENG though. They're gonna try to close things out. They did struggle a little bit in this half. Remember, they had a 7-5 lead moving forward into the second half. It's always been that slight bit of macro, conditioning, slight pumps and then fakes. It's always so unsettling for GENG. They have to think twice about how they're going to utilize their abilities.
Self shout out.
Spend it too early, and that's exactly what ZETA wants as well.
One round for GENG to close it out here.
कल FIFA का मैच देखा क्या नहीं रे? Sports नहीं देखता मैं, only esports.
Stellar map again from him. GENG back on the defense, which it felt like was where they struggled, but in the
अब मेरे को क्या लग रहा है ये लोग mid to A करने वाले?
True. Okay, trademark to top of middle.
Once again, ZETA looking to try to bully through middle. They get a lot of space there. But GENG had already pushed their way out of A, so they themselves have got quite a bit of space to play with. It's just a question of whether or not Eco will come into play. You've got Karen anchoring on the side. They think it's clear. That is insane that they don't clear that corner. Oh, but Eco wins himself a duel against Ash. It might not be done here. Now the question is, do they expect Athena? Do they expect a third player towards A? Absol cannot win that duel, and that is the spark dropped, which gives GENG a chance in the round, but they need to clear this corner, and they won't. Shota.
It's done. For all Athena's efforts, biding his time for the one perfect kill, unfortunately going down to Shota, who lurks all the way at the end. Unbelievable scenes. I mean, it starts off incredible because they walled off the trademark, and as soon as they pushed past it as well, it's an intentional trick from Shota. He actually breaks it open. So by the time GENG start to get wise to where the hit was approaching from, they had no one in position to trade or to find the numbers to fight back.
Karan was so isolated on that side. He was always going to be a one and done. Exactly. Thought they might get a bit more done on Eco with that push out of GENG, but not to be. In the end, we're back in to another round of OT.
Texture once again sopping. Different trips as well. Much more forward for information this time from ZETA.
I think ZETA
GENG, though, trying to approach similarly as well. Towards middle. Oh, there's a stack.
Drone goes forward. Don't know that it would have spotted Ash out. Here comes the recontest, and indeed it did not, as Absol completely ignoring that corner. 2 for 1. Favoring GENG thus far.
कोई भी एंगल में ब्लाइंड और वो कुछ भी नहीं आया ना लड़ने के लिए.
Suffering heavy casualties that early in the round as well. You feel like you need to quickly reinforce either site or at least play in a position where you can escape and
Wingman should watch party, please.
That's what they're trying to do out towards elbow now with these two players from ZETA. It does leave so much space up for GENG.
क्या लगता है 2v4 crossfire
into this crossfire,
सब एक ही जगह से जा रहे हैं.
Fail to realize the possibility of XDLL around the corner here. That could be problems. It was a good sharp initial shot, but not enough to stop this rampage from GENG. Paranoia goes through onto Eco. He'll still be good for one, but solid trade from Aaron, and texture on this line.
Chance था उसको दोनों को मारने का.
GENG 14-13, another bite at the cherry.
Hello Binks, hello.
Yeah, juicy one at that. Both teams solid on the attack.
Texture हमेशा एक kills करता consistent है. वो अपना duels के 1v1 वाला लेता है ना plus chamber है.
Unfortunately, overlooking some. I don't know what the word I want to call it is. Some corners that they needed to have cleared. Unfortunately, just bites them in the back too.
यही तो सोचा था मैंने होएगा.
Someone who has been that far up front.
क्या लगता है कुछ crazy देखने मिलेगा?
Clear it and trade for him. Unfortunate for Absol. Either way, move back over again to ZETA's slow and steady attack. Or do they once again
crazy PRH type strat देखने मिलेगा?
Positioned towards the A site.
Prediction देना था यार 1 मिनट वाला नहीं दे सकता है जब तक round खत्म हो जाएगा.
That would indicate to me that they might be running a similar round to the one that they had.
But I think better early reveal for information or saving the reveal for entry या फिर the site depend करता है तुम लोग का setup कैसा है, players कहाँ पे है, और recon थोड़ा कितने लोग site पे है, कितने लोग जल्दी rotate करते हैं, बहुत चीजों पे depend करता है यार.
But there's so much to consider. It's overtime. There have been so many rounds to.
इधर का लाइन तुम लोग रख सकते हो. क्या सीन है ऐसे थोड़ी रहता. There is no right way or wrong way.
You can see that GENG wants to try to get ahead
सिर्फ एक ही जब तुम लोग कुछ यूटिलिटी डालते हो उसके बेसिस पे तुम लोग क्या करते हो?
Not going to see much.
That will be information enough still though. 3 stack on A side to try and receive the incoming hit.
Thank you, Nikhil bhai. Love you.
Very similar fast lane to the rounds where they played fast. Missed shots from Athena, and Ash can't peek on that contact. So GENG lose the opening fight. Ash is going to still stick around. This is a really bold position to fight from. You have to back away as soon as you take that initial contact. Again, in a bit of a one and done line. Not sure I love this setup. This is not ideal, but gets back out to relative safety. Though GENG are playing with fire right now. Heel's going to come through. In all this meanwhile, by the way, Texture seeing absolutely nothing on B.
Crossfire है लेकिन
they're not sure if ZETA's gonna cancel and
wall करके block करके सब कर सकते.
Oh no, that's gone all wrong.
Come on, Texture, make a move.
No one can win a defensive round.
Elfish is so upset. Oh, well, you call it. Genji tried to play with fire. Unfortunately, they do find themselves singed.
Jules में मेरे को ठीक है
3 on 5, it's not a great position to be in for Gen G, but until it is locked in for ZETA, cannot confirm anything. Ash going down is perhaps going to seal the deal, and Karen gets traded out. So Texture would need to be a miracle worker to end it here.
Score है.
I don't think there are going to be any miracles to be had here. He's on an off, only has one headhunt around. It's OT, so the banks come up a bit short.
Balance region, yes sir.
Well ZETA.
Not a believer then.
I mean, a situation like this, come on. No sir.
14-14, we go again.
You just got to think about how the round began as well. I mean, Gen G.
अभी round का prediction दे जल्दी. अरे नहीं दे सकता.
You can tell Gen G wants that fight. It all kind of goes a little bit wrong when Athena loses that initial duel. If Athena actually wins that, it's a bit of a different story. But sometimes that's just the way things go.
30 seconds left.
It's one of those things. Maybe they tried to come up with it on the fly, especially after the timeout. But that's just how strong. How stoked the fans are, how strong the executes have been on this A site for ZETA. All that utility. And we go back onto Gen G's attack. Same trips from ZETA. The approach this time different, but Absol's in position up middle. He sees nothing. Quite clear as to where Gen G are positioned. ZETA try to get ahead with spams.
Karen is, he's already in the site. No way! Oh, Karen!
What the fuck?
I can't believe they continue to commit to that. Shot through is not going to
land.
The
fuck?
Man, that was ballsy from Karen. Through the fire and flames, he gets the double TP. And then the double kill.
इतना अच्छा one way और पहला killer spam मारा था उसने. भाई reveal sexy था.
Blink and you miss it. Holy hell.
Reveal sexy था बे.
And now it's a burst out of Boba. It's tough.
Good shot from Texture, and that'll pretty much be that. So
क्या अपन ने वो देखा slow slide पहली बार
for Gen G to close it on their defense.
You know what another it is? It's another heroic round for Karen. How many
धीरे बोले 14-14 नानी साइड में बैठी sorry
You're kidding. Off of the fast lane from Ash, the haunt as well.
Reveal कैसे लेकिन wall के उस पर दिख रहा था?
But because of the wall, it just had no idea what he was shooting at.
Wall छोटा था इसलिए.
Karen lands the perfect shots. Oh, they're gassing him up for sure.
I mean, it's not just the shots, it's the play as well.
Like
that guy,
32 or 17
they were swinging, they were hanging, that's all I'm saying.
32 or 17 है वो chat.
You can't say that.
Yeah?
Okay, we're back to ZETA on the attack. Always so tentative with how they begin. Gen G has done well to take quite a bit of forward space.
Setup fail for language.
Gen G does go a little bit too far ahead. But now for everyone to
पहले जीता है दोनों टीम बाप खेल रहे हैं.
re-engage.
थोड़ा बहुत मिस्टेक्स हुआ है लेकिन वो तो ऑब्वियसली होता है. वो तो ऑब्वियसली होता है. इन ZETA बहुत खतरनाक फाइट के.
Pushed away by the drone.
Last में भी first half तो बाप था.
Slows ZETA down all that much. And again, you know, they've
अगर बिना ओमेन ब्लेंड के वो लोग ने ले लिया ना एल्बो.
Their entire attacking half, which is bully their way in onto A. Let's see if the defense can hold again this time. That paranoia timing was perfect. Again, it might be Karen that is the hero for the team. First with the util, then with the shots. Now ports back to the safety of the site. And Gen G have the player advantage on the defense for what feels like the first time in forever. Spike down. This might be it. ZETA have fought so hard to get to this position time and time and time again.
यार डिजर्विंग तो था यार मैप 3 जाने के लिए. कैरन हो गया वो लोग के साथ.
And I don't think he's got it. Gen G lined up, watching the spike. Texture misses a shot. It's still not done, but finally a shot connects, and finally Gen G will finish it off.
कसम इतना stressful game भाई Gen G के लिए.
A good start to the season, and they have to take some heart in that.
You definitely have to.
And same क्या चीज डिबुट गाल.
Making it this close, the overtime.
नहीं ये मैप में
right in the first series of stage 2.
but also for Genji to be able to come up with the goods when
भाई
needed.
विनेबल तो था
I had my
ZETA के लिए
questions about
यार
that setup. Why put
वो
two
1v3
sentinels
कैरन
on a
बेटी
small
दिया
site
100
to have that
100
composition? There's no delay. But thanks to some, again, individual efforts, they managed to get that sharpshooting. They get the read for where ZETA want to push.
नहीं करो अभी नहीं कर सकते अभी नहीं कर सकते अभी ज्वेल्स वाला टाइम है
Big kills all throughout this entire series, not just this map alone. We've had Karan, we've had moments from
गेम सेंस
Ash,
कैसे इंप्रूव
Texture
करो
as well. But so far, the
एम तो
calling
घुस
from
के
Athena
मार दे तो
has
गेम सेंस
impressed
नहीं
me quite
होता
a bit.
मैप तेरे को देखना पड़ेगा मैप रीड करना पड़ेगा मैचेस देखना पड़ेगा कौन कैसा रोटेट कर रहा है क्यों उधर जा रहा है क्यों कर रहा है क्या टीम पे खेल रहे हो सब फिर हो जाएगा
ZETA, obviously back to the drawing board. They'll have to put in a bit of work before their next game.
ये क्या इमोटिव प्रीवियस भाई
Nice to start with a win as far as Gen G is concerned. It was
Vikrant bhai, shout out to you. Vikrant bhai, shout out to you.
There's no sugarcoating
अब क्या
that,
अभी
but
map 2
a new look roster and
मैप 2 बोल रहा हूं अभी मैच टू मैच
We could go quite way with the journey. Texture back in, Chamber Sentinel buffs looking pretty good for the entire team, entire season, entire stage as well. Seeing ZETA come in with their own looks
रुक
too.
जाओ
But of course with this 2-0 win, I mean, that's gotta be feeling pretty damn good. The fans definitely loving it.
yeah, certainly. I mean, a lot of fans turning out, and I'm sure they're going to be keen to hear from Athena. We've got Jen down on the stage.
वायरल वो है क्या एसेंशियल टीम
Genji looking revitalized for stage 2, and I've got their new IGL Athena to talk about today's win. Congratulations, Athena. First things first, your first game, first win, overtime. How was that for you? 네, 오늘 경기 승리를 거둔 젠지의 새로운 IGL이죠. 에피나 선수 만나보도록 하겠습니다. 승리 축하드립니다.
कैसे डिफेंस करने का साइफर बेस्ट
첫
एसेंटी
경기부터 연장이
डिफेंस के लिए मिड का दरवाजा तोड़ दो
그래도 오늘
3 बंदे रखो 2
싶어요.
बंदे साइफर के साइड पे रखो
일단은 첫 경기
साइफर और
너무
प्लस वन
승리해서
बहुत
기분
इन्फो
좋고요.
ले लेगा
또 첫 경기라고 저희
फिर खेलो
가족들도
क्रॉसफायर पे
와주셨는데 너무 이겨서 기분 좋고 사실 첫 경기라서 긴장이 안 됐다면 거짓말이고 긴장을 했는데 저희 팀원들하고
डिबेट गेम बोलते
저희 코칭 스태프가 너무 잘
भाई
이끌어줘가지고
2 डिबेट प्लेयर
재밌었던
होके
것
भैया
같습니다.
मानना पड़ेगा
Well, first game, I'm not gonna lie, it was a bit nerve-wracking, but I've got my family here,
फिर
and
मैं
I
heavy
think the
changes से
coaching
नया
staff and
head
my
coach
teammates really helped me to get rid of
जी
those
coach
stage nerves
हाँ
in today's
changes तो
game, and
देखा
I'm
मैंने
really happy about being able to win this
changes
first
तो
game
देखा
of stage 2. Now, this is a huge opportunity for you. You've been grinding for so long. What are your plans to kind of make the best out of this opportunity that's given to you? 그리고 정말 오랜 기간 동안 프로 생활을 해왔잖아요. 진짜 정말 큰 기회일 것 같아요. 좀 마음가짐은 어떤지도 들어보고
रेस
싶거든요.
इसे कैसे कम करे
일단은 저한테 있어서 정말 말도 안 되는 기회라고 생각을 해서 정말 이번이 마지막이다라는
मेरे जैसा खेलेगा तो
진짜
आई थिंक
엄청나게
थोड़ा
열심히
कम हो सकता
달릴 생각이고
Yep.
더 잘할 수 있도록 더 노력해야 될 것 같습니다.
I think this is an incredible, unbelievable opportunity for
इन्हीं
me. So I think I'm
इन्हीं छोड़ के
going
सारे
all or
agents
nothing. I'm going all in
खेलता हूँ मैं
and make sure that I deliver my best performance for Gen
Hello.
G. Now, talk to us also about transitioning into this team as the initiator IGL and getting used to the system. 그리고 이제 척후대 IGL로 젠지에 합류하게 됐잖아요. 적응하는 부분은 어땠는지 좀 힘든 점은
ग्रेट
없었는지
अभी नहीं खोल
궁금합니다.
सकता यार ज्वेल स्ट्रीम है आज
적응하는 데 있어서는 사실
नया
전부터
फीचर के
조금씩
बारे में बात
준비를
कर रहे हैं
하고
ज्वेल्स
있었어서
का
네, 그렇게 크게 어려움이 있진 않았는데 아무래도
Visiting
새로
hairline
배우는
ऐसे
것들이 외워야
अच्छी
되는
कैसे
팀이다
करे?
보니까 그런 부분에서 좀
पता नहीं मेरा
미스가
तो नहीं है ऐसा कुछ
생겼었는데 코칭 스태프가
मेरा
잘
तो नहीं है भाई ऐसा
이끌어줘가지고
कुछ
네, 잘 적응했던 것 같습니다.
तुम्हारा है तो
I
फिक्स
think
कर दो हाँ
adjusting
अभी
to
बोल रहा
the
हूँ
team, I was kind of prepping
नहीं।
myself for it bit by bit,
Like
so
our
not
boys!
much big problem there. But I think I also had a lot of new things to work on, new things to learn and memorize. There were a little bit of mistakes made with the calls, but I think we really got to work and we're on the same page now. So I think we're gonna have really good performance for stage 2. Now, lastly, anything you would like to the fans? Everybody was cheering you on, and we're super happy to see you back in the 상암 Colosseum. 그리고 마지막으로 팬분들께 좀 인사 부탁드릴게요. 아무래도 상암에서 이렇게 무대에서 인터뷰하는 것도 진짜 오랜만이잖아요.
일단은 이렇게 좋은 무대에서 팬분들 볼 수 있게 돼서 너무 기쁘고요. 사실 제 팬분들뿐만 아니라 젠지 팬분들한테도 앞으로 잘 부탁드린다고 드리고 싶고, 사실 좀 움츠렸었잖아요 젠지가 최근에. 근데 앞으로 더 잘할 일 많이 남았으니까 앞으로도 많은 응원해 주시면 감사하겠습니다.
Well, I think thanks to all the fans, the Athena fans and Gen.G fans showing up, it's a great honor and a pleasure also to be able to say hi to you guys and let you guys see me perform on the stage. So, I mean, Gen.G as a team, they've been through a rocky road. Things have been tough, but I think we only got, we're going up all the way from here. So I think with your support, we may deliver better performances and better results. Thank you so much, Athena, and best of luck in your next matchup. 네, 이렇게 해서 에피나 선수 만나봤습니다.
Hard-fought win here for Gen.G. It was really close. We went into overtime. We got it already in match 1 of stage 2. And you can see how much the fans really love Athena. I haven't heard this much screaming in the arena for a while. It's not just because Gen.G won.
Yeah, I mean, Gen.G always has a good turnout, and you got some words there for Athena. Good calling on the attacking side. I felt like it was very slow and measured, especially in some of these chaotic and hectic mid-rounds there. He had a couple of big clutches as well, but you cannot go past Texture and Caron, who put together 90 kills across 2 maps to win that series over ZETA. That's going to be pretty hard to beat.
I mean, that's phenomenal. That's why they were the ones who were able to lift that trophy. That's why they're the GOATs of this team, and they put up performances to show it. For me, Gen.G were the much better team across the day. Even on this map, for me, I felt like they were ahead in terms of macro, in terms of gunplay, but the game script was going against them. Those pistols, the bonus, but they still get the job done. That's a real sign of class and experience. I think this is a well-deserved 2-0 for the Korean squad.
I mean, tell me your opinion about ZETA Division at this point. It is a 2-0, but the rounds were really close. There were a lot of really great rounds coming from ZETA. A lot of clutches, to be fair.
I think their attacking sides in this series were actually pretty decent. There was a lot of good mid-rounding, but at the end of the day, when you win multiple clutches in a map, both pistols and the bonus in the first half, and you still can't convert the map, that's going to be a worrying sign. You lost your map pick as well, and against a Gen.G team that has just made 2 pretty big roster changes, and some of them I'd imagine would have been somewhat out of their control against a team that hasn't changed anything all year. That's going to be very worrying, especially knowing for ZETA that the games only get harder throughout the rest of this group.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, when we first came into this match of today, it was kind of, it was a sort of a 50-50. While most of the talents did predict for Gen.G, you guys had said at the very beginning you weren't super confident with that given the roster changes.
I mean, the thing is, ZETA Division have had a lot of time and a lot of prep work with a stable 5 that should go a long way. In theory there's a lot you can do with that time. Now, I do feel like this wasn't a horrendous game from them through and through. I saw nice ideas, I saw where the practice had gone to, but ultimately it's not enough to get the job done. I do think Gen.G is a very class opponent, to be honest, and they really stepped up in level from what we saw from stage 1. So it's not all doom and gloom. It's not out yet. This is only match number 1 for them. There is plenty of time to
He had a pretty good game from Shooter there. He had some clutch moments in there as well. I want to give a shout out to Eco. He was their top fragger on Ascent. He put up pretty good numbers there on the Sova as well. He's just made that swap across from Duelist onto Enid. So that's something that he's been grappling with. But so far, the numbers have been good. Unfortunately, the wins are not coming with that yet, though.
Yeah, I was really impressed by him. To me, he was the best and most consistent player for that ZETA Division roster. I mean, I think with the changes of roles, what we asked was to that a little more. And if he's able to grow into that initiator role, that will be amazing for this ZETA Division team moving forward.
Yeah, this is what we want to see. We want to see a better performance from ZETA. And yes, there were some really convincing rounds. But not all is lost yet for this Japanese squad. But I am really delighted to see Gen.G back on track. This is something that we've been yearning for.
Bugs, bye.
They didn't really look like the Gen.G that we know and love. Their trophies winning team.
Rate का option क्या है क्या नहीं है ना?
Welcome. And Jen here to help translate. Dexter. Say hello.
Hi.
Hi. Okay, I want to ask you, you must be feeling good. Does today feel different than stage 1 and kickoff? Because your performance today is
Stressful
already
tha yaar.
so much better than what we saw earlier this year. So tell me if it feels different and how is it different?
오늘 경기력이 킥오프랑 스테이지 1에 비해서 훨씬 더 좋아진 모습인데 뭔가 스스로도 오늘 경기력 보고 그렇게 느끼시나요?
아유 오늘 굉장히 별로였습니다.
I don't think we were actually that good. So.
Really? Okay. But I mean,
팀 전체.
overall,
팀 전체.
The overall team.
Team is
yeah.
good.
The team is good.
so overall vibe, you're feeling like, is this a lot more winningness for you coming into stage 2, or are the unexpected changes with Zinks, going to be a little bit of a chip for you guys?
일단 이 로스터 변경이 뭐 징크스 선수도
JETA चार्ट ऐसे बंदे और
부상 때문에
Esports
나가면서
में
어떻게 만들어진 거잖아요. 좀 좋은 쪽으로 작용할 수 있을 거라고 생각을 하시나요? 아니면은 좀 네.
그래도 저희 새로 들어온 친구들도 굉장히 잠재력이 있는 친구들이라고 생각을 해서 네, 더 잘 될 거라고도 생각하고 있습니다. 실제로 연습도 나쁘지 않고 전체적으로 분위기도 그렇고 되게 좋습니다.
I think the two new signings, they have really high potential. So I think this change was for the better, and the vibes are good. The practices and scrims have been going really well. So I think we can definitely do better.
And Rascal, this is someone we've had our eye on. He's really young. He's new to this stage. How is he adjusting? Because some rookies, sometimes they get really nervous. But is he doing okay with you guys?
락스컬 선수는 루키잖아요. 근데 나이도 어린데 뭔가 어떤 신인 선수들은 이런 데 오면은
Beauty,
많이
yes
떨고
sir.
그러기도 하는데
라 बुलाएंगे.
좀 긴장도 좀 많이 한 것 같고 실제로 그래서 좀 자기 원하는 거나 좀
The gap between Gen Z with mid-air is used in look the same after 2024. कोई सीन नहीं. कोई सीन
긴장하지
नहीं.
마라. 사실 이런 거는 크게 도움은 안 된다고 생각을 해서 그냥 어떻게
바네라.
해야지 게임 안에서의 뭔가 좀 그런 것들을 얘기를 좀 많이 해줬어요.
Yeah, I think he was indeed feeling the nerves. And at this point, I don't think we've seen the best of his performance yet. He can perform way better, as we can see in the practices. And I think the way we handled it, though, I don't think it was going to help a lot when we said, hey, don't get nervous, it's okay. We instead decided to give him specific details and solutions to what he can do in the server so we can fix the mistakes together as a team.
Interesting approach.
That makes sense. I want to ask, now you're playing a lot more of this chamber. We saw ZETA come out with Breach on Ascent. That's very different.
Let's go!
How do you have to adapt to playing chamber now? If teams are going to play Breach, Sova, things like this, these weird things, how does that change your game?
일단은 그 메타가 바뀌면서 체인버를 좀 많은 맵에서 할 것 같아요. 근데 또 상대편에서는 계속 뭐 소바 브리치 뭐 이런 보지 못했던 특이한 픽들이 오늘 어센트 브리치도 나왔던 만큼 이런 메타에서 그런 특이한 척후를 상대로 체인버를 한다는 거 어떻게 좀 적응을 해야 될까요?
사실
섹시 कर रहे हैं players.
근데 사실 스크림 때 뭔가 데이터들도 있고 사실 크게 문제는 될 거는 없다고 체인버 요원이라는 것 자체가 좀 되게
याद आएगा आपके पास है?
바뀌다 보니까 그래서 별로 크게 문제될 거
रात से तो रफ्तार पाजी आएंगे आपके पास
I mean, we get our data, from scrims and practices, so it's not easy, but it's also not that difficult to adapt to. And I also think that Chamber, the agent itself, is so broken to the point where adapting to different comps wouldn't really, damage you or hurt you.
It's broken when you use him. All right, well, thank you so much. That's all we have time for. Texture, congratulations on your win today. And I think this is very promising for Gen G fans if you're saying this is not the best Gen G has to offer. So thank you and congratulations. And thank you, Jen, for translating.
Thank you.
So I'm liking what I'm seeing from Gen G, especially from Texture and Karen here, our match MVP that you guys have voted for today. I like also that he was mentioning how Raxkel is He hasn't shaken up all his nerves yet. So
Mods,
again,
how
like
the
so
fuck
much
is
room,
Vampire
even more
not
improvement
being
for Genji.
deleted?
I mean,
Matlab?
this is only week 1 with them. You know, we know that this is a new roster and they normally do take some time to bed in. So I think it's a very positive showing, despite how humble Texture is being by saying that it wasn't. Great to see him back on that Sentinel role, by the way. Truly where he's most at home. But Karen is on match MVP there. Let's brush past that. I thought Karen was fantastic today. Binks being at home on the rolls. I mean, he's back on the spot and he's looking phenomenal. This is 2024 form.
Yeah, he just put 30 plus up just to get them across the line in an OT. It's really, really hard to go past that. So I think for Genji, good to see them early with the win, but it's not over a super scary opponent, and there's a whole nother season in front of them where they have to get a lot of work done, or they're not going to be making the
This is going to be really exciting as we go into match 2 of today. We have Team Secret versus Veryl. Now we got changes on both of these squads, especially for Team Secret. We see the return of Coach Spin. He is the coach who is notoriously put Texture on a Sentinel role back on Global Esports with you, Morgan.
Hey, look,
what do you think? A good change from the mullet, or?
I mean, look, I think he looks great, Bold. Bold most of the time I knew him, but for me personally, great to see him back. I think he's a fantastic coach, and it's going to be a big, big addition to this team alongside these new players as well. This is an exciting time to be a Team Secret, but you haven't had a lot to be excited about in the past, but now you can get a little bit hopeful.
I'm very excited, and while these are new names, if you are from the SEA region, if you're from Indonesia or Singapore, you definitely know Nat.
Yeah, I mean, this is a big departure for Team Secret. They've had Jesse Vash on the roster for such a long time. They're going to have to find leadership elsewhere, which is why I think both Styron and Spin are going to be very interesting changes. They both come from teams that have been doing well recently in SEA. You had Styron on his XLB team that was running around recently, as well as Motive DSG. They have won themselves that SEA region. Spin's done quite well for himself. Nats has been a prospect for a while, so to join the existing core of Team Secret, it's an interesting mix, but they've got a lot of ground to cover, and a lot of different perspectives they've got to kind of put together on very short notice.
Well, the core that is remaining with Secret, it's so weird to not have Jesse Vash there, so of course we're also really keen to see what kind of impact this is going to be having on the team. And Jesse Vash, you know, he's as old as time, so what happens when you have this guy with so much experience gone from the roster? Sylvan steps in as actually the most experienced one.
Yeah, we got a young new on the squad, the Korean on the Filipino team of Sylvan, and I feel like he was so impressive for me actually in stage 1. I feel like he was constantly putting together these moments to save Team Secret. Big multi-kills from this guy. I think he could be a real big game player here.
How many rounds did he just put together a round like this out of nowhere? A 4K or an ace? Like, it felt like 1 or 2 rounds a game, Sylvan was just going to win it by himself. His multi-fragging on the Vandal and his mechanics this stage, particularly after having one of his worst seasons ever in kickoff, the turnaround has really been something to keep an eye on, and I think that they have a very reliable controller player now on Team Secret. Look at that big glow up in performance.
Yeah, such a huge difference, and Team Secret has talked about the difference as well in terms of comms. Like Sylvan, there was some language barriers, this team has become even more international now. I mean, will he understand Spin? His axe is pretty heavy.
No, they'll get him. They'll get him fine. I'm sure he's had enough time now speaking English in the team, and you could see how his performance has improved.
Non-kick language.
So I think he's definitely one of the ones to watch for me on this team. But the other one is, of course, Zeus.
Yeah, this is a guy who's been performing really well. Even this Secret only won 1 match in stage 1. Zeus and Sylvan were the standouts.
They were. I think that Zeus in the recent qualifier had some very big games, so he is definitely a prospect and someone for Filipino fans to get super excited about. He can really be the carry player and the centerpiece of this team, and when we look at the stats, I mean, they'll kind of show you why. Previously, they had 10-10 playing for the roster in kickoff, and he honestly had a little bit of a rough go of things, but since Zeus has come into the roster, you've seen more first bloods, you've seen more op kills, you've seen, you know,
dancing.
There was a Ramiro.
Tens playing from T1
He got KPI, you can see very good there. ADR, like you could see 1-to-1
language. I'm Troy.
For Zeus, he's been phenomenal. And there's honestly so much to look forward to because he's so young as well. He's only just come in as a rookie into Pacific, and he's already doing this well. I'm very excited to see what else he can do.
He's had a lot more time to practice now between those stages, so it'd be great to see how he's grown.
Now they're going to be facing against Varel. They haven't
अगर Varel जीत गया
stage one at all. Let's recap.
Convincingly.
It's been rough, but let's recap a little bit. I mean, these guys were the kings of Ascension at the end of last year, and they have yet to show their strengths here on the stage.
I mean, they ran over everyone to qualify for Pacific, and everyone was thinking, is this Nongshim 2.0? In a way, yes, because Nongshim, after running over Ascension, also struggled in Pacific. So I'm getting extremely concerned for Varel. What I will say, though, is that Cinder was definitely a weak fragger for the Tier 1 level, and Foxy9, even though his last game that he played at the start of the groups previously for Gen G was not one to remember, I have to say that coming into this Varel team, it's going to be very interesting to watch. I saw that Cinder was on that roster graphic.
A typo there.
I think it's thought that he was replacing Cinder, but let's see what we're going to get in the server today. If that is the case, though, I'm very excited because I think honestly, this is a very well-rounded roster, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they're going to put together.
But I mean, this is the thing for me, is there were definitely moments in stage 1 where I was like, yes, this is the team we've been waiting for. I remember when they got that first map win, I jumped out of this couch, I was so excited, because it does feel like there are times when toe-to-toe. When it comes down to aim especially, I do think they're lethal. It's just about putting it together. It's about building that composure. They're still an incredibly young team that have to grow into this league and learn, but they're running out of time. It's stage 2. They have to get some wins on the board now.
Yeah, so, I mean, you can see it here. A flawless Ascension win into Pacific, where they have not won themselves a map. What I will say, though, is that those 16 losses, out of 5 out of 10 of them in just the last stage that they lost, they were 24+ round games. So at least half of their losses in the previous stage were very winnable games that they lost in very narrow margins. So I'm hoping that Varel will be able to in the clutch a little bit more.
Well, this is really exciting to see this particular addition come into this roster. It's Foxy9, formerly from DRX and Gen G, and he comes with so much experience.
Yeah, you know, at the end of that, the start of that group stage for Gen G, though, I was talking about it. They threw him on the smokes roll, and then immediately he was removed from the team after that. I think in the interview with Gen, apparently he said something like, "I'm excited to play all I feel alive," and then immediately just gets removed from the team after the first game. I mean, that is brutal.
दिल का हैप्पी दरिया गाओ ना उस दिन वाला जब पिंकी गेम के क्लच के बाद do you want to go to Starbucks पे yes का रिप्लाई दिया था.
But this guy has even more experience, and he's definitely a vibe guy. You know, you have to give Foxy9 that, and now with the Sentinels
being overwhelmed with happiness, na मैं.
Very much so. A lot of time here in Pacific. He's been to Masters, he's been to Champions, and this guy's a honeymoon player. How many times have we seen plus Foxy9, minus Foxy9? And every time he comes back here, he starts having some live games, so I would be a little bit worried if I was Team Secret here.
Absolutely. I think I was really excited about the changes coming for Team Secret, but this edition, Varel could finally get their first win today, but it's really hard to say. Even for the last match that we saw, we were a little bit unsure between Gen G and Zeta division.
Heaven,
Here's the map
Sumit.
Sumit already on day 1.
So, I love this. So neither one of these teams wanted to ban Sunset or Summit. They both have these new maps prepared, but when they both go through that first patch phase and then they don't get picked, that means, you know, there's a 2 in 3 chance that one of them is coming up here. It's hard to avoid, and it's Summit that we're going to. So it's Team Secret that elects to ban Ascent to make Summit that map 3. My goodness, I hope they're going to stop it.
Yeah, Varel going to pick up Split. They actually lost that to the Team Secret before changes in a recent qualifier. And Secret picking Haven, not something that they played much recently. And when they did, they kind of got slapped by Gen G. But this is a new team. I think you could throw everything you know about Secret out the window.
Oh, absolutely. I think that we're going to have a completely different play style on the stage as we send it down for the match 2 of day 1. We got a brand new Team Secret and a revitalized Varel for VCT Pacific.
यार कुछ मूवी बनाओ ना नेटफ्लिक्स पे प्लीज. एडिटिंग देख रहा है ना पॉजी? हाँ बनाना एक ऐसा मोन्टाज बनाना यार पॉजिटिव गार्ड में आते मिर्ची का ए थैंक्स फॉर द 6 jewels. फेस पे डालो सब. किसको बना रहा है?
저희가 그룹 스테이지 전승을 하면서 되게 좋은
I think सबसे अंडरडॉग टीम वही है अभी. सारे टीम्स में से.
생각했던 메타랑은 좀 다르게 흘러가서 그로 인해서 좀 국제 대회에도 진출하지 못한 점이 아쉬움에 남는 것 같기도 합니다. 이제 모든 팀들을 상위권이라고 생각을 하고 이악 물고 칼을 갈아서 열심히 해보겠습니다.
वो तो सालों से नहीं आया. रहने दो आप. क्या चीज? आखिरी बार मेरा चैट 1947 में पड़ा था. ऐसा कभी भी फील हुआ है? ज्वेल्स दे देते हैं उधर आके.
Obviously for us it hurts, but I think there's a lot of like lessons and improvements that we can always take for the next tournament. Mindset coming into stage 2 is just the same, just being in the moment and not thinking too much of the past and in the future. I think it's very important for me to just stay in the present and just feel the moment and enjoy.
まあフルセンスとか GE とかだったりが世界大会とか出てるし、まあ、自分たちもまあ世界大会とまではいけてないんですけど結構力をつけてきてるし、まあ、これから、まあ、もっと見せれるように頑張ります。
저희는 뭐 이제 다들 잘해지니까 이제 죽을 맛이지만 보는 시청자 여러분들은 행복하지 않을까 그런 생각을 합니다. 잘하려고 하고 있는데 더 열심히 해야 될 것 같아요.
뭔가 이 팀에 들어오기 전에 제가 생각했던 게 이 팀은 누구한테도 질 수 있고
दोबारा क्यों सेंडोस मैसेज पता
잘만
नहीं.
활용하고 얘들한테 어린이들한테 잘 알려주면은 잘 연승하는 팀이 되겠다. 뭔가 너무 기대가 커요 지금.
대구도 뭐라빠. 대구도 아닐 줄 소리 자는 거래.
엄청 어리고 저에 비해 엄청 더 MG한 느낌이 확 드는 것 같습니다.
실반 선수 약간 좀 거기 좀 적응하기 좀 힘들어요?
아 저도 이제
김연아
제 선수가 떠나고 이제 팀 기능이 없는 상황인데 기둥이 되어야죠. 제가 잘할 수 있겠죠?
저번에 저희 챔피언스 8이 끝나고 도호가 이제 울면서
अबे यार ऑफलाइन क्या प्रेडिक्शन भी दे दिया इसने.
해주겠다. 챔피언스
जाने का नहीं ऑफलाइन
시켜주겠다.
कभी.
이런 말 했었는데 그 약속을 지켜줄 시간이 온 것 같다, 동호야.
I finally blended with the team and also found my new identity, and I think it's time for me to lead the train.
個人としてはまあチャンピオンズにまあ出たいっていうのがまあ夢だったんで、チャンピオンズ出場を目標に頑張ってます。
저 형들한테 하고 싶은 말 있습니다. 꼭 이번 시즌 챔피언스 가자. 또 응원해주신 분들 정말 감사하고 꼭 좋은 성적으로 답해드리고 싶습니다.
제가 들어오면서 부족한 부분들도 채워지고 개인품도 올라와서 제가 이 바렐의 연패를 한번 싹 끊어보도록 하겠습니다. 기대해 주십시오.
लैंग्वेज एज वेल ब्लेस. स्टार्ट कब होगा? अभी 2 मिनट में. अभी वॉकिंग चालू होएगा फिर चालू होएगा. अभी वॉकिंग उसके बाद चालू.
Today's matchup.
It's VCT Pacific Stage 2. Everyone, please scrub out Stage 1. Forget what you saw from these two teams because we're seeing a massive change from both teams.
Let's
and
go!
Barrel. We are seeing the return of
कितना
former
अलग लग
coaches
रहा है
and
यार
players to
स्पिन
the
बाइक को वहाँ
Pacific
पे देखते
stage,
हुए.
and most notably here, Spin. Morgan, your guy is back.
Look, I love this guy so much. I think he's a fantastic coach and an excellent addition to this revamped Team Secret squad. They've come out swinging.
ये जो सारे फैंटास्टिक कोच जा रहे ना वहाँ पे, अपने 2 फैंटास्टिक कोच तो वहाँ पे यार.
This is a fantastic addition, and I think this is the guy you're going to need to revitalize his team.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if they can go on an interesting run of their own as we head through towards stage 2. They have not had a win in Pacific so far this year.
Nax को इतना हेट मिल रहा है FF वॉच पार्टी करने पर पे ये दल्ला कभी नहीं सुधरेगा. एक सेकंड, मेरे वजह से कौन सा मिल रहा है? मैं क्यों दल्ला भाई? मैंने क्या किया भाई? और उसको अगर हेट मिल रहा है वो संभाल लेगा भाई. ऐसा थोड़ी ना बॉडी बनाया उसने. Bro, do you have any idea about best? I am under 2000 for Valorant. नहीं, ऐसा कोई मेरे पास फाफी फेट आया नहीं है. Zero idea. हाँ, आज तक आपने मेरा चैट नहीं पढ़ा. मेरा रिकॉर्ड है ये टूट गया. हेटर्स को बोल रहा है. तेरे को ऐसा क्यों लगता है वहां के हेटर्स यहाँ पे आके बच सकते हैं? इम्पॉसिबल है. सीधा हाइड है इधर. वहां पे सुमड़ी में हेटर्स बच जाते क्योंकि वॉचिंग ज्यादा ना. इधर भाई सीधा सीधा पार्ट से. कुछ भी हो जाए गोहली आपको क्यों पड़ती पता नहीं. बेस्ट माउस पैड बता दो. वैल्यू के लिए एक टाइम पे था एक मेरे बेटे का. अब आई थिंक आप कोई भी ले सकते.
Performances as well, especially on that Viper, those Sentinel type roles. I think he's very, very solid there. So I'm looking forward to it, but on the flip side, for Varel, I think this is an electric team. I think they're full of firepower. They just couldn't quite close it when it mattered. It's all about if they learn that composure in the break between the teams.
I think, like, you know, there's some fan sentiment where, you know, you see the results of these teams and you're not that excited about them, but I'm pretty excited about both of these rosters. I like all of the additions that they're making. And I think this is going to be a pretty good match,
दिल का बात कह दिया यारो.
The fans have something to lean into and tune into and be excited for. And we're going to start with the banger of Split to see what these two teams have got.
So recently this was played between a slightly different Secret roster as well as Varel in a qualifier, and it was won by Secret. But
बेटे ने कमीशन में हिस्सा नहीं दिया. फाफा को भड़क गया और नहीं तो क्या. खेलने भी नहीं आता.
He's going to be piloting the Omen here for Varel. It's
Binks
quite
by
a
$500,000 man.
Going to be good on the defense,
the way
but with only the solo raise on an offense, that could actually cause some problems here for Varel.
That does mean Klaus is out for Varel. On the side of Team Secret, it's that explosive double duelist. Nats is coming in to play that waylay, so it is a little bit of a change of roles, a little bit of a departure.
44% Secret.
Explosive, fast-paced attack half.
Pilsky, you decided to go for
Night
Varel
team
today.
44%.
You're one of the, only two talents who have.
Yeah, I like Varel, honestly. I liked a lot of their ideas in the previous
Why
stages.
players
As I said
wearing
before, I
both
felt like they were so
headphones
close to
and
winning so
earphones?
many of those
Earphones
matches, but just
in-game
fell
sound
short.
के लिए,
Maybe
headphone
overheated
noise
a little
cancellation
bit.
के
Maybe the
ताकि बाहर का
experience
sound
got
ना
to
आए.
them. I like Foxy9 as an addition, and as I said in my hot take, I want to see them go on a little bit of a run here.
Varel तो
Well, I think either way,
Heavy
we're all
strong
very
team, yeah?
excited for this match 2 of today. Let's see what our casters think about this matchup.
Well, I'm excited. Are you excited?
Yeah, I'm pretty excited.
That's good.
My Singaporean goat is here.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You're a big fan of Styron?
Yeah, a little bit.
You've been watching him in SEA challenges. What do you think? Is he actually good? Is he going to cut the mustard?
What?
Is he going to cut the mustard?
Cut the mustard?
You've never cut the mustard before?
No, I'm sorry. I really don't know what that's saying.
Foxy9 go to same back.
Is he going to be good enough? Is he going to do
I think so.
a good job?
I mean, I think the obvious question, big time is
Fridge से कप्पा निकाल के दो ना एक. Excuse me.
time, how much time have they
मेरा
really
है वो.
had to build everything up? But when I think about that as well, and I think about how Styron
ये
kind of
दोनों को
worked with
skip करो.
FLB
नहीं नहीं नहीं.
over Challengers most
मेरे को
recently,
एटलीस्ट
he
मैप
didn't
फन
have that
देखने
much
का.
time then either, but he just made those calls. He spoke Chinese.
और बहुत ऐसे
and he was
लेफ्ट राइट
able
हो रहे
to kind
तो
of lead that
skip
team
कर
to a
लेंगे.
pretty, deep run
ये
back
में आ
over
जाएंगे
even
लेकिन
in the rest of
मैप
SEA
फन देखने
qualifier
का.
and much further than that.
ये heavy
that
changes
team
हुआ है
honestly
ना.
seemed like it would be a nightmare team to IGL because I think you had
You had some
Chinese speakers,
Koreans.
Korean speakers as well. I remember we did an interview with
Jewels भी
and there was
आपका
like a
kick भी
three-way
आपका कंपा तो दो.
translation happening. English to I think it was English to Chinese to Korean, and then it was back to English again. So
People live
we'll
again तो
see.
yes
Obviously,
sir.
a big rebuild coming for
Me
Team
multi
Secret
streaming.
and
potentially a little bit the same for Varel, although not as many changes. I think it's a similar story to what we had in our first matchup. Two teams that didn't do too well last season, that are looking to do a little better this season. Some have made significant changes, some have made small changes. What is going to be the recipe for success? Well, we are about to find out as we head into our second game of VCT Pacific 2026 stage number 2. Team Secret and Varel. And I, for one, am very intrigued, particularly about what this Team Secret lineup is going to look like. We've heard a lot of good things about
Pahila round.
We didn't get to see a huge amount of him last season. He only really came in for like the last 5 or 2, and that was by the point that Team Secret was already out of contention for playoffs. So, is he going to be able to cut the mustard? So to speak, is my question. And obviously, around him, you've got Nats coming in, you've got Styron coming in. So I almost look at this as a completely new roster.
It's definitely possible. But then again, it does come down to what actually happens in the game. There's a lot to be discovered, a lot of identities to be found. We start things off with a very aggressive push off of an A ramp hold there.
Short break, Elias.
Yeah, good couple of refrags coming through though for Team Secret, and
Crucial
Zeus is on a mission. You can see he's pushed all the way back in behind, so that plant has gone down. But this round, it kind of feels like it's a bit on a timer. The more time Zeus has to work. He wants to clear out defensive spawn, but he's got to get back to the site now. Skelias has dropped, and that is an important piece of the puzzle having been found out. 2 more spotted by Styron. Flash around the corner is going to try and slow things down. And again, a lot of this comes down to what can Zeus do? There's absolutely nothing from him, so that was a lot of build-up for a whole lot of nothing. In the end, Varel will take the pistol. Defuse is going to go over to LP to try charge that revive up a little quicker.
Yeah, always gonna
game sound kya game sound
to this ultimate
for
others perhaps, at least if it's the last one alive anyway. But yeah, while it feels like it didn't really build up to much else, it really comes down to the little efforts of Varel. I mean, down to the situations where they had the smokes, they had pieces of utility to block off the remaining choke points. They kind of let some of them through, but then they struck from behind. And at the same time, as you come down to where Zeus would have swung out, that slow orb just comes in so handy right at the end. They had information, especially after jumping into that smoke, silencing out wherever Kelly S was positioned. So that's the way that we do have Varel coming up with the first round, but also another tech pause, hopefully a quicker one than we had before.
We'll start the second series the way we started the first series.
I mean, like you said, you know, it's kind of the same story for both teams, right? Both of them not having great performances out from stage 1, but always needing to start up.
कोई चिपस है क्या चिपस? मैंने वो बनाना वेफर रखा था, वो किधर गया? आधा पैकेट का तूने खत्म कर दिया पूरा 2 पैकेट. गाली आज खा के
This is going to look like we don't really know. Varel is one of those teams that, if there is more of a qualification aspect to it,
why not only on
they're probably going to be one of the teams that struggle to guarantee themselves the opportunity into this level of competition on a regular basis, because they will be getting challenged by teams that are in that tier 2 circuit, you know, in the challengers sort of sphere. They're not in the bubble in that sense.
EWC,
so,
ENC,
if you don't get it rolling now,
EWC,
it's just going to be a bit more cutthroat. And Varel's one of the teams that's on that chopping block.
Yeah, I mean, you just got to think about, like, will they even still stay with Varel? You know, depending on how their performance goes here, whether or not the organization still keeps them, or whatever else is going to look like. I mean, do they play in Korea? Do they play in Japan? I'm not entirely sure, but if they play in Korea, we just witnessed how much talent there is within the young teams of Korea as well. I mean, I had no idea Rap School even existed, but suddenly here you go. Then you got to think about the other challenges as well. Maybe even the bigger ones. There's just so much at stake. This is their chance on this big stage, and they really want to make it happen. You know, not just, you know, the Ascension team, the guys who actually made it through Ascension, but for Foxy9 as well. Someone who's kind of, to be honest, bounced around several Korean veteran teams, and, you know, bringing in his experience over to this squad, then you can definitely feel like he has that sort of big brother
I think you can be a good coach,
NJ. Leading them a bit as well. So I'm very curious to see how it all shapes up. It's already started off pretty
Unrated में गाली गलौज होता है, मतलब झंड लोग Unrated में क्यों गाली गलौज होता रहेगा? स्विफ्ट प्ले में पिकाचू आते क्या? ये कब होने लगा बे?
I mean, a lot of us voted for Team Secret. Yeah, I mean, I think I just heard a lot of good things about Zeus in particular. I kind of like what they've done, the changes that they've made. So I want to have faith in Team Secret. That's the thing. Like, I want to come into this split and
coach,
see something. New coach, yeah.
Night Market कब है? Mostly आज रात को.
Spoken very highly of by people that I respect.
Tell buddy.
Analysts that you rate very highly.
Not naming any names. I won't name any names.
Yeah.
I don't want to inflate any egos.
But for sure, I mean, run with motive. You could say the same for Styron, honestly. Not just XLV. He's been around the block. He's represented Singapore. He's played with DSG. He's played with motive for quite a bit. And he's always been that IGL always, and that's why I kind of put some stake into him too. I think he's got that experience.
Since we're on the topic of Styron,
okay,
and I can't even remember if this is a Styron team, but it's definitely a Singapore team.
पंको है क्या पंको? क्या कर रहे हो? पालवल खेल रहे हो? हाँ केटा? ओ मैडम क्या कर रहे हैं मैडम? पालवट के लिए कंफर्म 100%.
I know what it stands for.
The
logo that they had. Now,
long, amazing zebra ears.
Yeah. What a name. And I'm pretty sure it was a Siren team at one point.
So, yeah.
So anytime I see him pop up somewhere, you know, because obviously he's got a long career. He's been
Team
around.
Secret,
Yes.
Secret है तो publicly क्यों खेल रहा है?
I always associate him and Rattler and those kinds of players with that team, and so I always find a way to bring it up, you know.
Okay.
Since we're in a tech pause, we may as well talk about long, amazing zebra ears. I don't know, do zebras even have long ears?
I think they're regular like horse-like
I think they're kind of just like little
fluffy, yeah.
Yeah, toughy little things.
Oh, that's the acronym they came
But
up with.
like, can we have lays?
This is some
VCT
deep
Pacific?
ball knowledge, by the way.
I'm a deep ball knowledge guy when it comes to Asian FPS.
Yeah, that's true. You do run a
आपके
podcast.
प्यारे
And,
fans.
you do admire some balls too. Anyway.
Right, yeah.
Better Call
Yes, I do.
SRL देखा मैंने.
Yeah, especially with the last years that we had. But yeah, that really is the story for both.
भाई तुम्हारी गलती है पढ़ा
We're
कि वो
really
कमेंट
quite
ऐसे नहीं
excited to
पढ़ते
see, but I've
मेरा
always
उसका
kind of
पढ़
said
लिया
this as
गंदा
well.
जोक वाह.
Like my kind of benchmark for him is what's it gonna look
Ball
like
ball
when we
knowledge.
actually maybe move into play-ins, maybe playoffs if they can even qualify that far. How do they fare against the other challengers teams that could be moving forward up to this point?
Indeed.
I am so
सेज
curious.
अकेला डिले करने के लिए.
Well, back to it now. Team Secret obviously do not have a buy here, but they've got a trick or two up their sleeve. At least they hope they do. The flash around the corner doesn't really amount to a whole lot there. And so Styron goes down. So Zeus is still trying to work something over towards B. The rest of the fellas having a bit of a look towards A, but there's really
प्लेयरों को बी
nothing
फेक
doing
करके ए
at
फर्स्ट
the
करने का
moment.
प्लान था.
You can already tell this
बॉल ने
stage
तो
could
बीटी
be
दे दिया था.
quite a problem for Team Secret unless dealt with very quickly. It's going to condition them quite a bit. This wall, as long as it stays up, LP could consider A site relatively clear, and that's why you do see the Prowlers coming out towards middle as well. It's very early on, but just some building blocks for the rest of the game. Great spams too. Ooh.
Well, there's the dash on in, but
अरे
you don't really have the
बाप
stopping
फ्लॉप,
power behind
बाप
this
फ्लॉप.
push. There's just pistols. Foxy9! You talked about that honeymoon run.
Foxy9 is back, boys!
Feels like it. This is very possible. You know what I'm just reminded of as well, apart from Foxy9, Big Brother running the team.
Zebra is?
Yeah, Zebra ears. It's the tier 2 scene, really, challengers, because
Right.
both these teams, a lot of these players did just basically ascend from that community, from that spot, and it was Nats. Yes, exactly. Nats that against Varel when they were SLT on that stage, and they had a timeout. SLT was booing at them.
Wow.
And Nats just kind of shrugged it off. So I am very excited. Start off with this one. Team Secret having the guns. Still
5 मिनट नहीं ले रहे
off
ना.
of
एकदम
Mirage.
3-2 डिफॉल्ट है.
Yeah, LP Solo holding this site. With a Bucky. Yeah, surely cannot be feeling very comfortable about that. Just going to try and jiggle, maybe drop the wall.
Problem ये है ऐसा default dish खेलने का कि लोग बस delay बहुत है और बहुत ज़्यादा delay कर दिया.
Offensive headed in the direction of middle to prompt out the orb.
Just a little bit of a vibe check to kick things off, you know? You're not entirely sure if Varel do have some of these sneaky shotguns or if they're going to swing out in the open yet. The one time they did play against each other back in the EWC qualifiers.
Pit भी नहीं use हुआ है, floor भी नहीं use हुआ है.
13-11. So definitely needing to make every round count. Oh, but he is slowed.
Oh, the missed shot, but not punished for it. Gets a second chance at it. Somehow gets away with two. Would have been a lot cleaner on the entry. 4-team secret there. But they have got the flank coming in through the middle. They still need to actually take control of the site, though. Foxy9 inside of this smoke. Gets the perfectly timed peek for the double.
Bro,
it must have been a 180 flick. I don't even know.
He swung back.
Yeah!
He was hopping all out of the smoke, too. That's a big bonus for Varel.
This, I mean, that's a worrying round, I think, for Team Secret. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
obviously it's early days, but these are the kinds of things that
वो लोटा बकी से नहीं दूसरा बंदा तो
feel like you're not having a good day, the mental gets a bit poor. You know, these sorts of moments happening multiple times now already. Get in your own head a little bit, and Varel could also find a bit of momentum off of this, so
truly. I mean, I have to wonder if there's like a little bit of nerves on this stage too.
Exactly.
It's been quite a while.
Well,
I don't know how much time specifically they've had to build this up. The announcement, by the way, for Styron and Nats to get confirmed came in very late. I think it was like just
left right तो action में होता रहा है
the official announcement.
There was a dog क्या उसने पहला shot miss किया दूसरा मारा तीसरा मारा
maybe they've had like at most a
फिर
month.
जाके दूसरे को मारा बे
I have to imagine that Styron was in the conversation at
आप
the
ये लो
point which
language
XLB
Oh yeah.
क्या क्या भागा
it's quite left challenges.
किधर है phone
Sky is
कॉल कर
their
मेरे को
assistant coach and he's Singaporean as well.
And that
किधर
was
गया
probably a good couple of months ago now when XLB sort of stepped away.
A little bit,
maybe 6 weeks, 7 weeks, something like that. So, you know, I would like to think that at that point, that was at the very worst, that was the latest that he would have been contacted, and at that point, you know, okay, we've got Styron, and this is what we're going to do from the in-game leadership perspective. You put your coach.
Hello, mobile का कुछ खबर है?
You know, you obviously are bringing Zeus and Kellyas and Sylvan, and
Hello?
it's just a case of finding that last player. So,
पंखो को
you know,
चिप से क्या
I would
पंखो
want to think that they might have at least had a decent run in.
ठीक है
But how much
मैं
practice
चिप्स
have they
मांगा के
had?
रख रहा हूँ तेरे को कुछ चाहिए चिप्स
It's always hard to say, right? But if you think
आलू
about
पका जा खाएगी
this is a bit
क्या
of a
करने
blast from
खाएगा
the
तू
past.
चिप्स
I don't
खाएगी
know if everyone's going to remember it, but Frost.
इतना दूर
Global
किधर है तू
Esports
दूर
back
किधर
over
है
in, I think,
I've heard of
Kickoff. Yeah, we've seen him quite a bit.
क्यों
Yeah, he's
फॉलोअर
got a
नहीं
couple
कर रहे
of podcasts lately.
Just a few.
Yeah.
Not too much.
Trying to get his name out there, like, you know, new up-and-coming coach.
Exactly. He's got to
new
build up his
team.
profile.
चलो
But
एक ही घर से
he
फोन
only
पे बात
had like
करो
I think a month to actually build things up with GE for kickoff.
Right.
And he still managed to, you know, do
दिन
somewhat
में दो बार
decently with them
जीतना
back then, even having a bit of a run-in with Paper Rex back over in kickoff. So, I mean, how much do we really factor in time? But what we just witnessed in that round,
मेरे लिए भी ऑर्डर कर चिप्स
there was a slight team flash, I think, coming out from
आज का
Styron,
रेवेन्यू से
because
एक
Yeoman
पैकेट
jumping for it out of
केला
garage
चिप्स
was
मंगा सकता हूँ मैं
blinded, and that is how
साइड हटो
you know, there are more kills than LP had. So a little bit worrisome for sure.
मसाला
These are all
पोटैटो
teething
चिप्स
issues that do come in
banana
moments
chips.
in time. Either way, though, it's just still going to be a step forward. But 3-0 right now is definitely not going to be easy to come back from. It's going to be 4-0 with the guns not looking great on the next one.
All right. What about can we come up with another Styron team from
नहीं क्या
way back when?
Way back?
Yeah. Quadsai. Was that a Styron team?
Oh my god. How do you know
How
these?
about a little bit of bhakarwadi
I'm a boner, bro.
how about that
Asian FPS.
Quadsai. I know
Was it?
Splashy played for Quadsai at one point. I think this is
This
after
is
like
yeah.
this is like after Team Dreamscape, after Boot.
This is before Pacific.
But yeah, this is well before Pacific. I think Styron might have been in a Quadsai roster at one point too.
Could have. He was like one little generation after Splashkey and those guys. Let me have a look. We're talking about Singaporean CS now. Oh my god. Well, the tech pause is still going, so you're gonna have to listen to us, yeah, for a bit.
We've got the time.
Bear with us.
Listen, Chuda.
Okay.
You're actually looking it up.
Yeah, he definitely did play for Lays.
Yep.
That is confirmed.
थोड़ा peanuts भी ले रहा हूँ, order ले रहा हूँ.
Doesn't look like he played for Flood side.
Maybe not. But we're talking like Benkai
But he,
as well.
okay, but he played
Masala
for a team
Vatti.
called, I mean, it's listed as Lasers.
Proper
so it's kind of a
So
combination.
I wonder if there was like a point where those two teams like joined forces.
It could be. They're all friends after all. They love to go for Hai Di Lao hot pots after games, I've been told.
I order कर दिया. Tech pause हटा दो please.
Nah, yeah.
Thank you for waiting for me.
There's a lot of experience there to be had, but experience.
Thanks, मैं भी रात को.
You know, trickles in. There are so many factors when it comes to our organized Valorant. I just don't know how the executes are looking. I mean, we've seen like a couple of rounds. We're in 3-0.
बाप रे कैमरा देखो मैडम के पास घर जाएगा.
To really analyze, but yeah, a lot of early garage plays and then just not able to.
और रात को वॉच पार्टी नहीं करूँगा EME की. क्यों नहीं करूँगा? कौन सा मैचेस है?
I'm not sure what the issue is either. So we did see like the client being reset, I think more so on the Team Secret side.
Yeah, you can still see they're sort of getting back in. It'll get sorted. It'll get sorted. Just sit back, relax, and think about the golden years. Asian FPS. Are we living through the golden years? Paper Rats, one of the best teams in the world.
Yeah.
Very
consistent. Yeah. Making
Language chat.
Little run. Vic knows all about it.
Nongshim did okay,
but I believe there was an infographic I saw online where PaperX had total highest VCT earnings, even a little bit more so than Fnatic.
If someone offers you as a coach, how much salary initiative you take for joining a bond between org and you? 0. नहीं बनना coach.
Was a forfeit.
Foxy 9 is 7-0. All right, let's keep going. Now an execute over onto the A site, but it's just pistols.
नहीं आने वाले 1 million.
It's gonna be pretty worrisome, but we'll see what they can cook up. Just any damage would be nice. Build up to ult points. Start off with a big flash and early A ramps control as well. Zeus, wow, diving straight through out from heaven. An insert with Nats as well. First up top on Rafters, but quick contact being swiftly received, but damage dealt back too. Let's listen in to Team Secret.
One city, I heard.
You can heal?
I'm healing you first, then I'm planting, okay? I have 1 flash, boys.
Can I honor CT soon?
You're aiming nuts, okay?
Yeah. Just watching minutes. Yeah. I don't know. 1 heaven, 1 city, guys. 2 city, 2 city, 1 heaven.
Hey, Cal, we can ready timing pick heaven, okay? Wait. Not yet.
Hold it. Off orb.
Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Mark.
Hey, you go fight CT with him. I'm gonna hold heaven.
Yeah.
Here comes the retake attempt from Varel. So far, so good. Foxy 9 again is the one that is making that impact, and Cinder there to help out. Varel will go to 4, but in saying that, not a bad effort from Team Secret considering what they came in with. I also got some very important communications that Siren did play on a bot side roster with Smash as well. So, ball knowing continues.
Buddy. अगर कोई क्रिकेट का फैन है जो स्टार्ट से लेके एंड तक क्रिकेट देखता है, उसका मतलब ये नहीं ना कि वो जाके कोच ही बन जाएगा. बड़ी है कि नहीं? सोचने वाली बात क्या है कि नहीं?
Thing that gets thrown at them, which is very impressive as well. Mid now being tested. Ooh.
Well, that'll be a big test for Foxy 9 that he doesn't know the answers to, but he did get a lot of damage. And Zuna's there to do the janitorial duty, clean up in middle.
Redemption कर दिया बे.
Again, Varel.
Redemption कर दिया.
Decimating Team Secret though. That's a good kill from Kelly. Yes, he's going to be chased down by Cinder. They've got no idea where Styron is coming from, so he gets a freebie. He's going to pop the Seekers as well. He's really going to invest into this round and see if he can try and clutch this out. Forcing the plant early.
You will not kill my ally.
Uh-oh. Ult for an ult.
It's going to be pretty tough to win out from this point. At least it's planted for him inside of Garage, so he can try to make a play for it.
No way he gets away with another kill for free. Zexy out of the picture.
Flash is back.
The spike is planted perfectly for him. Foxy9 a bit concerned about that garage position. LP is going to heal him up. Needs to swing. The blind is through. This is a messy round. But Varel get through it. I feel like they gave him a little bit too much room to work with there, though.
Yeah, there was a bit. Especially trying to go for that dual Foxy9. But you can see, that's all the micro details. As soon as LP spots out that flash, he immediately just turns away from it. Starn even recognizes that fact, and kind of from that point knew that he had to go for the duel, but unfortunately did not have the shot. So good effort. The Seekers invested as well. A little bit costly, but at the same time, it's still that question of how much have they rehearsed everything that hit towards middle, where Zuna picked up the 1v3. It just wasn't a tight play.
Fast flash around the corner and the fast lane in there as well. This time, Team Secret pulling out all the stops. Zeus gets the better of Cinder. It's a much better start to the round here for Team Secret than
very close
to ultimates as well.
Oh my god,
one kill for Zuna. That is going to be hell for Team Secret.
I wonder if they have the option to get that interesting setup here onto the B site. Prowler's out. Zeus's position noted, dealt with by Zexy, who if he wanted could rip the showstopper and will do so. Pops it in for the 3K onto Nats, and now this round is really on. Recalibration from Zuna. And it's just Kelly S left alive now. That spike is ticking. Zuna needs to win this duel. Zexy is not in position to really make a difference. Swings coming through. Shots there as well. The half not secured. Is there time? I think there might be. And Varel gonna get themselves up to 6. Another clutch goes their way. Team Secret, they just feel like they're still so close and yet so far. And maybe Team Secret have got that curse that Varel had last season.
I'm not too much for superstition. I see mistakes.
Radiant member पूछा ignore किया non member का chat पड़ा. ए sorry part by.
For them one by one. Trades unfortunately not quite there enough. And that showstopper really puts it down to the dirt.
कल कोचिंग में किया तो पहले तेरे को कल का स्ट्रीम देखेगा कि नहीं देखेगा उसका टेंशन ले.
But missed the crosshair placement, and he knows it as well. That definitely stings.
Another timeout. This is surely got to be a tactical. No, it's a tech pause again.
What's going on?
I mean,
either way, it is
an opportunity to try to mentally reset for Team Secret. They won't be able to talk. They won't be able to figure out their strats, but you know, at least they can.
मैं स्लीकी भाई से भी बात कर रहा हूँ, उसने भी वही बोला सबसे मेन बीटी है कि पैसिफिक और चाइना का टाइम है ना कभी-कभी क्लैश होता है.
Yeah, I mean, I was wondering if maybe it's going to be the issue again on Team Secret side, but dare I say it's good to see that it's on Varel's side.
मेरा मैसेज पढ़ो ना.
The silver lining.
ना बोल दिया उसने.
Oh, one PC gets fixed, another comes up with an issue. It's unfortunate, but they will quickly get things sorted out.
मेरा watch time क्यों नहीं बढ़ रहा आपकी कितनी stream देख चुका हूँ पता नहीं तेरा level बढ़ रहा तो watch time भी बढ़ जाता.
Zuna got one kill in the mix. That means an outlaw coming up online for, I mean not an outlaw, a nightfall coming up online for this upcoming round. Varel could have a strong retake.
Cousin Banks, बढ़िया से मिल रहा है. How's you?
Foxy9 was sick.
कल से VCT अमेरिका चालू है आज रात से कौन सा
in this upcoming round? I mean, you could honestly maybe just dump the pit in mid. Have that solo help.
I'm trying to remember who that was. Was it Suna? I think so.
Well, at least my prediction बराबर था 2-0
Varel. That's the ascension. You know, they played against each other back then.
Technically कल से अरे आज रात से.
Against SLT back then as well, and he was undisguised playing against them.
अरे chat तुम्हारा photo?
Everything is fine.
Appropriate. Yeah.
Everything is fine.
That's how we're all feeling. At least we know that we're in this together.
गाली नहीं मेरे को गाली नहीं गाली नहीं.
Not seeing too much from Team Secret yet.
Round take over बंद किया फिर वापस आए 0-3 take पर वापस 0-6.
Witnessed a very quick
अभी
one.
सीधा 0-12 लग रहा है.
It was almost possible. They got the spike down. They got an opening kill. But down to the post plant holds. Not quite able to fend off incoming assailants from spawn. Heaven, they felt the pressure because Foxy9 was just dumping
Pacific
Judge shells
में
from
ना
Heaven to try and
बन
clear
जाए
out health.
नहीं EME में है ना Pacific
Made use of his opponent's smoke
क्या
against
टेंशन
them.
ले रहे हो
There's always going to be a slight issue or slight teething issues, but you want to at least, you know, I don't know, like, you're on attack. And on attack, you're supposed to have, like, well thought out executes, especially on a map like this. Split can be defender sided. You go down, like, I don't know, 3-9. This is, yeah, not going to be a good feeling.
It is Varel's map pick, though, isn't it?
It is.
You
know, you get the benefit of the doubt until you get to play your map.
Yeah, but you just want to see something good, though, you know? I haven't really seen that yet from Team Secret. We have our fingers crossed.
We've seen a couple of close rounds, though.
मैं बोलता डायरेक्ट इवनिंग में आओ भाई मेरे को वही करने का है लेकिन मैं मैप वन खत्म होने के लिए रुका था देखने के लिए अभी देख शॉट आउट मिस किया मेरे को नहीं दिख रहा मेरे को नहीं दिख रहा
for Team Secret, nearly 5. Varel have got a bit to play
विपुल
with
भाई
as
चढ़
well.
जाओ लाइव थोड़ा ऊपर से जाओ कुछ भी प्रिपरेशन दे रहा हूं
instead.
डांसिंग विपुल भाई मैं इधर ही हूं टेंशन ना लो शॉट आउट
Watch out taking this side. Watch out for soon as nightfall.
फ्री साइड
That's all I'm saying.
I'm watching. It's actually not be partaking in this round. There's no res available for Varel. It's a good start to Team Secret's round.
ये राउंड तो जीत गया भाई सीक्रेट वो लोग वाइपर का फ्लैंक भी है
I think at this point, if it's a 4v5, I'm probably not ripping that Nightfall unless we get a couple of quick kills in here. There's a 1-for-1. It's probably not enough. But now, maybe you start to get a bit interested. And there it is. That Nightfall does get invested. Nats up close underneath that drop. Will be spotted out by it, but Styron there to cover him off. It's now a 1-on-2, and Foxy9 is not able to get it done. Styron locks in the first round for Team Secret. It has been a long time coming.
Much swifter. And perhaps a little bit of calling coming into the mix as well. Sensing that, yeah, this is a pacey hit. There's no contact on site. That means they must be positioned somewhere else on the map barrel. So Team Secret, off of that knowledge, pushes that much further in. They take down Zexy, and it does delay that Nightfall. Enough for Styron to find bits of space around the pillar, works around the spike, and it is lovely. One round on the board, let's keep that rolling. Barrel meanwhile as well.
अमेरिका का नाम में NA है तो नहीं करोगे ना?
Yeah, pretty efficient use of the ult economy as well for Team Secret. They don't over-invest in that round. Still got a little bit to play with here. But it's a hefty defense over towards
plan भी नहीं है बे.
It's an obstacle.
अभी वाइपर रिटर्न जा भी नहीं सकता. देखते रहना पड़ेगा वो लोग को.
Clear some footsteps. They'll be aware of that. Zuna looks for the double and can't quite convert upon that. Wow, and again, Foxy9 into a bit of a brawl, gets helped out by LP this time around. Heal onto LP to try to take this next fight, but Styron walks up onto the line. That's a good paranoia, but Cinder doesn't swing off the back of it, so no value found, and now a 1-on-2. They double up. A couple of moments in there where Varel actually could have pushed the issue and potentially swung that back in their favor, but they don't. And so Team Secret have 2 in a row.
Heavy left right किया Varel ने. Need wait fight सब perfect था. सिर्फ लड़ लेता ना एक साथ.
They managed to chip that down. In with the Seekers and just out around the sides this time around. They're able to mark every position that Varel does try to assault from.
चैनल का मंथली इनकम दिखाता है आपका
taking down individual 1v1s, not allowing for Varel to set up on the retake. Does bring some wind into their sails. For the Team Secret faithfuls out there, you would hope that this continues forward. Because some of these rounds have been relatively expensive. Nats might be finding himself a bit high and dry for the next one. For Varel as well, though, the entire team is ultimately dry.
Jewel जा रहे.
Yeah. Okay, Foxy9 has something.
Rifle there for Zexy as well. A couple of sheriffs. You could definitely put a round together here, especially with a res. Right, like maybe you find the opening pick and then it 1-for-1s until, you know, we're down to like a 2-on-2. You get the res through 3-on-2. You could definitely put something together there. $200 an avenue into this round for sure for Varel, but not going to be super easy. Cinder debating whether or not.
आप जिम जाते हो क्या? Yes, every morning.
A sheriff instead.
And then though,
3 sets मारने का याद रखना. 3 sets.
Been full-on
और cardio
executes, very
minimum 2 hours.
Southeast Asian aggressive style, double duelist.
घर का खाने का main.
First time in a while that they're going to have to slow things down.
Spawn calling, the mid-rounding hasn't been anything too outrageous from Team Secret.
Whoa.
That's what I'm talking about. Opening pick. Now it's just a case of trying to trade 1-for-1 at worst, and they've gone better than that. Both of the rifles having an impact here for Varel. Kelly S going to try to get back onto the line, but not able to find that exchange.
I feel like I'm watching Ascension again. Billy knows what's up. Back over onto ramps, no spike committed, but Varel are just so activated.
Going to go again. Sylvan should get one, maybe two. It's not
too
bad, but Foxy9, I can't believe he re-swings on that line. Tries to go for the fight again against Zeus, but of course he won't. So, who might a judge?
Yeah, he was stuck over on the left side either way, though. So
Foxy आ गया भाई.
Great that he took down 2, but Foxy9?
No chance.
वाह कसम 4K बर्दीस.
Great round from Foxy9 again. He is having an absolute belter. 7 and 2, and that is Team Secret back to square one again. Money
15 and 4.
Kind of neither here nor there.
This is just finding much more freedom on this team, Foxy9, I think.
Yeah.
हाथी के साथ काटे करते language.
Goes for it with the team.
Hey, I mean, if you're playing like this, you definitely do have to be calling your own players.
Because that was always the issue back then when he first came into Pacific. I think butted heads with some of the other IGLs, wanted to do his own thing.
There's another committed play. TP forward, not going to be converted in the end, but Zexy is converting on all the frags he needs, a 3K. I've got to be honest, it kind of feels like Farrell is mechanics diffing Team Secret a little bit in some of these rounds as well.
Mechanic diffing का पता नहीं, util diffing तो हो रहा है.
Sometimes that's all it comes down to.
Can't lie. But it's also like preparedness for the hits. Look at the map. There's a siege wall outside of Garage, so they already knew where the hit was coming.
Default में 4-1, 3-on-1, lure plan भी कुछ नहीं.
One by one, like they.
वो round पे जब ये लोग 5 में नहीं किया था ना, कसम से इतना delay किया था ना, वो लोग हारना था.
As soon as that contact gets taken.
Side का भी crossfire था, वो तो उसने left right कर दिया 3v2.
And if you try to go for that, LP. This is devastating for Team Secret. Not the way you would have wanted your debut game to go, but just one foot in front of the other.
8-2. Yep.
Varel's like, I've been there.
100%.
ये jewels and all नया क्या है? नया feature है वाइटी का. तो जो भी jewels तुम लोग send करते हो, उसका 100% creator को मिलता है.
Stage 1.
It's a W feature, something new.
You're up 7-2.
Something nice.
Got to be feeling like maybe today's the day. Maybe today's the day.
You gotta pay your dues.
You can't win them all.
No.
Sometimes you can't win any. But maybe you can win one. And Varel are on their way to it, 8 and 2.
Their map pick, like you said, this is incredible. Heart goes out to Sylvan though, who was trying his darndest. Look at this little instance. Zexy just kicks things off, instantly reads the execute. Oh, you just skipped over Sylvan's little highlight, but yeah. The man's been trying, has been eager to go back to that sort of international stage.
मेरा दोस्त ने बोला था Vitality versus T1
back over in stage 1 he had
है मैं खुशी से आया देखा तो
saving Team Secret at
ये
times.
teams है दोस्त वाला मतलब.
He's kind of envious, knows that he can have that quality, that caliber, and he's hungry to prove it. But right now, at least, this is going to be then. Both timeouts spent.
किसने तो trophy भेजा?
Much needed.
Gotta find a way to spin this half back on it.
Funny mother bhai, thank you for the trophy मेरी जान बड़े. Wahid bhai, thank you for the red card ले बड़ा बाव.
10 and 2 is unrecoverable in my mind. 8-4,
maybe. 9-3, I'm still kind of iffy. Oh, we've seen things happen, but yeah, right now. On their attacking half.
पाको जब भी बेल आएगा मेरे को सेवपुरी और बसलापुरी देना पड़े please. Thank you.
Ooh, 3 ultis available here again for Varel. Tough road forward for Team Secret. Got the hero rifle on Zeus.
Find the weak point and break it.
Okay.
Burger. Oh, रात को
Split
करेंगे.
approach from Team Secret.
Wow.
Healthy Mac Maharaja burger.
Maybe a little unnecessary from Zexy, considering the buy here from Team Secret. You're not going to get any value out of that showstopper.
And look
they've
at
walked
this.
into B.
Yeah.
And they've walked into A. This is a really weird round.
It feels weird, but it all comes down to that
problem
one
है कि अगर
solo
mid वाला मर गया
dash.
तो
Round after round with that much hyper
mid वाला मर गया
aggression,
तो फिर
Varel
लग
kind
गए.
of falls for the bait. So now you have the spike down with Viper's Pit and positioning from Zeus.
And every possibility here that Zexy gets caught as well on the rotate. Styron, oh, his timing was almost perfect. The headshot came through. In the end, it looks like Varel might just secure this round. Obviously, Vikeli has to work around, but he's alone, man, and spam gets the better of him. So, crisis averted. It looked a bit strange from the outset there, but in the end, Varel are going to go to 9.
Legit. This again, I have to say, it feels like it's Ascension all over again. They had the round, they had the setup, Team Secret had the site, but down to some of these swings, man, and it's just Varel having that confidence again. They're like, nah, we're up against Team Secret. This is not like, you know, we're not playing against T1 or whatever. You know, not to put anyone else down, but it gives them that little confidence boost. They feel like it's possible to take this win. Look at the smiles on their faces.
They're believing. I think they're believing.
A little bit of belief goes a long way. This is going to be a 9-3 or not. Oh, the pit.
Yeah, that makes mid pretty tough to handle. Foxy Knight's playing outside of the pit though, so he's not going to get cleaned up. Has to try and fight his way back in. Lost Cinder, and Foxy Knight could be on for another one as well. Trades out for the rifle. Zexy, in the meanwhile, still locking down that B site, so it's going perfectly for Varel. Not going to be checked, and clean as a whistle finds the 2K. It is 10-2. Wowee.
लगे क्या चल रहा है?
He's seen the script, I guess. I mean, look at this. This is insane. I mean, the dive through, sure, but for Foxy Knight to play in and out of the pit this way, they thought it was clear. They thought, like, it must be somewhere else. Let's just go. But he dips back in from behind. Judge play as well. That's just a big sweep up for Varel, like you called it. 10-2 is, yeah. If you don't get the pistol, I think this is done.
Even then, it kind of feels like Foxy Knight is just going to find a round somewhere and win the game for you.
Straight up. You know what? On the attacking side, Varel, Foxy Knight used to lurk so much. He was always a nuisance.
410 ACS in the first half.
Language.
18-4. That is a KD that I would like to have.
These players are fired up for sure. I can only imagine what it feels like on the other side of the stage. But I don't know. Sometimes as a competitor, just need to put those emotions out of mind.
कौन जीतेगा? अर्जेंटीना वर्सेस स्पेन. अर्जेंटीना बेबी.
It's like the one. I think it actually might just be the one Team Secret sign that I see out in the crowd.
There was a Team Secret group on the other side as well when we saw at the start.
But they're not holding up their signs anymore.
No, I think they might be like scribbling them out and putting a Varel logo on them.
Oh no. Well, either way, it all comes down to this pistol now. We'll see what Team Secret does have or not on the defense.
Well, Varel has a 100% win rate on pistols this season, so I think it's impossible to win for Team Secret.
I can't with you.
Poll update करो, poll क्या update करो? Game खत्म हो रहा है तो.
Smokes.
तो tech post था.
Team Secret get the info as to where Varel is. How much good is that going to do them when they get shot in the head by Zuna? What did I say? Varel have a 100% pistol win rate. 3 on 5.
अभी यहाँ से कुछ कर नहीं
सकते. Not going to be an easy recovery here for Team Secret, especially given they're stuck behind that sage wall, and LP is going to get the early warning system that there are a couple of enemies headed in his direction. Wants to take that fight. He was solo. The rest of the team ready down on the site itself, so Team Secret still have more avenues, and that snakebite should slow things down even further. The delaying util is so nice here from Varel.
Listen to that spike tick.
GG.
Oh, there's one more for Foxy9, but Sylvan and Zeus do chime back on in. Time's going to be a factor, but Zeus doesn't care.
Kidding me right now?
Actually gets it. Oh my goodness. How did that... I blink and you miss it. That was a hell of a retake.
Well, that's why Zeus is so hyped up, I guess.
Hell yeah. I mean, just to slide it in, of course, with the players on site, he might have been able to work around that, but we really have to consider the positioning. Like you mentioned it, yeah, they got shot, they had the information, but they weren't able to fight back. And ultimately, if you think about it, LP was kind of a part of that early warning system as well. They had info off of his death, but it's this kill right here in the end.
Yeah, that's pretty nutty.
Not even thinking about it, he's in flow state. Great way to start out the second half. We'll see if there's more.
Well,
push in here from Zexy, already taking quite a bit of space. Timing will be a factor, or if Zeus misses a shot or two. Looks like Team Secret are pretty aware of the fact that Varel have taken mid, though. They're going to respect that.
Just can't make any. You cannot afford any mistakes of peeking too far out. So just marking all these potential exits.
It's a much better line for Zeus to be playing, though. Just a little bit of a longer line, a bit safer. Can duck away.
Yeah, but I think Varel are also already kind of happy. Maybe baiting out some pieces of utility, getting this much space up front, and then for them to corral back over onto the A site. This is what they've always wanted.
Yeah, I don't mind the fact that they're going to drop Zexy off here.
Bro.
Especially since he has a shorty, yeah. Nats has to land his shots.
Read-wise,
well, that's the thing, isn't it? It's a question of whether or not Varel
Kasam
actually get an
ka
entry
khel
onto this A site. That will be where this round really opens up. They could have double-swung that. LP goes down early in the end, and Nats, in fact, gets more than just the one. So,
look like
there'll be too many issues on converting the pistol for Team Secret here.
Huh?
Zexy's position becomes fairly irrelevant now.
प्रिंस भाई ये वाली स्मॉल डॉट क्रॉसर नहीं मिल रहा है मेरे को कहाँ से तो वैलेंट क्रॉसर के साइड पे डॉट क्रॉसर है बट इतना स्मॉल नहीं है नहीं ज़्यादा स्मॉल मत रख दिखेगा भी नहीं
it keeps this map alive.
I like it.
मेरे जैसा रख
They got the bonus as well, then we'll have a bigger discussion.
तो नॉर्मल सेटिंग्स के साथ खेल सकता है
still keeping our expectations tempered. Still double digits for Varel, who have done incredibly well in that first half. But for this one, at least, it's lovely to see rookie Nats, who has been over on like RQ Academy, played with Boom at Ascension last year, facing against SLT Songnam in that final. Definitely shown that he does have what it takes, especially with those martial flicks and shots. So just a bit.
मेरे को भी देखने के मैप पहले खत्म हो गया मैं पहले ठीक
either way, but we're back in with another tech pause. They're holding up the inhalers. What a callback.
रोबंग में तफात मेरे को जेट ने रिप्लाई किया था जितना आपने किया लव यू ब्रेकअप कर दे अभी बोलो.
No, I like the walkout music. The new walkout music.
Yeah,
I don't mess with that.
K-pop type style stuff.
K-pop, yeah.
ऑर्डर के लिए कौन सा ऐप यूज कर रहे हो टोमेटो?
I feel like this is like where you're like walking into a club, but you're not in the club yet.
Yeah, you can hear it thumping from the outside. Oh, you got that experience, huh? Don't you?
Not really.
मैडम को हो गया मैडम भी like
get social anxiety.
सपोर्ट भी करो. उसके ऊपर टीम भी आ रही है.
Either way.
उसके ऊपर टेक पॉज भी आ रहा है.
Everyone just willing for
मैडम का हो गया.
every tech issue to get sorted out real quick.
They have been getting sorted out quicker as the night has gone on.
No, that's true. What's the statistics on that? We had 100% win rate on Varel's pistol so far.
Well, that was wrong. That statistic was wrong. Because they then went on to lose that round. So how can they have a 100% win rate if they've gone to lose the next round?
It's 50% now, which is still a pretty big number if you consider.
What's the point if it doesn't predict the future? Stats don't lie.
Normal chat में ठीक है.
Yeah.
It said 100%.
रहने दो ये वाला मैच सो जाओ.
So
सो तो नहीं
lied to. I'm sorry.
I was lied to.
ये सब खत्म हो गया 6 बजे भी बंद किया.
How does that feel? Can't feel too good.
8 बजे तक 8 बजे उठने का और मैं डायरेक्ट देर नहीं हो सकता मेरे को तो 1 घंटा सोने में लगता है.
Nah, that's fine. We'll just go for a run.
Shove the emotions down. Okay.
Yeah. Apparently this is getting too real. They've told us we can't talk about this. We have to go to a break. So it's getting too real, Quack. We'll take a short break here, guys, while this tech issue's getting sorted, and we'll be back hopefully ASAP.
चलो चैट मिलते हैं EMEA के टाइम पे सीधा वायरल जीत चुके 2-0 10 मिनट नहीं रुका 10 मिनट नहीं रुका ये मैच के लिए 10 मिनट नहीं रुका 2-0 वायरल जीत गई है प्रेडिक्शन दे देता हूँ प्रेडिक्शन ये रही वायरल जीत चुके कॉन्ग्रेचुलेशंस W नाइस डिसीजन तेरा डिसीजन का स्पेलिंग इज नॉट डिसाइडिंग मी चलो मिलते हैं ये में करेंगे और उसके बाद NA करेंगे मेरे को मालूम देता है NA देता हूँ NA भी ये करके तो वो भी करेंगे आई थिंक NA का भी बहुत बाप मैचेस है NA का सेन वर्सेस क्लाउड9 है और आज NA का एक ही मैच है और लेव वर्सेस फ्यूर है दोनों बाप मैचेस है चलो गिफ्ट कैसे करते हैं वहां पे जैसे इसने भी सुमन भाई टैकलिंग सुपर चैट के बाजू में ऑप्शन आता है चलो बाय आदियोस चढ़े में आदियोस टेक केयर सी या बाय एवरीबॉडी सी यू EMEA टाइम पे ठीक है EMEA
I find you a star and we could be in love lighting up the dark but there's nothing I can do I can never get to you so I'm looking for a miracle like it's somebody